live on YouTube, I'd appreciate that. But let's see if we can get some debates today. I hope we can. Hey,
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm 41 years old.
And you support
I'm
Trump?
actually an advocate in the community I'm at, and I do music and I do podcasts too.
Nice. So do you support Trump?
On recovery-based stuff. So I some of what's on there, I do think there needs to be different ways to deal with it.
Do you
I
disagree with
don't
any of the prompts on the screen?
No, I do not, but I actually agree with some things that need to be changed.
Okay. Is there something you think we
Because
disagree on that you wanted to debate it? Or wanted to debate?
I actually wanted to show my agreeing part of some of these things.
Okay, well, I appreciate you for hopping on and watching, but I am trying to look for debates right now. If you want to stick around and hop on later to chat non-debate stuff, I'd be down for that. But I want to see if I can get some debates today. Hopefully. I know I didn't go live yesterday, so I don't know if that kind of fucks me in the algorithm a little bit. Looks like it probably did, but we move either way. Let's see. You're live on YouTube? Okay, good to know, good to know. Trying to see if there's any news I can cover if we don't find any debates, although, oh, here's a person maybe. Hey, how old are you?
29.
And do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Do you disagree with any of the prompts on the screen right now? I don't know if you can read them all. I can move the thing if not.
No, I can read them. Yeah, no, I agree with them.
You agree with all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, but you still support Trump?
Yeah, I voted for him so he would, like, implode, like, the world economy and capitalism as we know it.
I can't tell if you're like an accelerationist or a troll.
No, number one. That's my actual beliefs.
But you're like a left-winger and you wanted Trump to win so that it, like everyone dies and then something good comes after, or?
No, no one will unalive. We'll fix it before
People have
something
been
bad happens.
unalived already. What do you mean we'll fix it before something bad happens?
Well, I mean, we'll fix it before something really bad happens.
Like the
Hopefully.
Iran war?
No, that is the catalyst for the collapse. Like this is like the economy is already
So you want
over.
like a global economic collapse that would disproportionately hurt like poor people because you think that this will usher in what exactly?
Well, right now the choice is either between capitalism or socialism, but if you remove one of those options, then the default is socialism, right?
Those aren't the only two economic systems that exist. If you eliminate capitalism, I don't know, you're being bold to assume that the thing that would come instead would be socialism, which there's a million definitions for what that even means, versus some kind of like a more authoritarian like command economy that is based on like right-wing ideology. But
Well, I mean, the thing is like we're gonna have to, figure out what we're gonna do because he's already collapsed. Even if we stop him right now, like this, he's already done like decades of damage.
right,
You know what
and
I
I
mean?
think it's a bad thing that he did decades of damage. I don't know why you would like support that if you're not even on the right, but
Oh yeah, no. Well, it's like you support capitalism while you're gonna experience like what capitalism's all about.
you could
Really, so,
define capitalism.
private ownership.
And do you think that it gets more complicated than that in practice?
Yeah, I mean, there's different factions of capitalism, but
Right, I'm
like
just
you
saying like
support the
a
same basic
Republican and a
idea.
Democrat are both capitalists, but they're like universes apart on economic policy.
I mean, that's debatable.
No, I mean you could debate it if you wanted to. I could debate that the sky is under me and the ground is above me, but like it's not actually true that they're the same.
But you can say like a Bernie Sanders type like social democracy is like
Even
different a
your
little bit,
average
but
run-of-the-mill Democrat, they didn't they
oh
just vote
no,
today in the
that's not
Senate?
different at
Didn't
all.
they just vote today in the Senate on whether to cut off arms sales to Israel? And 85% of Democrats voted to cut off the arms, and not a single Republican did.
Well, I'm glad they did that after they completed their G side against
Okay, but now you're
other
pivoting the
people.
topic of the conversation from are they the same or
Against,
not? Now
I
you're doing this
guess,
weird, like
you know,
sarcastic,
once
like,
they're
oh well.
once they're done with all of it, take it all away. Jeez.
But like substantively speaking, you don't think there's any difference to the country when Democrats are in charge versus Republicans? Differences that are important to take into account?
Yeah, so what you do is you do those crimes against humanity, but you like are pro LGBT.
You're not
too.
even answering my question. You're just doing
That's
weird
the
caricatures and
difference.
like leftist memes and stuff. Like, how about you engage with what I'm saying?
It's like when you collapse Libya, like Obama did, but then you're like you're kind of pro LGBT marriage because at first he wasn't, and now he like eventually became it. But yeah,
What is your point with any of what you're saying, and why aren't you answering what I'm asking you?
you asked me if Democrats and Republicans are different. I said,
Substantively in
yeah,
terms of policy.
aesthetically, yes. Aesthetically, financially, and economically, and policy wise, probably not.
You don't think their economic policy is different?
I mean, like I said, it's
reevaluate that
technically
statement,
different.
Oh, it's technically what? It's imaginarily the same in your head, or like, what are we doing here?
It's so similar that the average person couldn't really distinguish the two.
Really? You can't
Oh,
distinguish
absolutely.
tax cuts and tax hikes. You can't distinguish like pro-union and anti-union policy. You can't distinguish green energy investment and like fossil fuel investment. You can't distinguish those.
No, because the average
No?
person is dealing with taxes
Okay,
and
but you're
wages.
now pivoting again. Why
don't-
can't you
they don't
distinguish between
cover
those
that.
two things?
Wages are low still.
You're just talking
They're
about something
been
other than
low.
what I just said. And I understand maybe you're not used to having to engage with the actual substance instead of pivoting to these talking points that you have. I just gave you multiple serious examples of where they diverge on policy, and you're just giving weird, like, smug
Yeah, and my
one-liners.
answer to that is that those policies are superficial at best and don't materially affect anyone's lives whatsoever.
The people whose lives are most affected are the people who are the most marginalized, right?
And the
Like,
reason why we got
do
Trump
you
was
understand
because
that?
people were suffering. The reason why we got Trump was because people were
Do you
suffering
understand
under
that, though?
Democrats.
The people that are
So-
most affected by these tiny differences are the most marginalized people. Like when you raise an income threshold, for example, by $1,000 to, qualify for Pell Grants, that's like families whose lives are now changed. The average middle class, upper middle class person might not feel it, but it's the most marginalized people, the people that are on Medicaid, the people that need things like Pell Grants or food assistance or public housing. Those are the people who feel most acutely the differences that exist between Democrats and Republicans. If you're privileged enough to say there's no difference, then that says a lot.
And those people who are receiving those benefits, those like socialized medicine, are usually like boomers, and they're usually Republicans, and they're usually against socialism in general.
Boomer Republicans are receiving, what are the programs I just said? Pell Grants and Medicaid?
So, yes, absolutely. The older generations are the people getting all that
So
socialized
old people who
healthcare.
are right
Yes,
wing
absolutely.
shouldn't get like things that I would assume you on the left think that everyone should get?
No, I don't think
That's your
conservatives
and this
should get
again you're
socialized
pivoting.
medicine.
You're pivoting. Like you're saying, oh, these differences between Democrats and Republicans don't matter. I'm saying the differences matter the most to the people that have the least.
Why are you fighting to give a
Why
conservative
can't you just
Fox
address
News
what I'm
person-
saying? Why do you have to like say some other random shit? Why can't you address what I'm saying?
Because you're just mad that your side lost an easily winnable election against the worst candidate of all time because your policies don't affect the working class
I am
whatsoever.
obviously mad that Trump won, and it seems like you're not, right? You said that you wanted him to win so that everything goes to shit, and then you assume something good is going to come after that. But I'm trying to ask you now, we already established
I
that
don't
in the
assume
beginning,
anything. You can't
why you would
predict the
downplay the
future.
relevant differences that exist between the two parties. Like, what is the
Because
point of
I'm trying to explain to you that those differences are so small that people voted for the worst candidate of all
small to
time
who?
over your
that?
candidate.
So small to who? To you?
A vast majority of Americans.
The people who need
Yes, I understand that there's
aid most.
I understand that there's some fringe group of people who like live off of disability and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
okay,
like poor
cool.
disabled people?
We're talking about like the vast majority of people in the United States.
So you don't think there's like any attention that should be paid to like people that are struggling more than just the average person? And
If they're
are you on the
progressive,
left
yeah,
or are
sure.
you on the right or?
If they're progressive, yeah, sure, we should worry about them. But most of the people are not.
Wait, if someone's not a progressive, they should just like die on the street? Or I don't want to misrepresent. Is that what you're saying?
If someone is not a progressive or a leftist, they should not be getting socialized benefits from the government or yes.
So you want to
because
do
they don't support that.
like ideological purity tests to determine whether people get like life-saving healthcare or like financial aid?
I mean, that seems like a pretty good system to me. If you're against socialism, then you don't get socialized benefits. That seems pretty.
Socialism is when welfare?
How much money we would save.
Wait, is socialism when welfare? Is that what you're saying? If
You're
you're
right
against
winger,
socialism, you can't get programs in a capitalist system, these programs
if you're
exist.
if you're a right winger, you get right wing policies and programs, which don't include anything.
Again, you don't address anything I say. You just pivot to some other random thing. I don't know if you noticed that you're doing this or
You're
if
the
it's
one
just
who asked me.
instinctual.
You asked me about
Yeah,
that.
but I'm trying to now interrogate that point, and instead of delving deeper, you just keep restating your point. Like, I understand your point is that people who are conservative shouldn't get that. I'm trying to ask, like, why is that the case? So then you're not actually someone on the left.
Because
you
they don't
believe in like
believe in
tribalism.
it.
Then
Shouldn't you be able to infer that? Because
yeah,
they
and
don't
if someone doesn't believe in
obviously.
it, were they born that way, or was it a result of the environment they're born into and the education and the socialization?
Their environment does not justify their explicitly
Did
evil
I say
beliefs.
justify or explain? I'm not saying justify.
You're trying to say it justifies it somehow.
How are you going to tell me what I'm trying to say when I'm literally telling you what I'm trying to say?
Because
you
not.
haven't once engaged with anything.
Because I'm a human being and I can infer what you're trying to say.
How about instead of trying to infer, you just
Unlike
listen to the
you.
actual words at face value?
Unlike you, who don't seem to know anything at all.
Yeah, I guess you're teaching us so much right now. Why can you not address anything on face value? Why are you always like pivoting to something else? Or
and
trying
all
to
you
make
have
it
is like all you can do
semantics?
is like insult me.
I'm just how are you on? Like, what is your
here's your debate.
final end state?
Here's your debate.
What do you
you're
want
so
out of
bad.
politics?
You're so bad at this.
What do you want out of
Here,
politics?
I'll mimic you.
Can
you're
you just
so bad
explain
at everything.
what your goal in politics is?
so
Someone said
bad.
communist.
I'm going to
he
interrupt
apparently
you.
is like a pro-Trump communist. He's happy Trump won.
I'm going to interrupt you and just say that you're bad.
Yeah. Can you just expound on any of your beliefs?
And you're like so bad at everything you do.
Oh yeah.
Like that's your entire argument basically.
I've asked you
Just
multiple clarifying questions.
Over
and
and
I've
over
tried
again.
to elucidate differences between serious polls, and you're characterizing that as me just calling you bad?
That's literally what you've been doing. Every other sentence
you're
is you
so
calling
right.
me
Then
that.
let me do something different. Spoiler alerts, what I was already doing. Can you explain why it doesn't matter to you that poor people will be deprived of things like healthcare and education and housing benefits if Republicans win versus Democrats? Like, why do you not value that?
Because they need to learn what real capitalism is all about. And if you support capitalistic candidates...
I thought you agreed with me
you're gonna
earlier that just saying capitalism doesn't really give us much information because there's like a million different forms of capitalism. So it's not very helpful for our analysis.
Yeah, so
to just say,
all
capitalism,
forms of
bad.
capitalism,
Yep.
yeah, every single form of capitalism, 100% of them, every single different faction produces this insane suffering and brutality. So if you support it at all, then you kind of, I don't really feel bad when you get capitalistic policies thrown in your face. You know what I mean?
So instead of trying to change people's minds, you want to punish them if they don't already agree with you?
Yeah, it's kind of like you. Like, you support capitalism, so you're going to experience what happens when we put these private firms in charge of everything. That's what we're going to experience.
Do you think I support private firms being in charge of everything?
Are you a capitalist?
Depends how you define capitalism. I think public ownership is great in some sectors and not in other sectors.
Well, you're going to see what this private.
Well, you're planning something. What do you
do.
mean? I'm going to see. What are you planning? Tell us. How are you going to change the world?
The entire world is already collapsed from
and
this.
how are you going to? The world is your oyster. How are you going to take the collapsing world and turn it
I
into
have
whatever
nothing to do with it.
utopia.
I don't control populations of people.
No, but
It's up
you
to
said you had a
humanity.
rationale behind supporting
It's up
Trump.
to humanity to fix things.
Now you're just a passerby and like an observer. You said your rationale for supporting Trump is that he's
Yes,
going to
I'm
make
literally
things so
just
much.
I'm not.
I thought I was the one interrupting, but now you haven't
leader.
let me finish anything, and you just keep
I
characterizing
don't
me
lead
as bad.
populations
So,
of people.
You said you supported Trump because you thought it would usher in such horrible circumstances that something afterwards would be better. And now you're saying, oh, I can't control. I'm just watching this all happen and it's out of my control.
Yes.
So which one is it?
Yes. So I'm one person in a
Same.
country of 350 billion people,
Same.
and I don't have any political control whatsoever. So I'm by definition just a passerby and an onlooker of what is going to happen.
But are you like an individualist? Like we can form coalitions with other people and have democratic change in a society, right? So one individual person can't do anything, but when like-minded people get together, then they can make change happen. Do you disagree with that, or?
Yeah. So when there's a mass movement for
this, like, just
socialism,
throwing
I
your
will
hands
gladly.
And saying,
will
oh,
gladly
well, just
join
whoop-de-doo.
Well, your entire argument is I haven't started a mass movement to
I
change
haven't made
the
an
world.
argument. I've asked you questions.
I'm not really sure that that's the best.
I haven't made an
tactic.
argument. I've asked you questions, and you get like increasingly more and more upset when I ask you basic questions to just clarify your position.
I would, yeah. When someone asks me something ridiculous and time wasting,
It's ridiculous to ask like how are Democrats and Republicans different than each other, or like what is your plan to make things better if you think it's justified to support Trump, who is now leading to untold amounts of death and destruction and suffering.
Yes, absolutely. It's ridiculous to say what are you going to do to change the world yourself.
I didn't ask you that.
That is a ridiculous premise. Absolutely.
Do you seriously not understand what I'm asking or what I'm saying?
You said, what are you going to do about this?
Did I say you and you alone? You only?
Yes, you literally
said
what
you
are
and you alone
going to do about this? Yes.
And if you had said work with others to form coalitions, I would have said no, it has to be just you.
Come on.
Come on.
I don't have a coalition. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. What do you think like politics is?
Host is a goofball.
Sharing your ideas and forming coalitions and trying to persuade people. Like, what is your theory of just how politics should even work? You're saying, oh yeah, I supported Trump and now everything's going to suck and peace out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, because you're doing so much with your 100-viewer live.
Don't address anything I'm saying.
You are really.
I never claimed I'm doing anything with this live. Like, why can't you just engage with what I'm saying? Why
so
is it so hard?
my argument is, what are you doing? Okay, so what are you doing?
I'm working with at least 100 other people on here to do something in terms of spreading information or spreading my ideas. Right? I've done so on bigger platforms, debating people like Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens or Andrew Wilson or whoever they may be, right-wing people. I'm just trying to ask you, like, what is your theory of change other than just I want quite Trump
literally what
to
I'm
win.
doing too.
Bro, just relax for a second. What is your theory of change other than Trump's going to win and things are going to get bad and then the good guys are going to win? I'm just asking for more details because it's a very, very vague thing.
So Trump bad. We want good. We vote good.
What are you doing? I asked you such a straightforward question that wasn't even a gotcha.
Bad now.
You could have given
good later. Vote, make good. We vote. Me vote. You vote.
Is this guy okay?
Vote for good. You.
Can you just answer
evil
my question?
If that's such evil, go away.
If voting is so silly, then just help us figure out the alternative because you know so much. That's all I'm trying to ask you. I don't know why you're getting so upset about that.
Yeah, I'm explaining. I'm trying to explain it to you in a way that you would understand.
You're bad just, now. Being flippant.
Bad now. Vote good. Good become now. Understand?
Not really, no.
I can't explain it.
I can't tell how much you're trolling or you're like being legit. But like, were you really? Do you think that is like an adversarial question?
You asked me what I want to do, and I said I want to. I just asked you
open-endedly, like, what is your theory of politics, and you just started doing whatever that was. Because you're saying that, like, hold on, you're saying
you asked me what I want to do.
You're saying my theory of like voting in change is like so silly, haha, good later, bad now, whatever you're saying. Then what is the alternative to that? That's all I'm asking you. It's what I've been trying to ask you for the whole time, and you are just saying you want to punish conservatives and like making fun of voting.
I've literally told you what the alternative is multiple times, but you
said
just
that
don't
things
care.
Are going to get so bad under Trump, and then I'm just unclear on what the mechanism is afterwards for like.
No, I've told you what the
socialist?
mechanism. You forgot.
You said that capitalism is going to hurt people so much that just socialism is going to fall out of the sky, or communism. I don't know what you are, but
oh, there you go. So do you want me to repeat myself, or do you actually remember?
Wait, that's an accurate description of what you're believing?
You said the answer, so do you want me to repeat what I said earlier, or what's going on?
Okay, so I did say the answer.
I can repeat myself.
So your belief is that communism is going to fall...
You repeated what I said.
Yeah, and you heard what I just said, right? It's going to fall out of the sky?
You repeated what I said.
Bro, just relax for a second. It's going to fall out of the sky?
Yes.
That's what I just
Trump
said.
is bad. Socialism will come after. Correct.
And you don't think any deeper analysis is needed for that without getting super angry and defensive about it?
Good job. You repeated what I said. I'm glad you were getting somewhere.
Thanks so much. I'm sure everyone here has gained like 10 IQ points just from hearing you speak, and maybe we can gain even more if you actually expand on your views instead of just giving us 3-word answers.
Again, do you not know how our transfer of power works in the system? We vote for someone better. You don't know that we do that?
But you don't do that. That's why I'm asking you clarifying questions.
So Trump is now, then we vote for socialists in the future. That changes things. Understand now?
Why do you
Do
think
you understand
that the
how this
left,
process
I actually
works?
don't. Why do you think that the socialists would win?
Because Trump has imploded everything and
What
there's no
percentage
other
of the
alternative.
country do you think, if you ballpark, and I'm asking for an exact number, what percentage of the country do you think is socialist?
Over half of the Democratic Party.
What percentage of the country?
I don't know what that percentage of the country is.
I'm not asking.
You do not
It's
need
not a
100.
gotcha question.
You
I'm just
don't
asking
need
for your broad
100%.
understanding
Okay,
of
well,
how
I'm
popular
giving
it
you
is.
a broad number. More than half of the current members of the Democratic
That's not
Party
the question I asked you.
are explicit socialist or socialist adjacent.
They're nominally socialist, like as in Bernie Sanders, which is just social democracy, which is just capitalism. But I'm trying to get your sense of like the population of the country, just like where do you think it stands? Because I think it's like a pretty center, maybe even center right country, maybe center left on some economic issues. And for you to think that Trump is going to usher in some kind of Marxist revolution, or it's going to cause some kind of Marxist party to come to power,
we can socialist control,
bro. Just
socialist
relax.
control New York City.
You can let me finish my point without we don't have to argue. I don't know why you're trying to make this like adversarial. I'm trying to understand something, and you're just making this like weird.
Something.
Huh?
You're like on something.
I'm on something. What am I on?
I don't know. Something.
And you're sober as hell. This is just how you are normally.
You just seem very amped up and very like.
You know, you're right.
Angry.
I happen to get angry when people are having their rights violated and Iranian children are being killed and people's healthcare is being stripped away. You're right. That does bother me a little bit. And I get confused when people on the left say they supported Trump because they're accelerationists, and then they can't even expound on how that theory works beyond one level of analysis.
So you love it when we put a Democrat in charge and they keep the imperial core of the Western countries running well because that affects you.
Was he upset when Kamala Harris supported genocide? Yeah, you clearly don't watch my content if you think I'm pro-genocide.
You don't care about all the brutality around the world that capitalism causes because you yourself are not affected by it.
Notice how instead of engaging with anything I'm saying, you're just now telling me what I believe, which contradicts everything I've actually said.
That is what you believe.
Really?
You want to put in a Democrat that continues the empire, that continues the brutality, because it'll affect you if it goes to shit.
I've never said that. I actually am pretty to the left of most Democrats, but it's good to know that you've apparently read my mind and you figured out something that even I'm not aware of. I guess it's my subconscious. This guy is like figuring out my deepest, most conservative thoughts, I guess, that even I'm not aware of. But okay, I mean, anything else you'd like to contribute? I'm not sure where this conversation's going. I hope whatever you get to get out, you got it out, but...
Yeah, your Democratic candidate was so unpopular that they lost to a maniac like Trump because they decided to be a corporate stooge and support non-left-wing worker policies, and also did a G side, and that caused your candidate to lose to Donald Trump, the most maniacal candidate of all time.
Everyone knows, guys. I picked Kamala. It was me. I said, Joe, you got to put in Kamala. It was me. Let me just ask you.
Hopefully you move more to the left.
You think
and
Kamala Harris?
Some actual worker views.
You think Kamala Harris lost because she wasn't left-wing enough on policy?
Absolutely, she did.
Then how come when you do actual polling, blind policy comparisons, it was like 70% of the country preferred her policy platform to Trump's, but then Trump still won? Because I'm sure even you would have to admit Kamala's to Trump's left.
She lost because no one came out. None of the left coalition came out to vote for her. That's why she lost. She lost because she did not motivate the left wingers to come out.
I'm gonna ask
exactly why she lost.
Again. You would at least agree Kamala Harris is to the left of Trump, right? Even if you think she's right wing overall, she's to the left.
Slightly.
Okay, fine, very slightly. And you believe that the American public prefers more left, so then why would they vote for the right wing guy?
Because Donald Trump did not win because of a mass voter turnout. He won because the Democratic side did not come out to vote for Kamala Harris. That's why.
No, he actually did win because he got massive turnout from like Gen Z men, from young black men, from young Hispanic men, a lot of suburban people that typically voted Democrat. Like there were a lot of sea changes that happened in terms of the voter makeup that helped Trump win. On top of that, Democrats did lose some support, but you're saying Kamala Harris lost because she wasn't left-wing enough. And I'm just trying to test if that's the case, then why would the super right-wing guy win? I'm just not understanding the logic there. Maybe you can explain it to us because I'm on something and you're super smart. So maybe he's looking it up. In the meantime, let's see if we have any MAGA people in the guest requests while this guy's doing whatever he's doing. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 30.
And you support Trump?
No, I don't.
Do you disagree with any of the prompts on the screen?
No.
Oh, the guy
Not
dropped?
really.
What the hell?
Yeah, I
Damn.
was gonna say that I think that MAGA is not a political movement.
Wait, real
That
quick. I didn't catch your answer. Do you disagree with any of the prompts on the screen or no?
No, I don't disagree with any of them.
Oh, did you want to debate something or?
No, I was just gonna chime in for like 5 seconds,
Sure,
and
sure,
then you
sure.
can drop me. I know you're looking for opposition.
Go
First
for it.
off, that guy's not a communist or a socialist. That guy's a government plant, and I hate to say it
I
that
wish,
way,
but no,
but
there's a lot of people like that.
I mean, his voice is modified in a way that's weird, and that you couldn't do it
He did kind
independently.
of give me like frat guy energy, but at the same time, he was like Yeah, he was interesting. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
he was. I don't know. That gives me. I'm familiar with the works of the CIA, and that feels weird. And I'm only familiar with it because I've read books and I've read. It just seems like a psyop. But
Yeah.
apart from that, I just don't think you would get a socialist with a white savior complex to stand up here and say with a straight face that people need to suffer so that we could bring about the socialist revolution. Even if that is the case, that would be weird. The second point I was going to bring is that I do think people are more accepting of left-leaning policies. I just don't think that they didn't vote for I don't think people vote based on I don't think most people vote based on political viewpoints. They base more of their beliefs on political narratives, which
I
I
agree.
think are more
I don't
compelling.
think policy wins you an election unless you're like
I don't
a
think
very
policy
good
wins you an
communicator.
election either.
Yeah.
I think policy really just policy is something that gives you a legacy for Americans, but it's not something that wins elections. And I think that Donald Trump's movement is not political. It's not inherently political.
I would say it's
not
it's
consistent.
cultural, sociocultural.
It's cultural.
Yeah.
It's cultural.
Yeah.
I think it's cultural. I think it's heavily dependent on social identifiers, and I think that guy is actually a great example of it. But anyway,
totally agree.
you probably want opposition, but I just had to discredit. I'm a socialist.
No worries.
I don't support that guy. That guy's weird. Socialists are not like that.
I know most socialists are not like that. Yeah, I know.
They're
That's
not like
a
that.
common
But you have a
person.
good night, dude.
You too, man.
I'll
You
make
too.
you
Take
dinner.
care. Hey, how old are you?
20?
And you support Trump?
Hell yeah.
And you disagree with any of the prompts on the screen right now?
Yeah, that he's the most corrupt president in modern history. I think he's the greatest president in modern history.
But do you think he's corrupt or no?
I think every president's corrupt.
But I'm saying he's the most corrupt, right? So it's like a relative statement.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. No.
So, okay,
I
so
don't
which
think he's
other
the most
president
corrupt.
has made like multi-billion dollars through the presidency?
Ron Artest.
Okay, you're trolling or? Okay. Okay, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I could actually piggyback off what the last guest was saying. You could actually say that Biden was a bit more biased because there is proof that there was, I think interference or Russian or like payments or something like that from left-wing creators.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to. What did you just say?
Yeah, sorry. No, I was saying that I could actually honestly piggyback off the last guest, what he was saying, because there were like left-wing creators received money from Russia or something like that. Are you familiar with those stories or not too familiar?
I know right-wing. I know Tenet Media, Tim Pool and Dave Rubin and Lauren Chen were receiving Russian money.
Wow, dude, there you go. Always trying to turn the argument on the other person.
I haven't heard of left-wing creators getting Russian money.
No, I'm just saying that there's an argument to be made. You know what I mean? Now, to the extent of
What's
who
the
was
argument to be made? Make it.
well, Biden was corrupt because he tried to go against the Constitution. You know, with the student loan forgiveness. So that is corruption because he's directly going against the government and the Constitution.
How do you go against the Constitution?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to educate you. So he
Please.
tried to pass student loan forgiveness, but the mistake he made is that it was deemed unconstitutional and it was struck down by the Supreme Court. So,
And then he complied, right?
still corrupt because he tried to take advantage.
What do you mean? He
And-
tried to take trying to change public policy is corrupt?
Well, it just falls into the prompt that you have about being corrupt. And then also on that
Yeah.
same note,
Wait, how does it fall into that prompt?
he's corrupt.
You're just saying he's corrupt. Why is he corrupt? You're saying because he wanted to forgive student loans and the court said no, and then he said okay. How's that corrupt?
You know, well, that's a piece of the puzzle. Another piece
What's
of
the puzzle?
is
What is the picture that this puzzle is showing us?
Yeah, I'm glad to educate you. So when he pardoned his son, Hunter Biden, that's also corruption. That's corruption. You know it. You
No,
can't.
that
even
was
deny it.
smart. That was
No,
smart.
you're trying to justify it, but you know it's
No,
still
I'm not
corruption.
trying to. I will justify it. It is justifiable.
Wow.
It's super defensible.
Yeah, but you're
Biden
not.
should have pardoned more people. Jack Smith should have been pardoned.
Oh wow! So you're saying he should have been even
Merrick
more corrupt?
Garland, Dr.
Yeah, you're saying.
Fauci,
See, this is.
James Comey, Letitia James, all of them.
You're going against your own prompt, man. You're saying he should have been more corrupt, dude. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Let me know
man.
when
This
you
is just.
catch your breath and I can respond.
I can't do this. Is just too easy, dog. I feel guilty. I'm sorry, dude. I feel bad dog walking you like this, man. You have a good night. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was certainly something. And did we get a single? I'm pretty sure that guy was a troll. LMAO, he served you? Okay. That was Rich, same guy every live. Yeah, I think he's a troll. I think he's a troll. Although you can't tell these days because the people that are left in MAGA are not the brightest, not the sharpest tools in the shed. Preston, I see you in the... Oh, never mind. I don't see you in the guest requests. Out of the 127 people here, not a single one supports Donald Trump. Really. No more guest requests. That's a little disappointing. I guess it's not surprising, though. Let's see what the latest is on his approval numbers. I guess we can't be that shocked. Or maybe this is a MAGA person? We'll see. Hey, how old are you?
Yeah, 19.
And you support Trump?
I want to start first by saying, like, is it true that Trump's passing like a forced registration, like selective service thing in December? Like like everyone has to like literally just die for Israel. Like,
I'm pretty sure. Don't you already have to register with selective service once you turn 18? Isn't that like
no, but
mandatory?
it wasn't enforced. Or not. Okay, well, you don't have to, but for joining the army or something, it wasn't enforced since the Vietnam War or something like that. Like, that's what it said. Like,
Are you
December.
talking about the draft, or are you talking about the selective
draft.
service thing that everyone has
Sorry,
to do?
not the draft. It's like automatic now or something like you have like
I mean,
I don't
I'd have to read more into that, but
like
it sounds
mandatory.
So do you
yeah.
not support Trump, or you do, or?
I don't. So I just wanted to ask because I don't know if you would know, but you can kick me if you want. I just wanted to ask.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I need to read more into that. I feel like
because that's crazy. Because like I mean, I have an older sibling around that age group, 18 to 25, and it's like if that's true, like and like Trump authorizes like mandatory like military service, like.
Yeah, I would be surprised if that's what it is. I assume it's just something for selective service registration, which everyone has to do when they turn 18.
Oh, I think I miss like I said the wrong term. Like I didn't. I think it's like an automatic draft.
The only
like
point I'm making is like I don't think in December there's gonna be someone knocking at your door like saying get in the tank. We're going to fucking like I don't know Syria or Iran or something. I doubt that's gonna be the case, but I have to look more into it, so I can't tell you.
Okay.
All right. Draft is not being reinstated, but selective service is being enforced. I didn't know it wasn't enforced before. Interesting. Preston, I see you in the guest request. Are you a Trump supporter or not? They're changing the way selective service works, that anyone in the age range will automatically enroll. I kind of... Am I crazy for saying I kind of like that? It was kind of annoying to have to register myself. You're just saying it's automatic registration now? To the extent that you have to register, I'd rather them do it for me than me do it. I wish they would do that with taxes. I wish the IRS would just do tax stuff itself. They probably could instead of making you fill out your fucking 1040s and get 1099s and all that shit. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 18.
And you said you support Trump?
Yes, sir, bro.
Do you disagree with any of the prompts on the screen?
I absolutely do, bro. I want to fight for Israel. I want to die. I'm sorry, bro. I love you, bro.
How hard is it to just get one Trump supporter? Wizard of Ozempic, are you a Trump supporter? I doubt it. We'll let this guy up, and then I want to pull up Trump's approval numbers because it's starting to get borne out in these lives as well. Hey, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 39, bro.
You support Trump?
Hell yeah, I do.
Actually, or are you troll? You're another troll because no one today
No,
who said they
I'm
support
troll,
Trump
but I
has been
support
for.
Trump, bro.
You disagree with any of the prompts on the screen today?
Let's see. Trump is a threat to the country. No, I think he's doing the right thing. He's the most
Wait, so
corrupt
you do
president
agree
in
the
US
Iran
history.
war is a
That's
disaster? I don't know if
subjective.
you could see the top one.
What's that? Oh, yeah, no, the Iran, you mean how he's absolutely crushing at 5D chess? Yeah.
Okay, so you are trolling.
I'm not trolling. I'm being serious.
You think Trump is playing 5D chess in Iran?
I think that Trump just absolutely decimated the world in terms of American independence and energy, yeah. Why are you laughing?
What is the 5D chess game he's playing in Iran right now? Where he's
America's
backing
gonna
down
control
from
the
his own
Strait of Hormuz,
ultimatums
dude.
and everything is worse off than it was before, I guess.
How is it worse off? We literally blockaded their
Strait of
blockade.
That's not
Do you
worse off?
understand that
That the
we
Strait of
control-
Hormuz is blockaded? That's not worse off?
we control it?
Really? We control it.
Absolutely.
Then how come Iran is still able to block the ships that are taking natural gas to like East Asia or Europe? If
What are
we
you talking
control
about?
it.
The sanctions and the blockade are
No,
only
I mean
for
Iran
Iranian
has shut
oil.
down the strait as well. There's mines, there's people with drones and rocket launchers and shit on the
The
islands.
rich
of the
story
coast.
just went through yesterday. What are you talking about?
Do you think the Strait of Hormuz ship traffic is like back to normal right now?
No, I don't. We're only letting things through that are not Iranian oil.
Do you think only the U.S. is deciding what goes through?
Absolutely.
Not Iran.
Not Iran at all.
Wouldn't that imply that ship traffic is back to normal?
No, we dictate and we sanction Iran. Do you understand how that works?
We already sanctioned Iran. Iran was already
No,
sanctioned.
you're not listening to what I'm saying, man.
Please.
Nobody with Iranian oil at all is leaving the strait.
It's not even about Iranian oil. It's about people.
Yes,
that's,
it is.
That's
That's what
where
the sanctions
that's where a fifth of the world's energy goes through.
No, that doesn't matter. That's where the blockade is.
Wait, what do you mean that doesn't matter?
Because
an energy
yesterday-
crisis, a global energy crisis, doesn't
All right,
matter.
I'll just wait until you're done because you don't understand what you're talking about.
Then please educate us, because it seems like you
Sure,
don't. But
I
maybe
will.
we're just all too
So
low IQ or something.
yesterday, right, the Chinese tanker that got through it, the name is called Rich Starry, right? That was the name of the ship.
Okay.
Are you aware of this?
No.
Okay, a Chinese tanker was let through by the U.S. Navy
Okay.
because the ship originated from the United Emirates and was carrying methanol. Had nothing to do with Iranian oil. That's the reason why it was able to pass through the strait.
That's not
No
even
other ships.
addressing anything I've been saying, though.
No other ships are allowed to pass through. Only ships that originate in Iran or
Do
have
you
Iranian
swear
oil
on like your?
are
I don't know if you have
blockaded.
any living parents. Do you swear on your mom's life you're not trolling right now before I actually do this
Why-
debate?
dude, I'm trying to provide you with real information and you're being disingenuous.
You understand that the Strait of Hormuz was blockaded before Trump sent any ships there, right? By Iran.
You understand that?
Can I just
that
get an answer
you're-
to that question?
Yes, I'm aware, but you
So if
understand.
someone's already blockading the
See,
strait
it's
and then
not-
you go and stand in front of their blockade and say we shut shit down, it's like, okay, bro, it was already
was
shut down.
was Iran getting paid? And was Iran?
Why can't you just
dictating-
address what I'm saying?
Why can't you just let me speak?
Because you can't just. This is not a speech. We're having a back and forth debate, and
I'm
I've
not having a
addressed.
speech. I'm
I've
simply
addressed
stating
your
the facts.
points, and you're not addressing my rebuttals.
Did
to
Iran
your,
let any ships?
You're not
through the strait?
addressing my rebuttals to your points.
Did Iran let any ships?
You're not
through the
addressing
strait?
my rebuttals to your points. I can address your next point once you address my rebuttal to your previous point.
Sure. What's your point?
You're acting like the U.S. has any control here. The Strait of Hormuz is already shut down before the U.S. got there, and Iran
It
was
wasn't
charging
shut
tolls.
down.
Iran was
That's
charging.
the fucking point I'm trying to make.
Iran was charging tolls, and they had discretion
Yes.
over who was passing through.
Right. And what are they now?
Are they now what? Are they still blocking people? Yes.
No. Are they now accepting tolls?
I'm not sure if they are as of yesterday,
the
but
answer is no,
they
because
did.
we
They were
blockaded
as
the
of a few
blockade.
days ago. They were charging tolls.
No, they weren't.
Yes,
Once the blockade
This was
went
reported in
effect,
the
it stopped.
Financial Times.
Once the blockade went in, it stopped
How would that stop?
because we're not letting anything through.
So now nothing's going through. So we're back to the status quo
Correct.
before Iran
We
started
only
charging
allow-
tolls.
the only thing
which
going
is again to bring it full circle.
You're not listening.
You're not letting me finish my point. This
Because
is
you
just
don't make
going
any
full
points. You don't know
circle
what you're talking
to
about.
how I opened up, which is that we're now back to the Strait of Hormuz being fully closed, essentially.
No, it's
just
not,
like
dude,
it was.
You're not listening,
bro.
Do you understand geography?
Start responding to my argument before I finish
Do
making
you
it.
understand geography?
Bro, can I just finish
Is
an
the United
argument
Emirates,
before
is
you
the
interrupt?
United Emirates on the same side or the opposite side of Iran?
Bro, it's like, I don't know if you're being bad faith or you're not
I'm not being bad
understanding
faith. I
social
just don't know what
cues
you're
that like
talking
you should
about,
let
man.
someone finish what they're saying before you interrupt them.
Is Iran charging tolls right now?
Like today?
Like since the blockade started, bro.
I'd have to
Since we
check.
started the
I'd have to
blockade.
check. They
Yeah,
the
the
day
answer's
after
no.
after the ceasefire was announced, they were charging
No,
tolls.
no. Since we instituted our blockade, the answer's no.
Okay, and that's because the U.S. said that ships that pay the toll are not going to be allowed to pass through. I understand that, but you're missing that the Strait of Hormuz, anyone could pass through before Trump did this, right?
No, only people that Iran was dictating can pass.
Before the
paid.
Iran war, I'm saying.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so when going full circle here, I said the world is now worse off than it was before Trump initiated this war, and you're like, no, it's not. He shut the Strait down, and I'm saying,
Trump
isn't that, bro?
we're
Let me
cutting
just
off
finish.
China's
What
oil.
are you doing?
How much, dude? What are we doing? We're
It's,
controlling
I flesh
American
out
energy.
one argument. You're like, no, but Trump is awesome.
The world
Bro,
is better off. You literally just said that they were dictating the blockade was useless, and I debunked you.
The
in real
blockade
time.
was useless in regards to opening up the Strait of Hormuz.
Bro, if you control the Strait of Hormuz, do you dictate who goes through?
Bro, if you control the Strait of Hormuz, you're going to cause a global energy crisis. Like, what are you not
Yeah.
understanding?
Did we
here?
let methanol? No, because they're all buying it from the United States now. What
at
the fuck?
higher
You guys are
prices
so-
because a
you
fifth
guys
of
are
the
so
supply
dense,
is now gone.
Guys, I don't care. Like,
Dude,
so
in
you're saying
Italy,
the
they're
world would
doing
be better
fucking
off.
Zoom classes because they're rationing gas. What are you talking
And that's
about?
your problem, Hal?
That's it's a problem for the world.
It's a problem for the world? The
Yes.
world that relies on Iranian oil for their exports.
You understand that all the oil going through there is not oil from like Iran, right? Like there's the UAE has oil fields there as well. It's just a passageway through the strait, and
oil fields are
geographically,
literally going through the strait.
dude,
right now,
I
right?
like never mute people, but if you're gonna interrupt me, I'm gonna mute you. I'm giving you a
Well,
warning
then-
now.
then understand
we can
what
have
you're
a back
talking
and
about.
forth. But here's what you do. I start making a point. You interrupt me 3 words in before I can flesh it out, and then say your point makes no sense. Maybe because I couldn't finish the point. Did you ever consider this?
Did you consider that the
Okay,
UAE's
you're not
oil?
even gonna address it. Just completely
No,
move
see,
on.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
And
UAE's
that's it.
oil is going through the strait, you fucking idiot.
To which countries?
To any countries that they're delivering it to. That's the point I'm trying to make. But you're too fucking stupid to understand how the sanctions
Any
work
country
in Iran.
that's circular. The oil is going to the people the oil
You
is
just
going
said
to.
that they're
True,
not- oh my
true.
God,
So
dude.
true.
You fucking have no clue what you're talking about, dude.
You know when you
The
have to
youth of
resort
today
to
is
like
fucking
insults,
sad.
it means you're probably not doing too well on the substance, maybe?
No, it's frustrating dealing with somebody
It's
that's a
frustrating
first-order
dealing with
thinker.
someone who won't let you make a point. Won't let you finish a point.
Right, because you won't,
So-
because you're framing a narrative that's untrue.
You agreed with me that the Strait of Hormuz is open before this. I said now we're
Dude,
worse
of
off
course it's
because the
open
Strait of
before
Hormuz
this.
is closed.
Nobody's
which
making
is
that argument.
Bro, just relax, okay? Just calm down. Let me flesh out a point. I've been trying to flesh out the same point, by the way, the whole time. It's not like I'm making 100 different points here.
You had no idea what you're talking
The
about.
Strait of Hormuz
You're fucking talking
had
around
open
circles.
traffic before Trump attacked Iran with Israel. Then Iran used the only point of leverage they had in trying to blockade, and they implanted mines, these sea mines, which now they can't even remove them, and we decommissioned some of our minesweepers anyways last year, so now we're asking for European help, which is a whole different story. But the entire point that I was making here is that you said this is 5D chess, and I'm saying how is it 5D chess when all of the ultimatums he was giving to open the Strait of Hormuz, he's the one who backed down from his own ultimatums, and now we're in a position where a fifth of the world's energy supply is facing some kind of friction, and in some cases is completely grinded to a halt.
Because not American. We're not suffering from this, dude. That's the point you're
Is
not
your answer
understanding.
to that just because not American?
Because the whole point of him doing
Can
this
you
is
just,
to cut off.
what does that even mean?
Jesus Christ! You won't even let me fucking talk.
Okay,
man.
please explain what does because not American mean. Go ahead.
You're just gonna cut me off again, aren't you? Like, this whole purpose of doing this is to cut off Chinese energy. You understand that, right?
That's not.
You don't
true.
understand
That's
that.
not true.
It is
This
very
is not
true.
how Trump would behave if that was the case. And I can
That's
explain
not-
why if
see,
you'd like to
again,
let me
you have
make
no
an
idea
argument.
how much China relies on Iran.
This guy
It's
makes an
unbelievable.
argument, and then if you try to respond, he's like, "No, you can't respond. That's ridiculous." I can
Yeah,
tell
how
you.
much-
I
how
can
much-
tell
how
you
much
why.
oil comes out of Iran?
I can
How
tell
much
you
Chinese oil
why.
comes out of Iran?
I can tell you why,
How much oil
I can
comes
tell-
out of Iran
bro.
for China?
bro. Can you just relax and let me respond?
No,
I'm
answer my
happy to have a
question.
debate with you. Why would
Because
I
I'm
answer
not
this
even gonna
question
debate
when you
with you
won't let
any
me
further
answer
if
the
you
question
can't
you
tell me
asked
how
like
much
10
they
minutes
rely on
ago?
How much oil does China rely on from Iran?
As I was
How
saying,
much of their oil?
as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted.
How
by
much
this.
oil?
How about I answer what you were saying earlier, and then I can answer your next question? That's how a conversation would work. Understood? Great. I'm glad we're on the same page here. The argument that I'm making is if this was some kind of 5D chess move by Trump, he wouldn't be behaving the way he's behaving because he was giving ultimatums to Iran to open the strait. He was saying, if you don't open the strait, you're all going to go to hell. I'm going to bomb your...
That was part of the plan, bro.
This guy
it was
is
never
like
to open it.
allergic
It was
to letting someone flesh out an argument.
No, because you don't...
I'm just going to keep muting you if you don't let me finish
It
my
was
point.
never going to be...
I'm just trying to make a point, dude. You can respond. Just let me make my point. Like, why are you doing this? Okay, I think he understands.
They would never open it, man.
I think he understands. Or maybe he's scared of letting someone flesh out a point because he knows that his argument only stands when it's given unchallenged.
Trump knew.
This is a lot of the MAGA logic,
Trump
by
knew,
the way.
man.
Their arguments only make sense if... What the fuck just happened to my camera?
So fucking ugly that it blocked you.
Okay, that one.
Trump knew that they would never open the strait, you fucking dunce.
See, this is classic MAGA. Their argument only makes sense if
classic
no one
leftist
can challenge
nonsense.
it. If someone
You don't know
actually
what
gets
you're
the
talking
opportunity
about,
to challenge their argument, okay, this guy's just getting kicked. You can hop back on if you want, if you promise to not interrupt, bro. It's like not that hard, I promise. I promise it's not that hard, okay? Let's see. What just happened? Hold on, my camera, my TikTok Live Studio is like tweaking out. Bear with me for a second. Okay, there we go. Bro, I'm happy to debate these topics if it's a debate and not just a speech. And you notice this when you debate a lot of MAGA people, their arguments only make sense if they're given in a vacuum and like no one can challenge them. The second their arguments have to stand up to scrutiny or cross-examination or comparing what they say to the actual evidence, you're a dunce. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, bro. How about I just finish what I'm saying? Any more guest requests? Let's see if this guy's MAGA. And to the guy who was crashing out earlier, you can get back in the request if you're down to just have a normal debate. I'm happy to debate you. You just have to calm down a little bit. If you agree with me, I won't kick you off. That's so true, Costa. That's exactly what I said. This is how you know MAGA is smart. Look how good Costa's comprehension of the English language is. I say don't interrupt, and he says anyone who disagrees gets kicked. It's like 10,000 IQ. Okay, this guy's not loading. Okay, well, I guess we just covered the whole gamut of MAGA. That was probably a pretty accurate representation of the people that are left in the movement at this point. And on that point, I was going to bring up the Trump approval polls recently, because I was saying the reason it's so hard to find debates nowadays is because it's slim pickings to choose from right now. It's not exactly a great time to be a Trump supporter, especially with the Jesus picture. I feel like it's been really different recently. Hold on. Let me switch to screen share. There we go. These numbers are fucking crazy. And I always bring these up specifically because they take into account the strength of the approval and the strength of the disapproval. And what you see is when Trump first came in from his second term, the strong disapproval of him was barely 32%, not even a third. And the strong approval of him was also around a third, around 34%, slightly higher. And what you see at this point is that his strong disapproval is at 46%. This is on average. And his strong approval is down to 24%. And that puts into perspective this massive change. The weak approval and disapproval are pretty static, but people that were like super rah Trump are really quiet now, and a lot of them actually hate Trump, and the people that hated Trump have only grown in size. It baffles me that people find any right in his actions in his second term. I don't think that I think it's motivated reasoning. They support Trump, they hate the left, and the left they're all dunces, and they want to chop up your children and put them in dresses or whatever, and they work backwards from left evil to just anyone who opposes the left must be like the fucking second coming of Christ, literally speaking, apparently. But I think this is really illustrative as to why we don't get any debates anymore. Although make sure you're double tapping the live, following up above, subscribe on YouTube, join the Discord, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo on the link tree in my bio, but YouTube and Discord are free to join/subscribe. I guess I can see if there's any news to cover, but I was kind of banking on getting some debates today, but apparently there's not many people to go around at this point. Well, I missed some of the chat. Guest bragging on taxing the entire world. Yeah, this guy was saying that Trump was playing 5D chess. I think that's what has to be left at this point, is like, if you're still supporting Trump's war in Iran, you have to try to characterize it as like, it might look like he's losing, but that's the point. He thought about this 10 years ago and everything's been part of his master plan. When in reality, he clearly didn't think this through. He wanted the Strait of Hormuz to get opened. That's why he threatened genocide against Iran. And then when they didn't open it, when his threats didn't work, then he's like, if we can't open the strait, then we'll just close it too. Genius. And I guess on the margin, just like, okay, the ships that were paying these cryptocurrency tolls to Iran, now they're not going to do that because the U.S. is waiting for them on the other side. But you could argue it's actually making things worse, because now you're reducing the supply even more just to do some kind of, I don't even know what you're trying to do there, but they truly think his last day he will reveal something amazing. Yeah, he thinks it's going to be like the 2012 pranksters, where like someone goes and just commits straight up assault and like, oh, there's a camera over there, bro. There's a camera over there. It's just a prank. It's a prank. Bro, what? This is the cope. This is the cope they have to do now. Let's see if there's any breaking news. Pakistani mediators arrive in Iran to keep peace talks alive. I don't think that's going to work. I don't know what incentive Iran has. The thing right now with the war that's so interesting is that it seems like, materially speaking, it's not been great for Iran. Like, it's been the infrastructure has been decimated by and large. But wars are not really necessarily won, materially speaking. In terms of strategic positioning, Iran has gained a lot. Iran strategically, I think it's a very strong argument. I think it's the only argument that Iran strategically is actually in a much stronger place today than they were prior to Trump's attack with Israel. And the U.S. is worse off. And the thing is, the U.S., even materially, I mean, higher gas prices, which, again, the inflation was already ticking up before this. We were already on track for over 3.5% annual inflation based on the, not just the BLS numbers, but what are the other numbers? I'm blanking on the other inflation numbers we get. There's the CPI and I don't know why I'm tripping on this. I brought it up last time. It's eluding me right now. But point being, inflation was already trending up. And when you raise the cost of energy, what happens? The cost of all goods and services also goes up. And it's like, there's literally, I've yet to see what is like the big benefit of this. Oh, we destroyed their air force and their conventional military. Anyone who was paying attention here knew that Iran was never like a big military power. We were worried about their conventional forces, right? Iran's thing has always been asymmetrical warfare. And they've always had that leverage point of Hormuz, which apparently Trump didn't even consider. Did you major in political? I majored in economics. I have an economics degree. Is this Will guy a Trump supporter? I can't tell. Hating just to hate, the strongest argument for Iran, and there is only one argument. Wow, that's a hard cope. Okay, if this Will guy is a actual Trump supporter, maybe I'm misinterpreting what he's saying. If he wants to prove he's not a bot or a coward, he can hop in the guest box, or he can keep being a keyboard warrior. That's up to him. He's playing 5D checkers with himself. I think he's playing tic-tac-toe on a fucking napkin by smearing ketchup on it. I don't think there's any checkers or chess. There's nothing coherent happening here. When you say this is chess or checkers or even tic-tac-toe like I did, that implies some kind of coherence. Immediate Trump supporter because I disagree. Typical response. I literally asked, am I misinterpreting or is this guy a Trump supporter? So you're checking another box of the victim complex. And if you disagree, if you want to debate, you can hop in the guest box. I'm happy to have a respectful conversation with you or a respectful debate. But if you want to be salty in the chat, you're free to do that. I guess it boosts me in the algorithm a little bit. Trump has cognitive decline, opposition request stuff. I don't know how much opposition's out there. A lot of the accounts, they have like 0 followers, no profile picture, and I would assume they're bots from bot farms that are just sent out there to make it look like Trump has support, when in reality it's fallen off a cliff. Or it's people who support Trump, but they don't really want to say that they support Trump or actually have to stand on it. I'm just pointing out your words, lol. Don't get mad. I'm furious. Furious, Will. How dare you? I'm fuming. Maybe I'm crazy. I could have sworn I asked if he was a Trump supporter or if I was misinterpreting what he said. But notice how he didn't address my invite to the guest box. Notice how he didn't address that. He just instead said something else. But that's fine. Maybe he didn't want to debate. That's fine. Speaking of these people having no more support, by the way, I want to switch back to my review and pull something up real quick. No, you did. You did say that. This is the thing, dude. I have a habit of giving people benefit of the doubt, and it doesn't work when people are like straight up gaslighters who are just like, they lie about shit. Did everyone see this Turning Point USA event where Erica Kirk, she couldn't make it. She just couldn't make it because there was a security threat. And as everyone knows, when there's a security threat, you keep away people that you want to keep safe. And that's why they sent JD Vance anyways. This is why her excuse made no sense. And it ended up being the case that the event was empty. There was no one there. Or not no one there, but hold on. This shit is actually crazy. Here we go. And let me make this a little bit bigger. That's better. And I'll zoom in. Turning Point USA seems to have misestimated crowd size for Vance. Atkins Ford Arena, less than 25% filled for the vice president.
So the most obvious example is a little bit.
I'm telling you, there's no one left in MAGA. This is why there's no one in the guest box right now. They're not in the bleachers. They're not in my guest box. They're nowhere. They're nowhere. They're in Trump's imagination, and they're Russian and Chinese bot farms, maybe.
It doesn't bother me when he speaks on issues of the day. Frankly, even when I disagree with how he's applying particular principles. So the most obvious example is a little bit.
That's actually embarrassing.
It doesn't bother when he speaks on issues of the day.
Wow.
Frankly,
what a fall from grace. You know damn well they rented out this arena or they booked this arena expecting a fully packed show. And it's funny. Where is Erica Kirk's thing? I think Candace Owens actually quote tweeted her. The right wing infighting is also so funny. Okay, here it is. I was so looking forward to tonight's event at the TP at the University of Virginia, I'm tripping. At the University of Georgia with our Vice President J.D. Vance. But after all our family has been through, I take my security team's recommendations extremely seriously. Thank you to our amazing Georgia chapter for your support. The obvious question here, if there's a security threat, you'd think that they wouldn't send the vice president, but I actually am going to come to Erica Kirk's defense here. I think that the fact that J.D. Vance went is proof that she's being honest. They've been sending this man on a humiliation ritual for the ages. They sent him to Pakistan for a negotiation that was never going to do anything. It was never going to be anything. I think that was clear on the outset. And now they were told there's a security risk at this stadium in Georgia. Like, JD, you should go there. You should go check it out. I'm sure it's safe. And in fairness, it is safe because when there's no one there, I guess there's less security risk, right? There's less people to do stuff. But it's funny how the right wing... the right wing has just completely imploded on itself to the point where, number one, these people are all turning on each other. They all hate each other. And their actual supporters, the people that actually give them political power and political capital, are nowhere to be seen. They're nowhere. And this is why Trump wants to rig the midterms. I mean, this is why I think there's a good chance he succeeds, which is what I'm worried about. But this is why. They know they're cooked. The Jesus picture was like not even the final nail in the coffin. It was like the final shovel of dirt burying the coffin. And I'm being metaphorical here before someone says I'm like inciting violence or some Antifa shit. Are you a liberal, moderate, or do you not affiliate with a party? I'm all of the above. I'm an independent, liberal, progressive. Okay? And oh my God. I guess if we're not doing debates, I'm just going to pull up that I need to watch this. The Trump DoorDash thing. And am I late on this? Do people not want to watch this? And I agree. You have to make it too big to rig. I agree. Although I don't, with what they're planning, I don't know if that's going to work, but I hope.
Hold on. Let's listen in here.
Where's the full? Was it posted on the White House website? Okay, yeah. This is like a bad skit, bro. Hold on. And I have to. This no tax on tip shit is bullshit. It's such a lot. I was actually excited when I was filing my taxes because the IRS has said that live streamers and digital content creators, no tax on tips applies to them. If you do live streaming or YouTube or anything like that and you get tips, no tax on tips is supposed to apply to that. And I'm like, holy shit, let's go. All my PayPal, Cash App, Venmo stuff is like exempt. But then it turns out no tax on tips only applies to those things if you got a 1099 with that income displayed. And Venmo and Cash App and PayPal, they only give you a 1099 if you made over $20,000 through that service. So it's like weirdly regressive, where only people that are making over 20, if you're like self-employed or like a small business, only people that are making at least $20,000 gross through these payment apps can actually claim their tips, which is just interesting. Do you think either party cares about the American people, or do you think it's elite versus common folk? I reject that dichotomy. I think it's a lot more complicated than that. There's a lot more interests at play. Apparently the average increased tax return was only $340, including no tax on tips and overtime. Yeah, not surprised. Perfect. This is like a shitty, like 2012 Vine skit.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. I have your DoorDash order for you, Mr. President. Oh, that's very nice. Look at this. This doesn't look staged, does it? They're all your favorites.
Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results for the next 10 minutes because your live does not comply with the For You feed eligibility standards. Reason, unverified claims. Okay, bro. Thanks. Thanks so much.
These are good.
I usually skip this part. Is
doing a good job. So, the reason for this is the fact that I heard you picked up an extra $11,000 that you didn't get because the tax bill was so big. The refund was the biggest you've ever had. Is that a correct statement?
It definitely was. Yeah, I saved over $11,000 by not having to claim.
Was that surprising to you?
It was very surprising. Very surprising.
The great big beautiful bill. And that doesn't include overtime in your case. This is only just based on what we did in terms
Bear
of
in mind, this was the day
aspect of
after he posted the picture of himself as Jesus. Which, by the way, does anyone watch The Boys? Did anyone see the episode today? It's crazy that they predicted this stuff. And I'm making a video about this. And I don't want to spoil it. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. So I'm not going to spoil it here. But the script for The Boys season 5 was finished. They finished writing it before the 2024 election took place. And it has predicted everything, like to a T. To a T.
Yes, sir.
So it was 11,000 savings.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that incredible? And that's what it is. The tax cut. It's really, we call it the great big beautiful bill. We should call it the great big beautiful tax cut bill because it's a tremendous amounts
yes,
of money.
Such a way with words. Obama could never have thought of something like this.
But the great big
beautiful give people health care sometimes bill.
Beautiful tax cut bill because it's a tremendous amounts of money. And that's overtime. That's also on Social Security, as you know.
Yes.
And it's pretty amazing.
Yes, it is.
What the hell is DoorDash Grand? Oh, okay.
Would you like to
I thought that was like a service. You know how they have like expedited delivery? You can also pay extra to get DoorDash Grandma. Sweet old lady will bring you your fucking soggy McDonald's bag.
These are not the nicest people. They're not nice like you. You know that, right?
I'll do whatever you ask me to do, sir.
So the no tax on tips is something special, right?
It's very special.
And that's the one that really pertains to you more than anything else.
Yes, sir.
It's fantastic. It's such an honor to meet you. And I think you voted for me, do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah. I think you're a great supporter. We appreciate
I hate when he does this shit where he like bites his lip. Anyone notice he does this a lot? He did it when he hugged Erica Kirk too at that one event where they had the fucking fireworks and he said, "I hate my enemies."
Maybe.
Nah, like what, bro? Just it's so
I heard you're a great supporter. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll put this over here, and why don't we have a news conference with the press? Want to do it?
Sure.
You don't have to stay safe too much. I think they're looking about Hormuz Strait and various other things. Do you have
She did not sign up for the Strait of Hormuz.
any questions?
Mr. President,
This had to have been sold to her as like, we're gonna talk about your tax refund thing, and then he's like, let's go talk about the war in Iran. It's gonna be amazing.
yourself depicted as Jesus Christ. And
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there.
Has anyone seen the theory? And I need to verify this. Apparently, Carolyn Levitt said that the image was doctored, a doctored image. And I saw a tweet suggesting this, and I feel inclined to believe it, that his team told him, tell them it was a doctored image. And he's like, the image was me as a doctor.
We support.
It's like, it's actually not that, it's fully something that Trump would do.
And,
he's fully mentally cooked. So
fake news.
I'm like laughing, but it probably is actually the case.
Come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make.
You know what's the funniest thing about that, bro? Hold on. It's him as a doctor. It's him as a doctor. Okay, let me just pull this image up real quick. Okay, where is it? Here it is. So, the funniest thing about the claim that this is him as a doctor is that there's an actual doctor in the picture. We have some frame of reference for what a doctor in this picture would look like. This picture, I actually will say, some people have been saying like, oh, this was the thing, because a lot of right wingers, especially evangelical types or like religious types, are like, you know what, I no longer support Trump. This was my bridge too far. And I see a lot of people saying this was what did it for you, like not the violations of rights and the war in Iran and the talking like a crazy authoritarian and threatening your opponents and being all this stuff. And I'll say I agree with that criticism, but I will say there is something unique about him posting this picture, because for me, the crazy thing about this picture is not that like, oh, it's so blasphemous, like how dare he? It's like, how brain rotted do you have to be to think you can post this when your like core demographic is Christians? Like, how mentally gone do you have to be? Trump used to have some sense of like, what's the quiet part you're not supposed to say out loud? And that just seems to be fully gone at this point. That's what concerns me about this, is that he posted this and he was like, yep, they're going to love this one. Hello? Like, is this the same level of delusion that fed the war in Iran and that is motivating everything he's doing? Good old glowing hands Red Cross doctor, you know? Who was the guy in the bed? Epstein? I saw that it was Jon Stewart said it looked like him, and it does look more like Jon Stewart than Epstein. I will say that. Big Boy Job Parker. Is this a Trump supporter? Big Boy Job Parker in the request. Are you Trump supporter? And here's the thing. I believe, hold on, that Trump was trying to justify this shit. Later, he backtracked his doctor explanation, and he was saying, he posted something on Truth Social that was like, they never got mad at Obama for portraying himself as God, because Obama never did that. But hold on. It's always like a mystery box opening when you go to Trump's Truth Social. Wow. I hope it was nothing too crazy. Let's see. Hello? What is this? Bro, you had one job. You had literally one job. Sir, no more Jesus posting. Just don't touch the Jesus thing for like a week or two. People need to forget about this. This is not a good look for you. The radical left lunatics might not like this, but I think it's quite nice. I was never a very religious man, but doesn't it seem with all these satanic, demonic, child-sacrificing monsters being exposed that God might be playing his trump card? Wow. That's really something. I actually did not know he posted that, but also, what are these ads, bro? Who is paying for ads on Truth Social? I guess this answers the question. It's like, think about this. Think about how unhinged and just either gross or like weird the ads on Twitter are. And then you consider the fact that Truth Social has no market capture compared to Twitter. So like the people that pay for ads on Truth Social are the Twitter rejects. And Twitter will take ad money from anyone. So that's really saying something. Let's see if there's anything else. China is very happy that I am permanently opening the Strait of Hormuz. I am doing it for them. Where's the 5D chess guy? I don't have to debate him anymore. Apparently Trump's going to debate him, because isn't this the opposite of what he said? That Trump doesn't want China to get the Hormuz oil or something? Maybe I'm missing something. Let's finish reading. China is very happy that I am permanently opening the Strait of Hormuz. I'm doing it for them, also, and the world. This situation will never happen again. They have agreed not to send weapons to Iran. President Xi will give me a big fat hug when I get there in a few weeks. We are working together smartly and very well. Doesn't that beat fighting? But remember, we're very good at fighting if we have to. Far better than anyone else. Wow. For all the commentary on he has dementia and he's losing his mind, I still think it's understated how bad this is. To put it into perspective, I still think it's understating. We could have a news cycle for the next month about how Trump's brain is now mashed potatoes, and it would still be underselling the severity of the problem. This guy is cooked, bro. And this just proved it. Dude, if you have any PR, any campaign staff, anything, the one thing they would tell you is like, bro, just don't post any Jesus imagery for at least the next week. That's all we ask. 2 days later. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. Nobody had problems with this. The media themselves had an affinity for portraying Barack Obama as a messianic/angelic figure. Zero outrage from Democrats or the left. This is apparently Obama as God. The one on the left, I don't even know how you could get that from that. If he's wearing a cowboy hat or something. Is there some religion out there that I don't know about that depicts God as a guy with a hat? Or is it because the opacity is like turned up and he's like kind of see-through looking that makes him like a god? And he's like a LGBT angel or something, like the rainbow halo, first gay president. How is he God here? Like what? Okay, bro. And this is funny because why would Trump even post this? I thought he was just a doctor. It's not about portraying himself as God. I'm just a doctor. Well, why do you even have to make this point? But not a word about the kids in cages while Obama was president. Dude, if you literally just... I hate this talking point that like, you guys didn't care about Obama's... Go to Google and just search up like immigrant rights group and do the advanced search and set the time filter from like 2009 to like 2014. And you'll find plenty of articles of like left-wing groups criticizing Obama's immigration policy. This just like is a lie that like everyone was like, oh yes, this is awesome. And even then, Obama's immigration policy was, you can't compare it to Trump's. It's not even in the same universe. It's fascinating to see what social media reveals about a person before they become the Pope. Before he became Pope, Pope Leo, Cardinal Robert Prevost was on Twitter trashing Trump, criticizing Vance, calling for open borders, promoting COVID vaccines, endorsing stricter gun control, and tweeting after George Floyd. We need to hear more from leaders in the church to reject racism and seek justice. Disgusting. Disgusting, Pope Leo. Seek justice? You should be ashamed of yourself. Wow. Not good, guys. True, not good. This is really not good. We'll be interviewed tomorrow morning by Marie. Oh, okay. Did Trump... Is the interview up? I guess we can pull that up.
The hot topic of the hour, a lot of breaking news from President Trump. He told me the blockade of Iranian ports is now fully implemented. He told me the conflict is close to being over. I sat down with the commander-in-chief for an exclusive interview at the White House yesterday, where he told me all about that, plus the current state of the economy, his expectations for the price of oil, and the reconciliation package to come. Take a look. Mr. President, thank you for sitting down with us. We appreciate it. You've had a real reaction to the blockade. Are you happy with the reaction since you put this blockade in place in the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, it's been pretty amazing, actually. I thought that was going to happen. They reacted to this even, I think, we've obliterated them. And this almost seems to be more of a reaction than we had before. So we'll see. I mean, look, it only matters the end result. And we're doing very well. We started off with Venezuela. We showed everybody how good. I rebuilt and built the military in my first term. I didn't know I was going to be using it this much, but we have the greatest military in the world, not even a contest. And think of it, they have no Navy, they have no Air Force, everything's been wiped out, they have no...
Anyone who wants to go to war with Iran and their metric for success is that their Air Force and their Navy have been eliminated, I feel like doesn't understand the basics of what Iran is.
Anti-aircraft equipment, they have no radar. They have no leaders. The leaders they have now, it's a new regime, okay? And we find them pretty reasonable, to be honest with you. By comparison, pretty reasonable. It really is a new regime. And I think we're doing very well, but it only matters what the end result is, and maybe it'll happen fairly soon. Who knows?
And you told me on Sunday that you think they will ultimately consent and say they're not going to continue building a nuclear weapon. How will you verify?
Well, first of all, if they don't, we're not making a deal, okay? So there's no deal. This whole thing is really about no nuclear. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. And if they're going to have a nuclear weapon, we'll be living with them for a little while, but I don't know how much longer they can survive. I don't know how much longer they can go because they've been hit very hard. And as an example, we could take out every one of their bridges in 1 hour. We could take out every one of their power plants, electric power plants, in 1 hour. We don't want to do that because someday you're going to have to rebuild, and it takes you 10 years to rebuild a bridge. Even if you're Trump, it takes a long time, and power plants are just as bad. So we'll see what happens.
Did you get any pushback, from the Chinese or the Saudis about blocking the Strait of Hormuz?
No, I had none.
Let me move on to domestic issues, sir. What are your top priorities now for the economy for the rest of the year?
To be honest, we are doing so well. You look at this. I hit the 50,000 Dow mark, which everyone said couldn't happen in 4 years.
We know.
I did it in 1 year. I hit the 7,000 S&P mark in less than 1 year, which was a number, as you know, you reported it.
No one ever thought
They
it
said
could be
if
done.
at the end of 4 years you hit those numbers, I did it at the end of a year. And I said, now we have to do a little bit of a turn, a detour, to a place called Iran.
I'd call him like a one-trick pony because he always says the same shit, but he doesn't even do the one trick properly. He stumbles over his words.
Stop them from ever having a nuclear weapon. And if you told me that in the midst of it, we would have a stock market that's almost as good as it was 2 months ago.
And by the way, hold on. I assume everyone agrees with this, but I have to do a poll on this. Hold on. Quick poll. Smiley face is Biden, crying face is Trump. Who had worse cognitive decline? I think it's a pretty straightforward question. Smiley face is Biden, crying face is Trump. Whose cognitive decline was worse? Because I was very upset about Biden's decline and the people that tried to downplay it. This makes him look like Albert Einstein. This makes him look like the sharpest and smartest man to ever walk the earth. And it's just crickets. Do you guys remember how much the media was up Biden's ass? I think rightfully so, to drop out and like, oh, he can't even speak properly. This guy's like losing his mind. And it's just complete crickets.
About very close. And that we'd have oil, that we'd be selling oil, that oil would be at 92 or whatever it is right now, instead of 200, because a lot of people said, oh, it'll be 200. This is in the midst of everything. Now, I think we're doing very well, and maybe people assume we're going to win this thing pretty soon. We've beaten them militarily, totally. The only thing they have is the Gulf, and I think now we're the Strait, as they call it. And I think now, I don't know how they hold out.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the backdrop has changed. I know it's been only a month or so, but oil prices are up 50%. The stock market had a tough first quarter.
By the way, you're
now,
right.
Stocks are
you're
still
right, but
up.
they're not up. I thought, I mean, honestly,
You thought it was gonna be
I thought
worse.
there'd be much, and I was willing to do that, to stop a nuclear weapon to be used against this country or the Middle East, anybody in the Middle East. They were going to take out the Middle East to stop that.
I just like, does any serious person think that like Iran was just itching to nuke the United States? Does anyone believe this? I don't even think Trump. Find me a single person. I guess these people do exist. I think Iran was like frothing at the mouth to like to start a nuclear war, to basically, I guess, end humanity.
It was certainly worthwhile being much higher than it is right now. If you told me that we were going to be at only 92 a barrel, $92 a barrel, I would have been very surprised.
All right,
and
so
you know what? I'm very happy. And it's going to come dropping down very big as soon as it's over. And I think it can be over very soon.
So
if they're
overall-
smart, it will end soon.
Overall, the impact on the economy, do you expect a hit to growth? Do you expect a spike in inflation?
Well, look, there's a hit because, you know, we go through it for whatever it is, 6 weeks. There's going to be a hit, but it's going to recover, I think, fully. Somehow they misquoted me. I think oil will be down to the levels it was. You know, they said, I expect oil to be high at the midterms. I don't expect that. I think that we will be somewhere around where we were, maybe even lower.
Bro, this guy is so boring now. Like
I think
like
the stock market is going to boom.
having
It's
a
already
tough
boomed.
time
Again,
paying attention to
nobody
whatever
thought we
he's
could be at
yapping about.
50,000
Right now.
during my 4 terms on the Dow, or 7,000 on the S&P. And we hit numbers that nobody thought possible.
You've been talking about a reconciliation program with the Republicans. Can you articulate to our audience why a reconciliation package is important and why you want to see it on your desk by June?
Because we can't get any Democrat votes. With reconciliation, we can get things passed. The good thing is the Great Big Beautiful Bill, that was 4 years wrapped into one. Now we're doing some additional things. But, you know, the Great Big Beautiful Bill, I think it's the biggest, the best piece of legislation. It should be called the Great Big Beautiful Tax Cut Bill, because you have no tax on tips, and look how that's working out. No tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. We have people, and you see it.
He's lost his charm for brevity. Like the Trump tweets back in the day, it was like 3 or 4 lines, and that was it. Now this guy is just like every word he could possibly add to the sentence. He's like, why not? Let's just do that. Yeah. And they didn't speed up the video. I sped up the video.
Show's great. We have
For
people
my own
that are making
sanity.
$5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. They had no idea it was
What did you just
coming.
say?
And it's turning out to be even better.
Everyone catch that?
We have people that are making $5,000, $6,000,
That's crazy.
$8,000. They had no idea it was coming. And it's turning out to be even better than we anticipated for people.
But there are rules around reconciliation that it requires deficit reduction, right? How will you ensure that you've got a decrease in spending?
Well, we have to go by the rules, and we're going for those rules. And if we didn't go by the rules, we couldn't even put it in. We wouldn't be able to submit it. And nobody believes that more than me. The one thing I really felt strongly about was the military. We built this great military that we have right now, and everybody acknowledges it. Whether it's China or Russia, we have the greatest military in the world. And I built that in 4 years, my first term. It's a great, including adding Space Force. You know, a lot of the things that you see that work so well is because of Space Force. It was a great thing that we added when we went for Space Force.
So what can you put in the reconciliation bill, other than funding Customs and Border Patrol and ICE? Anything else?
Well, we're doing mostly that. This is mostly about that because the Democrats don't want to do it. Then we're putting some things as we go along. But, you know, you've heard the expression, we want to keep it sort of slim because we want to make sure that I have the safest border in the history of our country. Nobody came in. I'm not even sure I can believe that. But the Democrats do the numbers. It's really, you know, the agency that... Nobody came in. I'm not even sure I can believe that. But the Democrats do the numbers. It's really, the agency that does that is they tend to be
I
on the
can't even
Democrat side
believe
that
my
do
own
that. But
bullshit.
the Democrats do the numbers. This border in the history of our country. Nobody came in. I'm not even sure I can believe that. But the Democrats do the numbers. It's really, the agency that does that is they.
The Democrats do the. This is news to me, and this is just great. It's like what better way to learn about the civil service and the executive branch agencies and all these different things than Trump's explanation for it, which is that the Democrats count the border crossings.
Tend to be on the Democrat side, to put it mildly. Democrats do the numbers. It's really, the agency that does that is they tend to be on the Democrat side, to put it mildly. In the last,
this man spent like over a year purging the civil service and replacing them with crazy right-wing loyalist people, like that one guy who says he teleported to a Waffle House, who's like part of some disaster response agency or some shit. And this guy's like, oh, these Democrats and these agencies.
9 months, not
Bro,
one
those are your
person
people now.
came across the border.
The same
illegally.
thing J.D.
Now
Vance was
compare
saying
that
the
to
other day
25
at his
million
TPUSA speech. He was like, you have to vote to take back the country. Bro, what do you take it back from who? You? Like, what? You're in charge now, right? Like,
people coming
this
across
constant victim complex and like we have no agency and everything's just out to get us. And
Sleepy Joe.
I was there. I went to the border 6 times. I saw it. I understand what you're saying.
They came in by the millions, hundreds of thousands a week, just pouring it, totally unchecked. And
yeah,
the
bro, no
countries
one wants to come here anymore. That's why.
The leaders of most of these countries, they're very smart. They're street smart. Some are highly educated. Some are. But they're
You
very
made
street smart.
America an unappealing place to come to, and you're like mission success.
They send their good people to us when they do a caravan.
Why do immigration
25
reform when you can just turn things into a hellscape, so no one wants to come anymore?
30,000
Wow.
people in a caravan. You don't have the good. You have people that, frankly, even if they're not criminals per se, they don't want to work or they want welfare, they sent all these people to our country. What the Democrats have done to us should never be forgotten.
Can you put the Save America Act in the reconciliation
I'd love
plan?
to do it, and we'll certainly look at it. But I mean, there's nothing easy, and it has to be called Save America, as you just did.
He can't. You can't put the Save Act, or the Save America Act, into a reconciliation bill. Reconciliation bills, the reason you don't have to go through the filibuster for them is because they only deal with like budgetary matters, and anything that's like a non-budget related item can't be used or can't be included in a reconciliation bill. David Raid, just playing. I was like,
A lot
well,
of people
raid
to
if
go to
one
Save Act.
person
Nobody
wants
knows.
to go.
It's Save America. It's voter ID. It's you have to be a citizen to
Proof
vote.
of citizenship.
Ideally, mail-in voting. You knock the hell out of it. You
Can you make it a budgetary
it's good.
item?
It's good for the military. The military's away. They have to be able to use it, etc. Somebody that's sick, somebody that's away, you can't. And you do mail-in voting, but mail-in voting cut back so that it's fair.
It's tax day. What do you want to make sure people understand about the changes that you put in the tax code in the big beautiful bill, and how significant are these refunds that people are getting?
Okay, well, the refunds
Y'all
are
are
really
reacting to the same vid. Wow, he's copying me.
significant, and it makes it less complicated to do your tax return, much less complicated. But the people, I mean, I think you're seeing this. You're reporting. Everybody's reporting, because now it's gone into effect, and people are getting refunds of $5,000, $8,000, $11,000 that they had no idea they were getting. It's turned out to be better, as good or better than I said it would be.
Is that gonna
That's
be
what he
enough to
said?
offset the
Wow,
increase in
so he's
gasoline
copying me
prices?
on the
It will, because
copying thing
gasoline's coming
too?
down very soon, and very big.
So you think gas prices will be lower before the midterm elections?
I think they'll be much lower before midterm, much lower, yes.
Okay. Now, you've
I mean,
suggested...
that's on the assumption that we stop a country that cannot have a nuclear weapon from... If you give Iran a nuclear weapon, you want to see bad stock markets? You won't have a country. The world will be blown up. You can't do it. You cannot
The
do
world, what a genius geopolitical analysis. If Iran gets nuclear weapons, or not even, if Iran enriches uranium to any extent, they're going to destroy the world. They just want to bomb everyone. That's just what it is.
On the assumption we have that settled, hopefully long before that, and maybe almost immediately, could be very soon. But when that's settled, gas prices are going to go down tremendously, and gasoline, gas prices, cost per barrel.
This guy is slowly realizing that you can't just bullshit your way throughout life. And it's about time that he realizes this, because he's realizing it later than most human beings realize it. You can't just bullshit your way through everything with no actual substance, with nothing going on up here, with no change in the real world to reflect it. And finally, now that he's not handed a booming economy, because here's the thing. The first time, people saw Trump's first term through like rose-colored glasses because Obama handed him economically a pretty strong country. And Trump inherits that year after year, stock market growth, falling unemployment, all these things, low inflation. Trump inherits that and then does deficit spending, which is the dumbest fucking thing to do when the economy is growing. If the economy is doing well, it's probably a good time to raise taxes on the wealthy a little bit because the economy is already doing well. And if you want to cut taxes, do it in a depression or a recession. This guy does deficit spending, cuts taxes in the middle of an economy that's doing well and is healthy, which, by the way, made the post-COVID inflation worse. And everyone's like, oh, I missed Trump's first term. The economy was good. Life was good. Lil Uzi dropped his best music. Like, there's all... People have this, like, and I get it, 2015 through 2017, people are like, oh, that was such a great era. But that has nothing to do with Trump. It has nothing to do with him. It's despite him.
Fill up your car per gallon, any way you look at it.
And now what we're seeing is, in his first term, Trump was held back, and his effect was mitigated. There were people around him who were, even if they were right-wing people with bad policies, they were like normal adults who were like, they just knew how things worked, at least to some extent, or at least pretended to care, or at least had like more than 10 IQ points. It's like, I don't like these people like Mike Pence or like Rex Tillerson, or I don't know who else was around him, but these were normal, semi-normal adults. He's now surrounded only by Glazers. And this is what happens when Trump can actually govern the way he wants. Because the excuse for Trump's first term was always, oh, well, the deep state stopped him from doing this and all his own advisors turned against him. That excuse is no longer there. What we've seen since January of 2025 is exactly what Trump wants. It's exactly what he wants. They'll defy the courts to do it. They'll circumvent Congress to do it. They'll break every norm in the book. This is fully on Trump. He has taken more power than most presidents have, and still he's complaining about, some of these agencies have Democrats in them.
Electricity is going to go down,
And you can see he's panicking. You can see he has no one left.
Fuels sort of everything, not just cars. It fuels the economy. If you get that down, one of the reasons I was so successful in my first term is I was able to keep.
And this is the thing, Trump has every single scandal, every single crisis, every single time he's faced some kind of adversity, he's responded to it by just bullshitting his way through it. And it's kind of worked so far. It worked way longer than it should have. It worked for a fucking attempted coup somehow. It worked for winning an election in 2024. It worked for threatening his opponents and indicting them and all this stuff. But now, when there's a global energy crisis and a regional war and an election bloodbath coming up for Republicans, I'm being metaphorical, obviously, he doesn't know how to switch modes and there's this thing called learning from your mistakes and recalibrating. He doesn't know how to do that. Like, I don't think he has the cognitive architecture to do something like that, which is why you could see he was struggling. I thought it was me as a doctor. He's not used to having to delete a post on Truth Social, let alone try to cover up his ass on it instead of just saying, yeah, I did it, so what?
Gasoline prices down.
And it's not going to work this time. This is like, it's worked so far, but I think people are feeling the vibe shift. Alex Preddy, the Iran war, the Jesus picture, like the vibes have shifted in the last 3-4 months in a very real way. 2026 has been very different than 2025.
I was able to keep energy down. Now, look, if I decided not to go into Iran, which would have been a terrible thing, for 47 years, no president had the guts to do it, and they should have done it. And I know at least one, and I think all of them that are living, are sitting back watching this and say, we should have done it. This should have been done long before me. It would have been much easier to do. This should have been done long before me.
Mr. President,
what Obama did with that Iran nuclear deal, that was the worst deal ever made. That gave them a path to a nuclear weapon, a short-term path to a nuclear weapon. I terminated it. It was the greatest thing I did. They would have had a nuclear weapon 4 years
Steve
ago.
in the YouTube chat said TDS clowns, typical brainwashed kid. Steve, if you're still hate watching, we got Track Ripa's prod. You tripping, bro. Who you work for, Soros? To these two people, if you want to come over to my TikTok, you can debate me and own me with facts and logic. It's an open call-in debate show if you want. So, or you can keep seething in the YouTube chat. It's up to you.
They would have had a nuclear weapon within 1 month, maybe 2 weeks. And they would have used it on Israel and the Middle East. And they would have used it on us too. And not just Israel, by the way. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, countries that were shocked when they got hit. These countries were not expected to be hit because they were going after those countries. They were going over to take over the Middle East, and we stopped them.
Wow. They stopped them, guys. Every tax bracket received a percentage drop. Love your satire channel. Jose, you're free to hop on over to the TikTok and debate me on any of this if you'd like. All the people in YouTube chat. For some reason, all the MAGA people find me on YouTube. Sometimes I'll post a video and it's like I'll get 500-600 views and all of them are MAGA. And I'm like, why are you getting this in your feed and not people who actually agree with me? But to anyone who thinks I'm like a silly lib or whatever, funded by Soros, you can come debate on TikTok. I'm live there right now. And what the fuck was he even on about earlier in the interview? The dementia. Yeah, I don't even think he has an answer to that question.
The president told Fox Business today in an interview that he believes the war is close to being over. Does it seem like it is close to being over in your view?
You know how crazy it is for John Bolton to be arguing against a war in the Middle East? You know how bad you have to botch something
not in a way
for
that's
John
satisfactory
Bolton
to the United States. I do think Trump has wanted out of this for quite some time. It's palpable in the way he discusses it. He just can't figure out how to do it in a way that he can declare victory with a straight face. I don't think in the near term you can declare victory until we have militarily cleared the Strait of Hormuz such that Gulf Arab oil can get out. I think it's the right thing to do to blockade ships going to and from Iran. But I think what's critical to demonstrate that Iran is not the hegemon in the Gulf is that we have to make it safe for the other oil producers to get their oil out, which will have a material impact, I think, on the global economy. And while shutting Iran's exports down, certainly have a material effect on their economy, too.
Well, I mean, you are arguing, you think the ceasefire is a mistake, that Iran could regroup during this. There are new satellite images today. They were reviewed by CNN that appear to show Iran digging at the entrance of missile bases where their missile launchers are trapped because of the strikes from the United States and Israel. Do you think this is something that they could potentially access during this ceasefire period, or what's your sense of these images?
Well, I think that's what they're certainly trying to do. I mean, we've got intelligence reports that indicate that the administration's claims of success, particularly against missile launchers, may have been overly optimistic. The silver lining here is let them dig them out, let them bring them out. I assume we're going to be watching all these very carefully. As they bring them out, we destroy them, then we can close the tunnels again. This is a question that requires resolve on the part of the president. Now, whether he thought about that in advance or not is highly unclear, but it's a mistake at this point to look for an easy way out. I think the government of Iran has been badly damaged. I don't buy the argument that the regime is still intact, still functioning. I think it's clearly been set back. President Pezeshkian was called.
Iran has been set back in many ways, but on a geopolitical strategic level, they have gained. They're in a better position than they were prior to the war.
In the press today saying it would take 12 years to get Iran's economy back to the point where it was on February the 28th, and where it was on February the 28th.
Like most, Bolton has Trump derangement, like you, kid. Echo chamber. MAGA watches a variety. Dude, I've been looking for debates. You're saying echo chamber. Listen, if you're watching on YouTube and you're like, oh, this silly MAGA kid, he doesn't get it. It's 7-dimensional chess. Bro, go to the link tree in the YouTube live description. Click TikTok. Hop on over to my TikTok live. You can request. You can hop on. And you can debate me with facts and logic. Or, as I said, you can keep crying in the YouTube chat. That is up to you.
Was in the cellar. So we've had enormous impact, and this is not the time to pull back.
Can I ask you, just as someone who worked closely with President Trump when he was in the Oval the last time, you were in the Situation Room with him. I mean, as we've been watching, he's lashing out at the Pope after he said, and was critical of the war in Iran, and said that there should be peace in Iran.
The U.S. has no strategy. Eventually, the U.S. will have to leave with nothing. The question is, does Trump back out and take the L, and he'll spin it as a W, or does he do ground invasion, which I'm hoping it's not the latter, but I wonder if that's something they're considering or not.
He lashed out last week saying a whole civilization.
Damn, I'm sorry to let down the TikTok audience, but it does seem like the MAGA people in the YouTube chat are either bots or cowards, because I don't think they're tuning in for the debate. They just keep crying. So sorry about that.
Will die tonight in Iran before calling off his threat and implementing the ceasefire. Last night we had Marjorie Taylor Greene on, and she was saying that she worries about the president's mental stability because of things like that. As someone who worked with him, what is your view on that?
Well, I'm not a shrink, so I don't know what purpose it serves.
I don't think you have to be a shrink. I don't think you have to be a shrink to look at this.
He's a narcissistic sociopath. I mean, that's not the issue. The issue is he doesn't know what he's doing. And I think a lot of the behavior shows the panic that he's in, that he can't see a way out of this. For whatever reason, he thought it would be easier than it was. I can't believe he wasn't told that by the Pentagon and others, told that they would try and close the Strait of Hormuz, told that they would go after the Gulf Arab countries. He apparently either didn't listen or didn't believe it, and now he doesn't know what to do. So I think a lot of this is panic more than anything else.
Well, I mean, I think people might hear that and say, you say he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he is the sole decision maker pretty much when it comes to what happens next in this war in terms of the United States.
Someone in YouTube chat said, you don't know how to debate. Well, then wouldn't you look really cool if you came here and owned me in a debate then instead of crying in my YouTube chat? Or you're going to keep hiding behind your keyboard?
Moves here. I mean, everyone is kind of waiting. And
why are you still watching if you hate my views so much, but you also don't want to debate me? Hate watching is not good for you, bro. It's gonna affect your cortisol.
listening to him, whether it's can they have 20 years of enrichment, before they can enrich, can they do this, can they do that? I mean, for you to say that he doesn't know what he's doing, I think is probably pretty alarming to some people.
Groupthink like under Bush.
I
think it's way worse than Bush. I think it's so much worse than Bush, the cultishness of these people.
Different from the first term. He does not think in strategic terms, contrary to what his supporters say. He does
although,
not
yeah,
play
in terms of like the foreign policy stuff, like, yeah, the groupthink around the invasions, although that seemed to exist more in the like media and elected office sphere, whereas a lot of the cultish behavior around Trump is more so in the public or the population.
Yes, he sees international affairs through the prism of his personal relationships. So when he thinks the Pope is attacking him, his immediate reaction is attack the Pope. None of this is part of a bigger picture. These communications are not part of an overall communication strategy. And in fact, what he did at the beginning of the administration was eliminate a good part of our ability to communicate our point of view into Iran, which would be very helpful to be doing right now.
Can I just ask, what would you have said to the president if he was attacking the Pope over what he said about Iran, if you were the national security advisor still?
Stop.
On that note, Ambassador John Bolton, thank you for joining us.
Very close to over. That is how President Trump is describing the war with Iran in a new interview this morning. Of course, it's also how he described it 4 weeks ago.
What's the number? It's not a call-in number. You head on over to I'm live on TikTok as well, not just live on YouTube. If you hop in the TikTok live, there's a button to request. And if you hop on, the YouTube live will also hear your audio because it's going to be playing from my computer. So you hop in the request on TikTok. Trolling, just like leftist trolls do on conservative podcasts. LMAO.
Okay. This is the new assertion.
Sure.
Is this war over?
I feel like trolling means that the other person has to be like raging and freaking out, but I guess.
I mean, I view it as very close to over. You know what? If I pulled up stakes right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild that country. And we're not finished. We'll see what happens. I think they want to make a deal very badly.
So that was the new statement. This is how he has.
Bro, this idea that Iran is like desperate to make a deal and Trump has, as he says, all the cards is just not borne out by like literally anything that he has said or done. It's like the cope is getting to
repeatedly
unhinged levels.
Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you
but
talking
soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Soon,
And
you know,
with respect-
Very soon.
It's been soon since it started. It's like it's an asymptote. It never actually approaches the value, but it's always getting closer apparently.
Look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership.
We've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough.
You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over. Well, I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure. You know, I don't like to say this. We've won this. This war has been won.
So if there is something different this time, it could be hope over a new round of talks with Iran, possible new round of talks. If it does come together, Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to lead the U.S. team again.
No, why?
Also,
you're not going to... Why are they sending this guy?
New this morning, new satellite images appear to show Iran digging for
Does JD even have the authority to make a deal? Any deal he would, quote unquote, agree to would have to be accepted by Trump, no? Why isn't Trump going?
Trapped underground and missile launchers.
Like, if you want to make a deal, it has to be between the leader of the U.S. and the leader of Iran. Their underlings are not going to have the authority to do this at this point.
Israeli strikes. Let's get right to CNN's Elena Treen at the White House this morning for the latest on what you were hearing. Good morning, Elena.
Good morning, John. Yeah, look, I mean, we did hear the president give a number of comments during
Guys,
that interview.
the guy who asked for the call-in number on the YouTube chat has now, I guess, ditched the idea of debating and is just typing USA, 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 USA.
Fox News,
Wow.
much of it not really new, including this idea
It's
that the war
really
is very
something.
close to over. That's certainly, though, the hope
Really
that this
something.
White House has. And I will say, from the conversations I've been having with Trump officials, is that they do hope they can get a second round of talks off the ground. And they hope that that could happen before this 2-week ceasefire expires next week on April 21st.
Trump is the one who is desperate for this to end, and he's the one who's desperate for a deal, and he's the one who is, missing. He has some cards, but he has way less cards than he should as the commander-in-chief of the United States. We could have been in a way better position. Someone said debate on YouTube chat. If you want to debate, yeah, hop on, go to the description of this live. If you're watching on YouTube, click the link tree and go to my TikTok, and I'm live on TikTok. If you join this live on TikTok and you request, we can debate, and it'll also be playing on YouTube as well. But I accept like debate call-ins on the TikTok live platform. So if you want to hop on over to TikTok, we can chat.
Of course, that's a big ask. And
Although I should make some kind of call-in number for YouTube. That's actually a good idea. I should figure that out. I know some people do that.
All of the discussions over this potential second sit-down face-to-face with Iranian officials is still preliminary, but that is what they are working toward and hoping that could, if not, result in a final agreement, at least offer enough progress to extend the ceasefire and try to really find this diplomatic solution that many, many Trump officials really want at this point in time. But look, some of the things that the president did say in this interview with Maria Bartiromo, one was he talked about this blockade. He was arguing that it's been successful, of course, the naval blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, and said that he does believe that it's forcing the Iranians back to the table, kind of in the intended effect that the Trump administration had when imposing that military blockade. But he also talked about the economy, and the thing that I found really interesting is we did hear him earlier this week, arguing that, gas prices are bad and the economy might be bad for some time. He did try.
If you don't have TikTok, if you have Discord, you can join my Discord and let me know that it's you, and I can start a voice call with you on Discord. But that's all I can think of at this point.
Some of that back, though, in this interview. I want you to listen to what he said.
Well, look, there's a hit because, we go through it for whatever it is, 6 weeks. There's going to be a hit. But
it's very straightforward with TikTok. You open TikTok, you go to my profile, it'll say I'm live, you just tap it, the live will open up, you'll see me live, and you just press request, and then you get on the live. It's like a two-step process.
I think fully. Somehow they misquoted me. I think oil will be down to the levels it was. They said I expect oil to be high at the midterms. I don't expect that.
So you have it, him trying to argue that he thinks oil prices and the economy will be in better shape by the time the midterms come. Notably, the comments that he made come, they were published at least today, a day after he met with the House Speaker Mike Johnson and people at the NRCC here at the White House. Obviously, midterms have a lot of Republicans, especially, kind of on edge with what we are seeing happening in the economy and with high oil prices. But the president trying to reassure a lot of Americans today with those remarks, John.
Right.
Let's see what else fake news CNN wants to propagandize today.
On May 15th, Jerome Powell's term as Fed chairman is set to expire. Now, Powell has promised to stay on the job as chairman pro tem until a successor is confirmed, saying that is what the law calls for. But in a new interview that aired today on Fox Business, President Donald Trump was asked what would happen if Powell does stay.
I don't have to fire him, okay? If he's not leaving on time, I've held back firing him. I've wanted to fire him, but I hate to be controversial,
You've been holding back on firing him, but you also sent your DOJ after him to try to indict him? What is this? What is? I don't even know what this
It is not clear whether Trump has the authority to fire Powell. He's considered it and been dissuaded from doing so because of that lack of authority many times in the past. And Powell also has the option to remain on the Fed board because his chairmanship ends in May. But
I don't believe Trump has the authority to fire Powell, bro. If he did, he would have.
His Fed governor seat actually isn't up until 2028. Now, if that wasn't complicated enough, here's what really makes it all complicated.
The idea that Trump has practiced restraint with Jerome Powell is the funniest thing ever.
The Justice Department's criminal investigation into Powell is centered on accusations that he lied to Congress last year about the Fed's $2.5 billion renovation of its headquarters. It followed Trump's repeated criticism of Powell, and Powell has strongly rebuked the investigation, calling it politicized. Earlier this month, a federal judge blocked subpoenas from the Justice Department, saying the investigation appeared to be a political vendetta. That, however, has not stopped the Justice Department from trying to keep the probe going. In fact, just yesterday, 2 federal prosecutors showed up at the Fed's headquarters asking for a tour of the renovation site. The building contractor turned them away, referring them to Fed attorneys. Now, Republican Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina posted a picture of the 3 Stooges and wrote the U.S. Attorney's Office for D.C. at the crime scene. And while that's very interesting because it's a Republican criticizing the Trump administration in real time, what makes it far more interesting is Tillis has said if the investigation is not dropped, he will hold up the confirmation of Kevin Warsh, Trump's replacement for Powell. Today, Senate Majority Leader John Thune appears to be able to count and know that without Tillis, this can't go anywhere. This is what he told CNN.
At some point, they're going to have to deal with the committee, and they're going to have to deal with Tillis. And I think it's in everybody's best interest to wrap up the investigation.
Let's bring in the panel CNN Chief Legal Affairs Correspondent Paula Reed, former Deputy Assistant Attorney General Tom Dupree, and former federal prosecutor Brendan Ballou, founder of the Public Integrity Project. Okay, Paula.
Yes.
This investigation, subpoenas were quashed. Janine Pirro, who's running from the D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office, said they're going to appeal. They want to keep this going. Obviously, 2 of her people showed up at the Fed yesterday unsuccessfully. What's happening here?
Look, this investigation is ongoing, and it will continue because there's an open Attorney General seat currently. Now it's being occupied by Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. But there are a few folks
Someone
who are
in
hoping he's
YouTube
just kind
chat
of
said he can fire him. No, Trump cannot fire Powell. If Trump could fire Powell, he would have already fired Powell. He tried firing. I'm blanking. He tried firing someone, and she just didn't leave. I'm blanking.
They too might be considered. And Janine Pirro is one of those people who appears, at least, to maybe be auditioning for that job. And what's interesting about those subpoenas is the day they were quashed. Usually, if a judge quashes.
Why do you speed up the video? Just because it's too slow at 1x speed.
Subpoenas, maybe you're a little embarrassed, but you could always appeal. The woman held a press conference, and at the time I called it an audition for the job of Attorney General. Pam Bondi was still in that post, but she's proving to the boss, to the president, that she
I can compromise. If chat thinks it's too fast, I'll make it 1.2.
is going to fight. Obviously, he is upset with Jerome Powell. This is the kind of investigation that he...
You want to see something really funny? Hold on. I found this video I sent it in my Discord the other day. So if you're in the Discord, you already know what I'm about to pull up. So someone made a debate analysis video on YouTube of my debate with Andrew Wilson. But you'd think from the thumbnail that this is someone who like hates me or something, because they did something to make me look so fucking chopped in the thumbnail. Hold on.
My company's audit efficiency for 60,000 businesses.
So if you claimed Trump is a fact.
Here we go. Okay, bro. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Where is it? That is not me. That is not me, bro. I don't know why he made me look like that. I look like the rat from The Tale of Despero. If anyone's seen that movie, that's crazy.
If you claimed,
look at this is me actually. This is me here. They made me look older and just uglier. But I will say, the video itself was very good. Very good video.
If you claimed Trump is a fascist, and I said, yes, he is, you're right.
Again, James, thanks for having us. I'm glad
What have we
were able to
established there?
Figure this out. I don't really know what we established. I clicked this video thinking it was like a hate video. If like I look at this silly liberal and Andrew Wilson shit all over him, because the thumbnail is like weird, but he analyzed some aspects of the debate that even I was like, oh, I didn't actually consciously realize that. Because a lot of times in debates, you'll make reads and you'll do things that you understand subconsciously, but you're not actually thinking about like necessarily every step of your thought process out loud. But you just conceded, I guess.
What are you? Hey, welcome back, everyone. So glad you are here for this one, because this might be one of the most intense definition battles I have seen in a long time. So what we have here is Adam going head-to-head with Andrew over one of the most charged political questions of our time. Is a major political figure actually a fascist, or is that just a label being thrown around carelessly?
And you know what's crazy, bro? This video has like, how many? 31K views, and my video about the debate has like 2K views.
Three-part
Maybe I need to make myself look ugly in my thumbnails to get views.
argument. Andrew comes in swinging at the framework itself, and what unfolds between them is genuinely something you have to see to believe. I need you to stay all the way to the end on this one, because there is a moment in this debate that I genuinely did not see coming, and I promise you it is worth every second of your time getting there. Also, before we get into it, drop a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from right now.
Keith Woods. We've got, what was his, the other one who used to be a big, I can't think of his name, Cultured Thug. He ran a third positionist thing for a long time that gained a lot of steam.
You got to do a pick
there's
with
lots
the
of third
Sigma
positionists
jawline,
actually
true.
who we can appeal to tell us what the third position is, right? And what it is that the foundational philosophy is, this and that. All, what you're trying to do is use morally ambiguous language in order to call your opposition that thing.
Good question. I think it is an AI voice. It sounds like an AI voice, right? But it's not an AI. It doesn't seem like an AI script, because the actual substance of the analysis I thought was pretty solid.
Not
I'm
actually
making a
creating,
prescriptive claim.
but you're not
It's
creating.
descriptive.
Yeah. Well, wait, prescriptive or descriptive?
I'm saying the claim I'm making is descriptive that Donald Trump is a fascist.
Yeah,
You
and
could
I'm
say,
making,
he is, but fascism is good.
Okay,
That's a
well,
different
here's
conversation.
the thing. I'm going to make the descriptive claim that fascism is both historic. It's a historic movement, and historic movements deserve historic definitions.
Can you pull the video down? Yes. Hold on. Like this? Is this better? This is better.
Deserve to have their historicity brought into play.
Your name is blocking your face. My face? I'm so confused. Oh, my face in the video. Okay, maybe I can actually... Hold on. I think I see the issue. Let me do this. Is this better? Is the view better? Do you like Dean Withers? Yeah, Dean's awesome. Dean, Parker, all those guys. Any radical left lunatic or thug who's doing debates. How long are we live? You taking callers? Yeah, if you are a Trump supporter and you're on here, hop in the requests, please. I have my debate prompt right here, if you want to know. But I assume there's no one left in MAGA, so we're just moving on to other stuff. But, okay, this guy's a Trump supporter, it seems like. Let's go.
Oh, no, Adam, sorry. It's Max, the guy from the other day. I was just calling to say what's up again.
What's up, man?
But,
How you doing?
just chilling. I'll probably hop off in a couple minutes, but I was just wondering how long are you going to be live tonight?
Anywhere from 20 more minutes to like another hour and a half. It really depends on how things go. I don't know.
Oh, okay, true. No, I just want to say again, man, I appreciate the conversation we had the other day.
For sure.
Like I went on YouTube and like checked it out. We like went for like 2-3 hours. Like it was definitely enlightening. Yeah, you're a great debater, man, for sure.
I appreciate
So
that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right,
Thanks.
take care. Yep. Okay, man, I wish there was MAGA people left, but okay, we'll go back to this.
When it comes to you defining this,
Is Andrew Wilson a MAGA or a Trump
so
supporter or both? I don't know what Andrew Wilson is.
You can understand what this ideology actually is, and that you are completely bereft of that in your definition or even in explaining yourself here.
I don't want you to pivot from the Jason Stanley thing. Like, why do you think that he is like?
It's irrelevant and tangential.
No, it's relevant because you are the one who impugned his.
Okay, now he's great. I'll just say he's great.
Okay, cool.
Okay, anything else?
Cool.
So
Nope,
okay, great. So anyway, it's tangential. It's irrelevant. That was the pivot. So back to this.
Okay, that's kind of
when we're talking about historic.
When
we're talking about you're the one who made the pivot. When we're talking about historic. Historic movements. They have historic definitions. Feminism does. Christianity has historic definitions. Communism has historical definitions. All of these things have historic definitions which are laid in to what they actually are. For some reason, you want us to believe we should just ignore that for fascism.
I don't want anyone to believe anything. I'm defending my position. If you think I'm wrong, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. If you want to be pedantic about what ultranationalism means and ignore every single point I make, that's your right to do. I am curious, when you conceded to my 3 affirmative claims, was that like a sarcastic, like, okay, liberal, whatever you said?
No,
was
I'm
like an
pointing
actual
out that
concession?
even if I cede all these claims,
But do you cede them?
It wouldn't demonstrate that. Well, let's go through them one at a time.
Sure. You want to start with number 1? Trump is an authoritarian whose political project seeks to centralize and consolidate power by engaging with our laws in bad faith.
Yeah, I'll cede that claim.
You actually fully agree with me on that?
No, I didn't say I fully agree with you. I just said I'll cede the claim. Whether I agree with you or not is tangential to the debate.
Well, I'm curious. Do you agree?
I don't
with
care
me?
what you're curious about is tangential to the debate.
Well, it seems pretty
I don't
relevant
care
to the
what
debate,
you're.
actually.
No, it's not relevant if I agree or don't agree. What's relevant
My
is if he is or
affirmative
isn't a
claim as
fascist.
to why Trump is a fascist is not relevant to the debate.
No, wait.
Okay.
That claim is relevant to the debate. Whether I agree with that claim is not.
And you don't want to share with anyone whether or not you agree with that.
Why would that have anything to do with this debate?
Because then we could discuss substantively.
Yeah,
what
no,
Trump
you
has
want to
done.
get into policies. Next time, ask for policy
I want to get
debate.
into Trump.
We're
because
asking.
if you read
We're
the description
what's
of the
prompts?
debate. Is Trump a fascist?
Yeah, no,
not what is fascism?
Here's the thing. I'm ceding every one of these points hypothetically and still demonstrating he's not.
Okay, so you think that even if we use the claim number 1, Trump is an authoritarian whose political project seeks to centralize and consolidate power by engaging with our laws in
Yeah,
bad
that's
faith,
not fascistic.
in conjunction with my other 2 claims, is not fascistic?
So we'll start with claim 1. That's not fascistic. So claim 2.
Well, you have to be all 3 together.
Okay, go to claim 2.
This is like pointing at a brick and saying it's not a house liberal because the house has bricks.
Okay, I'm going to go through them one at a time and tell you if they're
Yeah.
fascistic or not, and then we'll take the totality of them. Go ahead.
Okay. Trump is an authoritarian whose political project seeks to centralize and consolidate power by engaging with our laws in bad faith. He uses this position of power to vilify, intimidate, and oppress his opposition and those he designates as members of outgroups. And he builds, fuels, and justifies this movement with allusions to a once glorious, now desecrated past, which can only be reattained through ultranationalism.
Well, wait a second. Can only be attained with ultranationalism.
Reattained, yeah.
Reattained. Okay. So Trump is saying that he wants everybody to be the body of the state.
No, he's saying that we have to put America first to re-achieve American glory.
That just sounds like nationalism to me.
Andrew comes into this debate with one move and one move only. Discredit the framework before a single argument can land. And the
True.
way he does it is actually worth paying attention to because it is a strategy. When he said that all Adam is trying to do is use morally ambiguous language in order to call his opposition that thing, he is not engaging with the argument. He is
True.
trying to make the audience distrust the argument before they even hear it.
True.
That is not a rebuttal. That is a deflection dressed up as intellectual pushback. Here is what blows my mind about this. Adam is not doing anything unusual.
True.
Scholars, historians, and political scientists have been applying definitional frameworks to political movements for over a century.
True.
That is literally how political science works.
You know, I'm going to stop giving my commentary because it's just going to be me saying true over and over again. So I'll let this guy talk.
Definitional frameworks to political movements for over a century. That is literally how political science works. You establish a definition. You apply it to observable behavior and you see if it fits. Andrew wants you to believe that process is somehow manipulative when someone he disagrees with does it, and Adam catches this immediately. When Adam said that if Andrew wants to be pedantic about what ultranationalism means and ignore every single point being made, that is his right. He was not being dismissive. He was naming exactly what was happening in real time. Andrew was not engaging with the substance. He was camping on one word and using it as a wall. You have to understand something here. This is a debate tactic that gets used constantly, and most people do not recognize it until someone points it out. You pick one term inside a multi-part argument, you dispute only that term, and you use that single dispute to reject the entire framework. Andrew does this with ultranationalism throughout this entire exchange, and then Adam drops something that should have ended the conversation early. He said this is like pointing at a brick and saying it is not a house, and then being told the house has bricks. That analogy is precise, because Andrew is doing exactly that. He is taking one component of a 3-part argument, saying that component alone does not prove the conclusion, and acting like he has dismantled the whole thing. That is not how logic works. That is not how any of this works.
True. Okay, sounds like ultranationalism when you look at the actual extent to which he employs this propaganda technique, and
What?
when you combine it,
What's
when
the
you
extent?
combine it with the fact that it's not in a vacuum. This rhetoric is used to I justify. just found out about this video the other day. It has like 30K views.
Well,
If he was just saying it, and
even
then
if the
doing
rhetoric
legally,
is
different question.
Hang on, even if the rhetoric is used to justify
And apparently, my
authoritarianism,
my debate with Andrew just hit like 100K views recently, which is kind of crazy.
fascism.
According to you,
No, I mean according to all of the according to all of the history around
How
what
long do you want to
fascism
do
is,
this?
and not only that,
the
according to your own
narrator
def-
is
Don't
some
be a
dude
snarky
named
little-
Charles Kent. Charles Kent.
according to all of the history around
How
what
long do you wanna
fascism
do
is,
this?
and not only that, according to your own don't be a snarky little. You took the debate. Suffer. So back to this.
I am.
Yeah, back to this.
It's more funny
The
than
thing
suffering.
is-
I just
the
like.
thing
Are we
is,
not
just
gonna
like
talk about Trump at all?
we are talking about if Trump's a fascist.
No,
What's
but
the
things that
debate?
Trump has done.
Yeah,
not like,
I'm not.
again,
I'm here to talk about if Trump's a fascist.
I want to clarify with James. The debate prompt is not what is fascism. Is Trump a fascist?
Yeah, that's right. So we're talking about if Trump's a fascist. Anything else?
Yeah.
Just to be sure, do I understand right? So if we were using Andrew's definition, in that case, Andrew, you'd say no, Trump's not a fascist.
Yeah, by Andrew's definition, I would also say Trump's not a fascist. I wouldn't use his definition.
Right. You're just going to use a made-up, non-historical definition.
one that I think is better.
Using Adam's definition, where would you guys both land?
I would still say he's not a fascist because of the ultranationalism. This is the critique.
No. You're not actually using my definition when you say that. You're projecting your own definition of this, like the subparts of the overall definition into my definition. So you keep saying my definition doesn't work because ultranationalism, but in my definition, I've explained what ultranationalism actually means, which is a rhetorical strategy
Yeah, but it doesn't mean
used
that.
to justify power grabs.
That's not what ultranationalism is.
If you were to accept that ultranationalism in this context is a justification or a premise used for power grabs, then would Trump be a fascist?
Ultranationalism is not defined by rhetoric. It's defined
Can we
by
get some
action.
W's in the chat for Paul, who sent $10 on PayPal saying, no need to read. Well, I'm going to read it. Glad to catch you live. Seems like I've only kept up with your VODs. Kept up with you over VODs, yeah. I'm going to go live more often.
By the way, Gentile points this out. Where his whole philosophy was called pure act. Pure act was his entire philosophy and fascist philosophy. Pure act. It's an action, not a rhetoric. It's not a rhetoric. That's just made up bullshit.
I just want to ask the question again. In hindsight, this is such a crazy argument. It's not a rhetoric. It's an action. It's like, like a word, like the same one word can mean different things in different contexts, right? I am using the word ultranationalist in this context. If you were to, it's called a hypothetical. Would Trump then be a fascist?
I can't. Listen, hypotheticals have to map on to logic, right?
No, I'm just asking if you were to accept the premise, then would it follow that Trump's a fascist?
If it was the case that I decided to accept the premise is Trump, that you say Trump is a fascist, would that make him one? Yes.
Oh, awesome.
This is the part of the debate where Andrew's entire strategy starts to collapse under its own weight, because up until now he has been deflecting, but here he is forced to actually engage, and what comes out is genuinely revealing. When Andrew said that putting a country first to achieve national glory just sounds like nationalism to him and not ultranationalism, he is making a distinction without actually defining it. He is not telling you what ultranationalism is, he is just telling you what he personally feels it is not. That is not an argument, that is a preference dressed up as a position, and Adam catches it. When Adam said that Andrew is not actually using his definition, that Andrew is projecting his own sub-definitions into Adam's framework, that was not just a gotcha, that was a genuinely important point. Because here is what is actually happening. Andrew is taking Adam's definition, quietly swapping out one component for his own version of that component, and then saying the definition does not work. That is like someone changing an ingredient in your recipe, and then telling you your dish tastes wrong.
That's a bar. The first time I heard him say that, I was like, you just said that so well. That's exactly what it felt like in this conversation.
Here is the historical context. It is like someone changing an ingredient in your recipe and then telling you your dish tastes wrong. Here is the historical context that matters. The concept of ultranationalism as a political tool has been studied extensively since the early 20th century. Scholars who analyzed movements in Weimar Germany and Mussolini's Italy consistently described ultranationalism not just as a feeling of national pride, but as an ideological mechanism used to justify the concentration of state power. It was never just about loving your country. It was about using that love as a weapon to silence opposition. And that distinction is exactly what Adam is pointing to, and Andrew keeps refusing to engage with it. Then Adam asks Andrew directly, if you were to accept the way I am using the word ultranationalism in this context, would the person we are discussing then meet the definition of fascist? And what Andrew does next is the moment everything shifts, because he cannot answer cleanly. He keeps saying hypotheticals have to map onto logic, but that is the logic. Adam is asking a conditional question. If A then B, Andrew cannot say no because the logic holds, so he stalls.
So if you claimed Trump is a fascist, and I said, yes, he is, you're right.
Again, James, thanks for having us. I'm glad
What have we
we're able to
established there?
Figure this out. I don't really know what we established, but you just conceded, I guess.
What are you talking
using
about?
my definition.
If I listen,
you're saying
you
using
asked
my
if
definition.
it was the
Trump is a
case that you accepted this, would it be the case that you accepted it? Yes. If it were the case that I accepted it, then it would indeed be the case that I accepted it. But then I don't accept it.
Well, no, you could then
What are
say
you
that
talking
even if I accepted your definition of ultranationalism in this context, your definition still would not qualify to Trump as a fascist because Trump
No.
did XYZ
You
or
asked
didn't
me
do XYZ.
if it's the case that you accepted this thing, would it be the case that you accepted this thing?
No.
Yes.
I said if it's the case that you accept my definition of one part of this thing, I can be even more clear.
That's
I
not
said
what
if
you said.
I can clarify what I said. People can also rewind. I said if you were to accept the way I am using the term ultranationalism, then yes.
Yes. If I were to, so now we're in hypothetical.
If you were to accept
territory.
what?
If I were to accept your framework for this, in this case,
not
ultranationalism.
framework for this. Specifically, my definition of ultranationalism in this context.
Yes.
If you were to accept
If
that,
I were to,
then
then-
zooming out, would my overall definition and my affirmative claims of fascism apply to Trump?
I see. So let me show you how stupid this is.
Please.
If you accepted that this lighter was fascist, would this lighter be fascist?
It's not analogous to what I said.
Answer my question. If you accept, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, great. Look.
Not analogous.
You just admitted the lighter's fascist.
Oh my God. No, yeah, this is not analogous.
It's the
Because
same thing
I'm
you're
referring
asking
to
me. It's the same thing you're asking me, bro.
I'm referring to a subcomponent of my overall definition, which you are taking issue with, and saying if you were to accept the definition of that subcomponent and then zoom out, would my overall affirmative claims then justify calling Trump a fascist?
Yeah. So what you're asking me is, if it were the case that you agreed with me, Trump was a fascist, would he be?
No. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Because you could say, okay, even if you say that, Trump didn't actually do this authoritarian thing, or he doesn't engage in bad faith, he's trying to pursue novel legal theories, he takes legal advice from his lawyers. You could actually dispute on that basis that even if I accept your definition, Trump does not fit this category.
No, me saying to you, even if it was the case that I accepted what you meant by ultranationalism is true, and therefore agreed with your position, would I be agreeing with your position? Yes, of course, hypothetically, that would be the case. What's actually happening
by
here,
definition,
though,
what Trump means.
I don't agree with your definition that Trump meets the criteria for ultranationalism for the 15th time. All you've done is ask me hypothetically if you did, would he? And the answer is yes,
I feel
of course.
like you know what I'm saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
You're pretending not to.
I don't, because it makes no sense.
I'm asking if you were to accept the premise, which is how we define fascism, then would you accept the conclusion that Trump meets that definition?
Yeah, you're asking me the same thing. You're just saying if it's the case that you accepted this, would you be accepting this?
No, but I'm not asking you to accept that Trump's a fascist. I'm asking you to accept my definition of what fascism is.
I don't accept your definition of fascism for the last time, for the 300th time.
Don't.
But if you say, I don't
this.
know what you're saying.
Yeah, you do.
I actually don't. Use small words. Pretend I'm really stupid.
Okay.
No need to pretend. No need to pretend.
Do you understand that when we are applying labels to people, whether or not that label applies to the person is not just a question of how you define the label, but once you've established that definition, whether or not the person actually fits in line with the description of that label.
Yes.
So you could say, I accept your definition, Adam, but Trump does not meet those affirmative claims that you've made. Because Trump actually, for example, legitimately thinks that he has the right to do these things. His lawyers tell him he has the right to do it. He legitimately thinks that James Comey and Letitia James are enemies of the state. And therefore, he's not engaging in bad faith. He's not punishing his
So I
opponents.
understand exactly what you're
Governing
saying. I just need you to understand that it's a complete tautology. What you're asking me to do is grant this so that we can move to something else. Okay, I get that. Well, you are. What you're saying is, can you accept that my definition within its framework is coherent if you accept my definition as being coherent?
Just saying if you accept my
David
definition
Raid.
from
What's
me,
up
I
to
don't know
everyone joining from the David Raid? Is David in here? No. If David wants to hop on, he's free to as well. I look, you want to check out some of his Unfuck America clips. We're watching this one YouTube guy who broke down a segment of my debate with Andrew. And he was glazing me pretty hard, but it was good glaze. Like this is a good analysis.
Yeah, if I accepted, yes, but it's tautological, of course. If I accept your definition of fascism, would the guy you're calling a fascist meet the definition that you tailored to the guy? Sure.
No, but if I gave the same
But so
definition
what?
of fascism and said, like, is Obama a fascist, you would say, no, by your own definition, Obama does not meet that criteria.
And I'm telling you that here right now with ultranationalism.
No, but then you're using your definition of ultranationalism,
Yeah, because
not
what's going
mine.
on here is this. Okay, do you understand that if I said fascism is the belief that we should be moving towards a stateless society, right? And you're a communist, let's say, right? Would you accept that as the definition of fascism?
I wouldn't, but you're saying if I did,
You
then
wouldn't.
yeah.
But if you did, then you would be agreeing with me, right? If you did.
Not necessarily.
Hang on, no. If you accepted that as my definition, then you
Give me
would
the definition again?
Yeah, that communism is a movement towards a stateless, or fascism is a movement towards a stateless society.
But then who'd you be applying that definition to? Just
Well,
give me an example.
let's just.
Oh, when Adam said, I do not really know what we established, but you just conceded, I guess, that line landed because it was accurate. Andrew walked into his own trap so casually that even the moderator paused. This is the moment the entire debate flipped.
What's up, liberal?
Bro, you lick sniz. You literally lick sniz, bro. What are you on about? You're still watching. It's been years, pal.
You're right.
It's been years. This guy is Jesus Christ. He's the GOAT. He has a little Charlie Kirk art piece in the background. Like, bro, why are you still on this? This is my king. I'm joking.
You know who it is?
Here's what
It's
people
not
need
me. It's my good friend, my minion, Charles Kent. You don't shit talk.
Oh, I
Charles
made a video
Kent,
about
right?
you?
And it got more views than any video I've ever made about this debate.
Oh my god.
No, but I don't know if you saw in my Discord, the thumbnail of this video made me think it's a hate video because he made me look chopped as fuck. Look at this. That is not me.
I saw it. Yeah, I did see that on the Discord.
But then the actual video, he's glazing me. It's kind of crazy.
This is the moment the entire debate flipped. Here is what people need to understand about what just happened. Andrew spent the majority of this exchange arguing that Adam's definition of fascism was non-historical.
That is
made
not
up,
him
and
talking,
intellectually
is it?
dishonest.
I think it's an AI text-to-speech thing, which
Yeah,
I can't judge
definitely.
because I still use that for a lot of my TikToks. It actually works great. But
Those were his words.
I saw the most
And
recent
then,
one.
when
It's a
pressed with
certified
direct-
banger now.
bro, that video is getting what do you call it? The algorithm is like so weird. I like do not understand the algorithm. I'm not sure how much when I post a video, how much of the performance is like the algorithm versus like the quality of my video. It's like such a crapshoot at this point.
It was such a fucking banger, honestly, and I don't know why it's not doing fucking great.
I know it's because.
But same thing with me. It's like a hit or miss thing. The UFA content tends to do well, and like I make a good fucking video.
Bro,
where I provide sources and shit.
Where can I find the full thing on YouTube or Spotify or something?
I'm gonna post I'm gonna work on the VOD right now, and I'm gonna edit it, and make it look nice, and then I'll have it up tomorrow.
Where was this last event at?
It was at NCSU, North Carolina, brother.
You guys
Amen.
probably got a lot more conservatives there than Cali, right?
Believe it or not, these motherfuckers were not showing up.
Oh, really?
They were not showing up. Yeah, I got
this was
there
right
was
after the
probably-
Trump Jesus picture, so I feel like even his people are a little bit hanging their head right
And
now.
believe it or not, there was like 10 frat guys in the corner talking shit the entire time. And I would call them out directly. You're probably going to see it in the video. But they did not come up. They left. They ended up fucking leaving after heckling us for hours. And I mean, they're cowardly. It is
Probably
what it
weren't
is,
even
but
sober. I
maybe
mean, I had an accelerationist frat guy on here earlier who was saying he voted for Trump because if everyone dies, it'll bring in communism or something.
Oh my, what a fucking high
Genius.
IQ king.
I know, 10,000 IQ.
Oh, God, super genius.
Did you get any debates today? I don't know how long you were live for, but it's been slim pickings, low key.
Yeah, I got like 3 fucking people. It's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
I was on for 2 hours, 2 hour 30 minutes.
I don't know why, but I think this Trump Jesus image was like, for some reason, an actual big vibe shift for a lot of right wingers where they're like, yeah, no more.
That's why I need to start steering my content to the America First movement, I feel.
Like Nick Fuentes or like Tucker?
Both. Just Republicans in general. I need to catch that vibe so they can start hating me, and that'll probably help with the
You
the
need
vibes, you know what I'm
to,
saying?
bro. I saw when I watched the new episode of The Boys, and the Deep said, "No cap on
No
God."
cap on God, bro.
I was like, "There's
Bro.
no way he made an AJ Okra reference in The Boys." That's crazy. That shit was actually. I like thought of that when he said it. I was like, I've heard this before. I've heard this combination of words before.
Bro, I was saying, I posted on my fucking story. I couldn't
saw it.
believe it, dude. No cap on God, bro. We're
And the
international.
Jesus
We're
thing
national.
was a crazy coincidence too.
Yeah. That's a little too.
I was
That's
saying
not
earlier,
enough.
they finished writing the script before the election even happened, and they did a pretty good fucking job of predicting everything.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I don't really like the show. It's a little too fucking. It's getting a little too realistic.
Too
man.
real. I like the fact that it like takes something real and like exaggerates it to like a insane degree to kind of like paint the.
Yes, this is a
or, like,
Homelander
expose it.
Trump parallel is fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
I need
accurate.
to. I need to cook up some The Boys analysis. I feel like that's like I'm getting burnt out from just saying Trump bad, bro. At a certain point, it's like
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
feel like
start. I need to
everyone
start.
knows.
I'm gonna make a fucking a good manifesto. Okay, not the Tyler Robinson kind. I mean like a I policy solutions, I guess.
That's a bad idea.
Because I'm gonna copy the con. So because I'm really tired of this bullshit. It's getting a little fucking annoying.
It is, yeah. I
Just every week some new fucking thing. It's
Did you
it's
see
terrible.
the TPUSA event that was like completely empty yesterday?
It was dead. Oh
And
my
you see,
god.
Erica didn't go
dude.
because there was a big security concern apparently. But JD, he's just built different. So they sent him anyways.
Yeah, the vice president. He's not a fucking. No one wants to get rid of his ass, dude. He doesn't pose a threat to anybody.
No, my
He
logic
has
is there
no
actually
clue.
was a threat, and that's why they sent JD. They were like, this guy's getting fucking annoying, bro. Just send him to Georgia.
I wonder if that's what Trump did with Trump. I'm joking. Sorry. Can't be saying those things anymore. Sorry, guys. My bad.
I'm just asking questions.
God. Amazing.
Oh my God! You
Wait,
just
when's that
reminded
dropping?
me. I
When's that
actually
dropping?
forgot that happened. They said end of April or early May. Maybe I should follow up and ask for a specific.
Fuck me, bro. We're getting fucking close, bro. How long does it take to fucking
I
edit
don't
a
know.
fucking
I've
video,
like
dude?
forgotten half what happened, and it's like I hope I did well, but I don't even know anymore.
You hope you did it well. Are you even questioning that in your fucking head, dude?
Dude, he's good. He's good. I'm telling you.
Lock in.
He's so good.
I need to get on the big JLP, bro. I want to fucking talk to
I
Justice.
told him I love everyone. He's like, does that include Netanyahu? And I was like, you fucking got me, bro.
Bro, liberal. We got, bro. Oh, listen, this is big news. The radical left, the deep state, called me and they're like, bro, we want to make the fucking bar fight you Adam shit. Because I asked, and bro, we need to do that, bro.
Let's go. I was considering. You said you were going to ask Z about it.
Yeah.
I also can email them, but if you're trying to get it set up on your end, I can like leave that to you as well. It's up to you.
I have to keep pushing. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that, and then I'll let you fucking know.
Okay, yeah, because they had
Cool.
I still maybe it was for the best that I missed that initial outreach, so I can do like an even better banger one for
Yeah,
when
sure.
we
We're
hop
gonna
on,
go
yeah.
fucking radical.
Yeah, you were saying they're getting desperate for guests, right?
That's what's apparently that's what's happening. Yeah,
It seems like it because they've been recycling people, and yeah, I feel like the Daily Wire is falling off in general. They're definitely
Yeah, for
botting
sure.
views too for a lot of that stuff.
And I feel like Jubilee's also suffering from a similar issue.
Yeah, although I do like their new face-off series, like the one-on-one.
That
I
shit
think
is
only
good.
Dean and Parker have done it so far, but that's a good one.
Yeah, the big fucking oligarchs. God
True.
damn it.
True.
Amen.
Big lib.
Article.
You want to stick around and react to some news, or are you about to hop off soon?
Hey, if you're willing to have me, liberal, I'm down.
Yes, anytime.
Conditional
Finish this up and see what we can yap about.
Andrew essentially confirmed that if he accepted Adam's framework, the person being discussed would meet the definition. He tried to laugh it off. He tried to frame it as a tautology, but the admission was already out there and no amount of backpedaling changed that. What Andrew then tries to do is fascinating from a debate strategy perspective. He argues that accepting a definition and then concluding someone fits that definition is circular, and on the surface that sounds reasonable, but it completely misses the point. The question was never whether Andrew accepts the conclusion. The question was whether the logic is valid, and by confirming the conditional, Andrew confirmed the logic is valid. His only remaining objection is that he personally rejects the premise, which is fine, but that is a much weaker position than where he started. And then Adam does something that I think is genuinely underrated in this exchange. He brings up a former president as a comparison and says, by your own definition, that person would not be a fascist. Andrew agrees, and Adam's point is surgical here, right? Because if the same definition applies differently to two different people based on their observable behavior, then the definition is not tailored to one person. It is actually doing what definitions are supposed to do. It is being applied consistently. Andrew has no answer for this. He pivots immediately. This is the part that gets me. Andrew's entire argument rests on the idea that Adam's definition is constructed specifically to reach a predetermined conclusion. But Adam just proved that the same definition produces a different conclusion when applied to a different person. That is the opposite of a rigged definition. Andrew either does not see this or does not want to. And by the end of this exchange, the audience can decide which one it is. So what do you guys think of this? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
I think we might have a MAGA in the guest request. I'm hoping. Oh, we have RC in the guest request too.
Holy shit!
Do you want to talk to
He's
RC?
Like, why'd
It's
you
up to
sell
you.
yourself out to UFA, bro? Fucking, why are you associating yourself with Destiny, bro?
Oh,
That's what
is
I'm
that his
seeing
angle?
so bad. I'm assuming that's what it's gonna be.
Wait,
I can bet money.
Jay Johnson 67 in the request. Are you a Trump supporter? Let me know in the chat. Jay Johnson. Calling Jay Johnson
please,
to aisle
dude.
5 for a cleanup. You are? Okay. RC, you can wait in line, buddy.
Jay Johnson, brother.
Mr. Johnson, you there?
Up the courage.
Do not scare easily. We never die.
The Big Joe Biden at it, bro. God damn it, here comes RC.
I was gonna say that's what we're left with now. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Really scraping, dude, with the razor. Yeah, so Kamala Harris had racist policy.
So true. Oh, he's on that Biden broadband. He's not even loading.
Yeah, can we get a fucking Doge email real quick? What are the 5 things he done this weekend? Is he alive? Hello, sir.
No, he's cooked. He's done.
Hold on. We're gonna do some CPR real quick. Come on, RC. Come on, RC. You got this.
America, second to none.
Bro, what are they trolling you with fucking Biden edits?
I guess it's been those two people, but I haven't gotten any actual MAGA today. I've gotten trolls and then one guy who was crashing out saying the Iran war is 5D chess.
It is 5D chess because they had missiles, bro. They had fucking missiles, so that makes
He
it
said
totally
it's all
fun for
about
civil
Trump
war.
putting pressure on China's energy markets, and it was all part of the plan.
Amen. Well, best RC debate. I'm dead.
Best start, yeah, true. That's the best point RC's ever made. I mean, you shut the fuck up.
Is he not there anymore? Is he gone?
I don't know. He's not even in the live anymore, I think.
Come on, RC. Try again, RC. Come on.
Wow, typical right winger ran away.
Yeah, not surprised, quite frankly. No cap on God.
Damn. Do you have any good reaction suggestions? Because I went to the New York Times page and there's low-key it's all the same shit as usual.
I'm assuming you've heard about the pardons, right?
The pardons.
Donald Trump is promising pardons for all of his people.
Oh
at
yeah,
the end of
anyone
his
who was
term.
in within 200 feet of the Oval Office or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I there's nothing I can say to express
Listen, we
disapproval of
knew.
Trump that I haven't already said.
Listen. We knew, but now we know. You know what I mean?
Biden should have gone so much harder with his pardons, dude. He should have pardoned fucking
He should have pardoned
Jack
every
Smith's
American in the
grandchildren.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have
Wait,
pardoned
can you do
every
that?
fucking American. I'm assuming you can. It's an absolute power, like fucking.
Someone could
constrained
run
at all.
on making crime legal then.
Essentially, yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's
if a
what it is.
Democrat hypothetically ran for office and said, I would pardon someone. Never mind. I'm going to get my life taken down.
I know. I knew exactly where you were fucking going.
Yeah, I'm not even going to elaborate on that.
America, on my first day in office, I'm going to sign a pardon for Tyler Robinson. Can we get that done?
Did you see that fucking Powell is saying he's going to stick around because Trump doesn't have the votes to confirm his replacement?
I hope that's the fucking case.
And Trump's like, I'm going to fire him if he stays. But if Trump could fire him, he would have fired him already.
Yeah, he can't just fucking fire him.
Well, according to...
I think the Fed is only accountable to Congress, right? Not the executive?
Yeah, and it's meant to be independent. And Trump has removed any semblance or any optics of this being an independent decision if he was to fire Powell. Like, it's obviously politically motivated, so it wouldn't stand either way.
Yeah. Donald Trump looks kind of like a... Ooh, I don't know if I can say that on TikTok.
Say it.
Hold on, I'll put it in the comment section. There.
Chopped is an understatement. I think
You know how
I
they...
think you can say that.
I don't know. It's scary because he might be. It might be hate speech.
I don't think it's hate speech against Trump.
He's gotten darker and darker, dude.
Also, if hate speech is allowed against anyone, I feel like Trump would be the guy where it's like everyone should get a free pass to just call him whatever you want to call him, bro.
While I agree, just be ready because here comes the fucking flag. Give it 5 seconds. It's gonna be harassment and bullying.
I already got flagged like 30 minutes ago, so it won't be the first time.
Oh, okay, easy, man.
The fact that this as a title and thumbnail even exists, I saw this in my recommended, and I was like, we're all gonna die.
Bro. We're so fried. Yes, yeah, it's over. It's over. It's so fucking bad.
I actually want to see if anyone defended him.
An uncharacteristic move by President Trump.
The goal, bro, is to get on one of these panels. This shit. Who's that one guy?
Bro, I was about to fucking say.
Adam Mogler. He kills on these, bro. He actually shits in everyone's mouth and just walks out. It's actually crazy. But,
on God, it's fucking crazy. They go a little over the top with the makeup, though. I'm not gonna lie.
They do sometimes. What is the guy he's always shitting on? The MAGA guy. I'm blanking on his name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know
really
exactly. Well, it's two dudes, but it's always
annoying.
yeah. I would love to get on one of those because they always act like really tough with people when Adam Mockler's not there. So they're bullies, guys. They're bullies. That's
The thing is,
they're
you go on
such
bar
bad
fight,
people.
and then you get the Shapiro contact from the Knowles contact, and Shapiro has the CNN contact, and that's the method.
I don't know. I think if I pop off, I'm probably not going to have conversations with any of the top guys. I'm really fucking vulgar.
Man, I'm that Shapiro thing that was supposed to happen is just like, I guess just
It never materialized?
I guess it's just not ever happening. Yeah, I don't know
No.
why, but I think he backed out, which is
What was
crazy
it gonna
because
be?
he's
Can
fallen
you even
off.
talk
He
about
could
it?
use the publicity, but
Yeah.
what'd you say?
What happened? Like, can you even talk about it? No, right?
I think it's I don't know. I can't talk about it, but I think it's probably clear what it was, at least to you, right? And then it was supposed to happen, and then they said it's not happening, and then we just never heard back ever.
Ben Shapiro's a fucking C-word, guys. A fucking C-word.
True.
A C-word.
An uncharacteristic
You know what I'm
move
saying?
by President Trump. After significant blowback from both the left and the right, he's now deleted this.
The thing that bugs me the most about this photo is the fact that he thought it was okay to post it says a lot about how mentally fucked he is. That he thought this would like, not be a problem.
It's so he's just like launching attacks on the church now. He's going after the Pope as well.
And I think it is.
I believe they threatened one of his it was something. They told him that the United States military could do whatever the fuck they want, basically.
Did you see that the original version of this didn't have the fucking guy with the horns in the background? And that this was like added on for some reason?
What the fuck? What even is that thing? The AI like did such a bad job.
I saw what's his name? You know Sagar from Breaking Points?
Probably.
He's
not by
the
name,
Indian one with the glasses that is the show with Crystal Ball.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
He
they
said-
always harass. What's her name?
Alyssa
She's a senator.
Slotkin?
Yeah, there you go. Alyssa Slotkin. Yeah, they always harass her.
He said that this is the Statue of Liberty with wings. I can kind of see that. But
I saw hella Christians on Twitter saying, "That's it. Like Trump's the Antichrist. I'm convinced." And I was like, honestly, I don't even know if I believe in that shit, but I believe that Trump's the Antichrist. I fully believe that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I would just expect more from the Antichrist because like they hype him up in
the
scripture
sense
and
that
like
it's
the
like
worst guy ever.
in the sense that it's like he seems like a sign that end times are coming. The fact that he's in power is like, oh yeah, we're fucked as a species. And now he's apparently we're pulling out of NATO. That's what the word on the street recently.
You know, it's funny. I'm pretty sure you did see the interview. I saw that you were watching it on YouTube. The most recent one with Maria Bartiromo.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
He said,
I couldn't even.
We don't want to spend money on NATO, but we should have Greenland so we could have bases and protect them from Russia and China.
So we don't want to spend money on NATO, but we also want to spend money on Greenland to protect Europe from Russia and China. But we don't want to spend money on it. I don't know. It makes no sense.
It seems like he's
We might pull
bringing
out
up
of NATO, though.
Greenland again because he's like pissed off that NATO like didn't help him enough with Iran. So he's like, okay, you guys are gonna help me. I'm just gonna take Greenland anyways.
So I remember it's NATO Article 47. It clearly states that we just do whatever the fuck America wants. It's not a defense pact. It's an offensive pact.
Yeah,
This is the
exactly. I was
American
gonna say
treaty.
like if this was a defensive war, it'd be different. But
It's not the North Atlantic. It's the North American Treaty Org, bud.
North American Trump Organization.
Oh.
94 says NATO wasn't there for us, bro. Hop in the request. Are you in the request?
Lock the fuck in, bro.
Oh, he is.
NATO wasn't there for us when we decided to go to war with fucking Iran for no reason.
Hey, how old are you?
On the finish line.
I knew it. I had a feeling.
I don't even know what the goal of that is. Like,
bro, he slammed the hell out of the fucking. You know, he pulled back after he fucking slammed the space bar. That shit was Aura King. What happened to RC, dude?
I don't know.
I wanted a big MAGA. Fuck.
Didn't we? He was the same guy we debated on like the moon landing and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, and on evolution and shit.
He's cooked mentally.
AI-generated post depicting himself as Jesus. But according to him, that isn't the likeness of Jesus, and he's surprised that anyone would think otherwise.
I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor, making people better.
But tonight, Vice President J.D. Vance had a different explanation. He said Trump is just trying to be funny.
Right. I think the president was posting a joke, and of course he took it down because he recognized that a lot of people weren't understanding his humor in that case.
He's just too fucking funny. No one gets it. He's so ahead of the curve on comedy that no one understands. The best thing.
I don't think.
Go ahead.
Go for it. No, you go for it.
The best thing is that in the original picture, there's an actual doctor like right there. So the idea that we have a frame of reference for what a doctor looks like in his picture.
I feel like Donald Trump could have probably gotten away with this at the start of last year, but now it's just so fucked. Because dude, this is not the first time he's
with the Pope
as the
picture.
Pope.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But now everyone's like kind of hating on him.
Although the thing is with the Jesus thing is like the Catholics and the Protestants will unite against him. But when it was just the Pope, it's just the Catholics.
And now they're gonna go to a really Christian guy and like Nick Fuentes or some shit. That's way more Christian than Trump. You know?
What did Jon Stewart call him? Jane Dolores Vance. He's up next.
Fucking
He went to Islamabad and he negotiated the fuck out of a peace deal, bro. He's so cool.
He negotiated so hard that he just wanted to run it back. Like they had a deal and he said, "Nah, fuck that. I want to come back."
They loved his
negotiate
negotiating
again.
so much they were like, "We have to do this again, bro."
They literally requested him specifically because they knew he was a master debater.
Oh man. You can tell he's like dying inside, sitting in that
Bro, it's
empty ass
just
fucking arena too, with 10 people clapping and half them are shouting at him anyways.
Dude, that's how you know he's never winning shit for the election. We had a fucking plant in there, believe it or not. That was gonna ask a question.
Oh really? In the TPUSA
thing? There was a radical plant.
Damn.
Well, he shall not be named, but sadly fucking couldn't go up. They only asked like 5 questions.
I feel like a left wing commentator could fill up more than they did at that event. Like that was really fucking pitiful.
yeah.
There was no one in the bleachers at all.
And this guy's the like runner up for president in 2028.
Yeah, he's technically the second most powerful man on earth, but apparently not relevant enough. Even Erica Kirk was like, "Sorry, buddy, you're on your own."
Yeah.
His humor in that case.
She was
hey, he knows where home is. He knows where home is for real.
True.
Edward Beck is here with us at the table. Father Beck, is this a funny joke? It seems like most people didn't take it that way.
Well, I think rightly so. What doctor have you ever seen with light rays coming out of his hands to heal someone and rays from heaven coming down, blessing him?
Dr.
in red and-
Rabinovich.
Fauci?
In the pit.
Who?
Dr. Fussy.
Who the hell is-
You don't watch The Pit, bro?
I don't know what the hell that is.
The Pit?
The Pit?
Yes.
I don't know what the Pit is.
Nah, bro. Lock the fuck
Is that a
in,
show?
dude. About the doctors and shit. Yeah.
Bro, I hate shows about doctors. Oh my god. This is like Grey's Anatomy or something.
No, it's actually
Season
good.
7. Oh my god, I've always loved you, but
No,
now
it's
we have to
super
do a
political. It's
surgery
super
and
political. It's fire.
Huh?
It's super political. It's fire.
Oh really? Okay. You
Yeah,
should
it's
watch
actually fucking really
I'm watching
good.
House of Cards right now. And what's his name? Frank Underwood is like Trump with intelligence. It's kind of crazy to see.
Interesting.
White garments. I mean, the president, I think, is being
Oh,
disingenuous.
now we know who's going to be defending
quite
it.
frankly, by saying he thinks it was a doctor's image he was posting. There's no Red Cross image in the photograph. There's an image of a nurse in a blue uniform, but nothing about the Red Cross. So I just think all of his comments did not follow what everybody else saw.
Did
And
you
to
see the
JP
theory that he was told by his team to say that it was a doctored image? And that his takeaway was that he's a doctor in the image? Because Carolyn Levitt was asked, and that's what she said, is this image was doctored. Which is an interesting
Bro,
choice of words.
You know, that reminds me. I'm actually convinced that Donald Trump believes that the JCPOA was a nuclear proliferation agreement between the United States and Iran.
Yeah, it seems like he thinks it was just like, we're going to give Iran a bunch of money and they're going to do a bunch of terrorism because liberals are weak.
Like, his comprehension skills are fucking shit on.
Yeah, because now the best case scenario deal we get is still going to be worse than the JCPOA, like for sure. So it's like, what do we
unless-
get? All these people died, and then I guess worse deal. Success.
But I think we're going to launch a ground invasion, I'm pretty sure.
That's what I was wondering earlier. Either we have to just fully pull out and it's like a fucking Vietnam, like we fully just lost, or he's like, I refuse to lose, so we're just going to go all in and fucking send in everyone. But
Yeah, it's because, dude, yeah, there's no way. I'm pretty sure they have to.
But from I'm hoping that he doesn't, because there's a part of him that could also be like, if I'm already this fucked just doing this much, then I'm gonna be double fucked if there's troops on the ground, because then he's like really fucking in that shit. He already is, but like, man. And I get, bro, the second you have a U.S. ground invasion of Iran, bro, I feel like China's fucking lunging at Taiwan, or we've diverted so much of our military stuff to Iran. I feel like everyone else, and now we're threatening to leave NATO. I feel like all of our adversaries are like foaming at the mouth right now.
Listen, what did he say when Zelensky was in the Oval Office?
Don't have the cards.
What's this? He doesn't have to have elections during wartime. You know?
Yeah.
There you go. Lock in. Hold on.
And
You never
I'm
know.
waiting.
I'm a
I
little
don't want to say I'm
conspiratorial.
waiting, but it's like, this seems like the type of scenario that would lead to a terror attack in the U.S., which hopefully it doesn't. Like, genuinely, hopefully it doesn't. But it's like the more this drags on and the worse it gets. It's just like, it feels like something's coming. And man, the field day the Trump admin would have if there was a massive terror attack.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's over. They're gonna declare fucking insurrection act, martial law, like piss on
He's
the
gonna blame the
Constitution.
Democrats.
Huh?
He's gonna find a way to blame the Democrats.
Bro, he's gonna say that like Biden let in the fucking Iranian soldiers and like they came in under his open border, and
Oh, he's so cool, dude. Fucking hell, Biden's a goat.
he's bringing in terrorists. The terrorists can vote. Like,
Vance to say it was simply him being humorous. I think, well, which was it? If he was trying to be humorous, most people didn't get it. So basically, we're blaming people for not getting his humor and the liberal media for not getting it. I just think you always put the blame somewhere else, but why not just say, look, I made a mistake. I posted the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I just think that would be more reasonable.
Because he deleted it,
He's
but
not
then
capable
lied
of
about
that.
it.
That's not who he is. I mean, I think we have to get to the point where we're like, when are the lies enough lies? When do the people of America who support this man say, this is enough lies? Like, quite clearly, everyone who's ever dressed up for Halloween knows if you're a doctor, you put on a white coat and a stethoscope. Like, that's the doctor costume, not the Jesus costume, which is what Donald Trump put himself out being. And it's putting himself in the place of God, not with God, in the place of God. I think the bigger issue here is that Trump's behavior from the whole...
costume never gets fucking leaked. I dressed up as Jesus. Because of the hair, bro.
this guy, he's ready. He's ready to
He's
defend
so
Trump's
fucking ready,
honor.
bro.
week is that He's not mentally fit to be in this position right now. He threatened 90 million people with instantaneous death. He's terrorizing the world. He's ruining the economy. He basically said we're going to get rid of a 6,000-year-old civilization. And then he went to an ultimate fighting championship game to wave at people, right? Like, we can't pretend that this is okay, that America is the good guy in this situation. It's no longer even pretending that we represent freedom and justice or democracy in the world when we have this one man with unquestioned, unchecked power acting however he wants, and then we try and make excuses.
Bro, is this Chud going to talk?
He's powering up right now.
I think what posted something like that.
He's pulling a Peter Yan. He's like, he's downloading information. And he's about to go fucking
He's
beast.
downloading data, bro.
Be calling and asking, "Are you okay?"
Well, I think what the reason Trump said that is because the person that originally posted it was, I think, February 6th. And he actually said he posted it because Trump is the doctor for the country. And that's why he posted it out there. Now, the image is obviously a problem, which is why President Trump pulled it down. But I believe President Trump probably didn't think of it as being Jesus at the time. He saw it as, oh, I'm healing the country, which is what
you believe that.
No, I believe that.
You believe that he was depicted.
The argument you have to make here is that Trump is like at the cognitive level of like literally like an infant who has not yet learned to speak English or walk on two legs.
Bro, just wait, bro. He's gonna post a fucking Truth Social post of him in like a SS uniform,
bro,
and he's gonna be like, "Well, he just thought it was a Hugo Boss suit." Like,
did you see? I was saying earlier, it's like I'm sure Trump's team gave him one and one only piece of advice was like, "Listen, man, just no more Jesus posting on Truth Social at least for a week, okay? Because this was a bad look for you." And literally, what does he do today? Bam.
Oh my
he doesn't
god.
Give a fuck.
And he fucking look smacks himself with the AI.
He's
dude.
fucking mewing. They're mewing together.
Yeah. It's Asmongold, Simon Jesus.
That actually does look. I mean, the hair is a lot straighter. So maybe Asmongold if he showered.
Yeah, he has a lot more hair as well.
Man.
Jesus Christ. Bro.
Well, that's what the original post was about. And so Trump retweeted
No,
it.
I believe, because I don't think Donald Trump knows who Jesus is. Well, so I honestly believe that he was confused. I mean, the fact that people can't call a spade, like, this was sacrilegious. I mean, there were people who gave Barack Obama hell for a tan suit and a selfie stick. And you have somebody out here who's mocking Jesus Christ, and the Republican Party, GOP, they think they're God's only party anyway. They simply can't say our president messed up. And then when Riley Gaines, who I don't agree with on much of nothing, Jason Whitlock, who I don't agree with on absolutely anything, when they had the audacity to come out and chastise the president of the United States, he chastises them back.
Yeah, but he pulled it down. When you say he won't admit it, he did pull it back down.
But who is in charge of the man who's in charge of the
Guys,
free world?
guys,
If he can put out
he did
things and be like,
nothing wrong
whoops, we can't
CCOT,
have someone in
'cause
charge.
they ended
who
up
can
coming
do
back
that.
home
He needs to
anyway.
at least have a team around him.
That guys, nothing bad happened in fucking CCOT. Kilmer Garcia never went through anything because he ended up coming back to America. Like, what the fuck does that mean, dude? Oh my
God,
that makes that argument
yeah,
makes no sense.
Liam fucking said that to me a couple times.
They all say it. That's the fucking that's the Neuralink
He's
argument.
like, wait, he got released and you're complaining?
It makes no
That
fucking
can stop
sense.
him
dude.
from putting up the wrong
He's the
thing.
president of the United States. He can put whatever he wants up. You're not in charge. You can't tell him what to do.
That's the attitude in the
That's
White House.
the
But that's
problem.
what he can't.
That's the problem.
Damn, cooked. Did Donald Trump and Steve Bannon have a child at some point? Like, this a very interesting look he has going on. He kind of has the
Homelander.
Trump hair, but then the Steve Bannon like face shape.
No, go ahead.
This guy was made in a fucking lab, dude.
Made in a lab,
He
yeah.
stayed up for 13 hours.
Well, I'm
It was
just
only when
saying,
got
she keeps
negative
saying, who's
pushback.
going to stop him from doing this?
Well, I
Congress?
think, but
The
Congress is gonna
military?
stop
People
him?
are
No,
supposed
I
to
think.
stop
Oh,
him.
go ahead.
He's
I'm sorry.
not
You've been trying to
supposed
jump in. It's like double dutch
making
around here.
decisions.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just confused as to what the New York Times is identifying as being odd behavior here. I mean, this is precisely how he's behaved for the last 8 years, 10 years. If you ask Republican voters back in the first term, the first thing they tell you they don't like about Donald Trump is the tweets back when it was Twitter.
Right.
The tweets. You can't count on 15 hands how many times his social media has gotten him in trouble, and yet he can persist in part because this is something
But don't you think on
No,
the...
it's not okay. It is just a feature of how he is, and I
Noah,
wish they had a more
I think
disciplined
you're,
com shops.
I think
The
you're
president will not be
right. Like, look, there's a polling this earlier this year. 61% say that Trump doesn't share their values. 64% say he does not have the right temperament to be president. So you're right. Americans see him for who he is. But I think the issue,
Republicans don't like that,
the issue right now is on the importance of the things that he's sending these messages about. It's not
Somewhat
just
is crazy.
That's actually very, very high for the pro-Trump number. That's a little concerning.
So fucking stupid.
Although this was in January, so shit's gotten a lot crazier since then.
Is on the importance of the things that he's sending these messages about. It's not just calling his political opponents names. He's threatening to wipe out a civilization in the middle of a war And then he's getting into a tit for tat, which we'll talk more about in a little bit, with the Pope, and then sending out an image that even his own supporters are saying, don't do that. I mean, Riley Gaines's comment was, a little humility would serve him well. God shall not be mocked. But it's the why. It's the stuff that he's doing it on.
Did
that
this
makes
girl do blackface? Or is that someone
Riley
else?
Gaines?
Yeah.
It's because there's somebody who looks just like her.
There's this one blonde conservative woman who like you know what I'm talking about, who posted a thing of her doing
Yes.
blackface, and she's
She
like,
looks just like Riley
well,
Gaines,
memes
yeah.
are back, comedy's back.
They look exactly the same. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know her fucking name.
Yeah, all blonde conservative women low-key do look the same.
It's a difference.
I do think there's a little.
You could substitute in like Emily Wilson, Tommy Lauren, like 10
Sarah
other people.
Stock. Sorry, my bad.
Who?
Sarah Stock. Do you know who
yeah.
it is?
Well, no one knows anymore because she fucking left the internet after getting exposed. But
Queen.
She's like a relic of the past at this point.
I actually don't have much to say. I think everybody's right. I think Riley Gaines is right that we wish the president would exercise a little bit more discretion. He cannot do that. He refuses to do that. And then folks like J.D. Vance come around and say, well, this is what's best about him. It does fuel his ego.
But I also think that we're not clearly acknowledging the fact that it's getting worse. And I had a great aunt, Jenny Marie. She was the matriarch of our family. And she was 88 years old and still driving. And then she used to come to church and park in the front. And then the day she hit the pastor's car, my dad had to go take away the keys, right? Because it just progressively got worse.
Is this going to be an Article 25 discussion again? You guys have been talking about Article 25.
No. So I have two concerns. One is that the president, I believe, lacks discernment, and I think that's getting worse. The second thing is you won't call a spade a spade. And the fact that if you can't call what he did sacrilegious, which is clearly the definition of sacrilegious, I think that would be my second problem.
Well, obviously, I wouldn't have posted it out there, and I think President Trump realized he shouldn't have pulled it down.
But can you be critical?
Did you see? Oh my God, the dodge there just reminded me of Destiny and Brad Palumbo did I saw the video
with the fucking J6. I didn't know that guy was.
I didn't know he was a fake
J6er.
elector. He's the one who debated Parker on the face-off thing
Yeah.
on Jubilee, and he was
Exactly.
like, did Trump lose and did Biden win? And he was like, Biden was in the White House.
Biden is at the White House,
I
bro.
fucking
Fucking Pam Bondi ass response, bro.
It's actually so crazy how much he has. These people
Every
by the
cabinet
balls.
member said that shit. Yeah. Bro, if I was fucking Parker at that face off, I would have fucking leapt over the fucking table, bro. That fucking fake elector, dude. Jesus Christ.
That is some treasonous shit, low key.
Bro, what's the punishment for sedition,
What's
y'all?
his name? Pearson something?
Yeah, it's Pearson. But I don't know his first name, but holy fuck, that guy.
Fake
pisses me
elector.
off.
That's not surprising that the fake electors are like that guy.
And he's pretty rich, too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I mean, you saw the room he was in, but with Parker, he was wearing an AP.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so you're rich as hell, dude.
Sure, I don't think he should have posted it.
But why not apologize? Why not admit I did something?
That's a very good question.
I think part of it is in politics, when you start apologizing, you run into problems. And I think
What?
that's the issue.
That is not
Certainly-
okay. Just to be clear,
But in Christianity,
Accountability, you start running into
Based.
fucking problems.
Double down, never apologize. I mean, that has been the right-wing playbook for the last 10 years at least. 11 years. Has Trump ever apologized for anything?
No.
Yeah, wow.
you start apologizing,
Hold on a
you actually
second.
hope
Just
put
to be
it-
clear, it is not true that in politics, when you apologize, things start to go wrong. That the only person who believes that is Donald Trump, and he is wrong about that. In politics, it is okay to acknowledge mistakes. That's actually what most politicians do. The fact that Trump doesn't do it is not it's not a virtue, Al. I mean, it's not a virtue. And why, by the way, is it that Trump needs to post something first, see the backlash to realize that it was wrong?
Well, as was said, he's been posting now for 12 years.
Yeah, but does he have the...
How much would someone have to pay you to go on one of these panels and just humiliate yourself defending Trump? Because these people that make good money, is probably why they do it.
Yeah, fucking hell, dude.
What would your price be? For the right wingers
me?
to just buy
Listen,
you.
I'm an easy guy, bro. Give me like... It's got to be realistic too. It's that would show it's so good. I think I can make a reasonable argument. It's not reasonable, obviously. I'd be super bad faith, but I think I could do well.
Yeah.
Give me like enough to buy AMG 63S GLE coupe, bro, and then you got me, bro. I'm locked in, bro. Give me like
I don't know
$250K, bro.
what you just even said or how much.
A Mercedes. It's a Mercedes. It's a fucking great car. And then let me get a. Nah, you give me like 500 grand.
You're not doing it for 100 grand, cash, tax free.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That's crazy. Same.
Judgment to know
Yeah,
that
I'll
it's
do it.
wrong before he posts it?
I think he does. I
No,
mean,
you
this
do,
was done.
you do one event for them, and then you use that money and you donate all of it to like the DNC or something.
Yeah, I'll give it to fucking UFA.
Oh yeah, based.
And back America. Everybody.
3 in the morning, I think. So,
So what was going on at 3 in the morning at the
He
White
just
House?
thinks it's cool. Like he posts this thing where he's dressed up as Robert Duvall in Apocalypse Now, going to war with Chicago. He thinks it's cool. He doesn't actually feel like it.
But also at 4
His
a.m.
fans shouldn't
But
kill
also
him.
at 4 a.m. on Easter Sunday, he was also posting about committing a genocide. Like you can't decouple them. And what all I'm saying is when you look at them together, and when you look at
I've never seen. Who is this man, by the way? I've never seen him before.
not
Bro,
exclusively, but
Loki
together.
pisses me off because they get fucking anybody on CNN, bro.
Yeah,
There's always some fucking random.
who is this guy? Is this guy actually bigger than us? And he's getting on these fucking CNN panels? Hold on. They didn't even put the names in the fucking description. Damn.
That's another thing. I feel like you could really get away with being a Trump supporter on here because no one's gonna fucking remember your name.
It's true.
You'll probably say it once and that's it.
Like, yeah, that one old white guy was saying some crazy shit. Let's see.
KFC mascot? Are you saying he's the fucking colonel? Boy, don't ever fucking disrespect him like that, brother. Fuck is wrong with you, boy?
Hal Lambert.
Check his Twitter. That shit's gonna have like 1,000 fucking followers, bro.
Manager
No,
at
it's probably-
JP Morgan, Republican donor and finance chairman, was on the 2017 Trump inaugural comment. Oh my God, bro. He's a first.
Listen, he may not be larger, but his pockets are fucking larger. That's for sure. Holy shit, dude.
Oh, he kind of looks like Ellen.
He looks a little feminine in that picture.
That is not him.
Okay, what the fuck?
Okay, I want to see how much clout does this guy have. I mean, I guess if he's like a big time donor, you don't need fucking clout at that point.
Yeah, just get in there.
Oh, 13K on Twitter.
Yeah. God damn it.
New York Stock Exchange. Let's fucking go.
What's wrong with looking feminine? I made an observation. How about you fucking relax, Ryan, instead of trying to get me canceled?
Wow,
Jesus
David.
Christ.
Wow. We expected
Wow,
better from
fuck.
you.
Can't even say words anymore nowadays. God, you fucking liberals.
Any suggestions for stuff to pull up?
Let me think. You already saw the interview? Fuck.
I didn't finish it. It was painful.
It was the worst 35 minutes of my life. Didn't the White House hold a press conference today?
That's a good question.
I think they did. I swear to God. It was on my fucking feed.
Was it a Trump press conference or just what's her name, Caroline?
I think it was 11.
Okay, let's see.
Good afternoon.
Wow, she's real
everybody.
enthusiastic.
How are you?
Yeah,
Good to
she
see
walked
you.
in
We're
with the
packed
brand
house, and I
new arch pictures, bro. You know the arch they're building to
I
commemorate
forget
Trump.
about-
Hold on, let's see this beauty.
Jesus, I'm really excited for it to come out, and we'll see that the financial burden is larger than that of the building that they're remodeling at the Fed. It's gonna be so fucking
that's a
funny
good
when that
point.
happens.
Yeah, the fact that he has audacity to complain about that and is doing the whole ballroom shit is so fucking.
Bro, and he's this motherfucker. How much does a ballroom cost them?
Huh?
How much does a ballroom cost to Trump?
I don't even know. That's a good question.
It was fucking pricey, but dude, like he said that he could build the Fed building for $25 million. This guy's a fucking
400 million as of December 2025.
Man.
That's actually, and that was in December. Trump ballroom cost as of, let's see, March 2026, maybe.
Still 400 mil.
I guess they just haven't updated it. There's no way it's still at 400, bro. He's been adding fucking. His style is so tacky too. The fucking white and gold everywhere is so ugly.
What the fuck? Bro, please turn that into a trans African American fucking museum when he's gone. I fucking beg, please.
Trans History Museum.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
How are you? Good to see you. We have a packed house, and I have two very special guests with me today. I will start with some scheduling announcements. Tomorrow afternoon, President Trump will travel to Las Vegas, Nevada to hold a roundtable and deliver remarks on the working families
Jubilee
tax
roundtable?
cuts. On Friday,
Amen.
President Trump will travel to Phoenix, Arizona to deliver remarks at a Turning Point USA event at Dream City Church. And I'm really honored to be standing here today on Tax Day with two esteemed members of the President's cabinet and his excellent economic team, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Small Business Administrator Kelly Loeffler. As we have seen this tax season, President Trump's working families tax cuts have put a historic...
Didn't she ran against, was it John Ossoff or Raphael Warnock
Holy
in
shit, there's no
2020?
way.
Am I tripping?
There's-
Hold on.
John Ossoff.
I think it was Warnock, maybe.
She must have gotten fucking mogged.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. You lose a Senate race in Georgia and you get a fucking Trump position. Okay. Nice.
That's because she's fucking
amount of
blonde
money
and tall,
back
bro.
into the pockets of the American people.
Yeah, she's
this
kind of
year.
tall. What the
On the
fuck?
campaign trail in
Oh,
2024,
They're both
President
actually
Trump
really
looked
tall.
voters in the eye and promised them he would sign the largest tax cuts in the history of our...
Fuck these tax cuts, bro. You know that if you're a content creator, no tax on tips applies to your tips on Cash App and PayPal and all that stuff, but you can only claim it if you made $20,000 or more in tips. So, it's great.
country. And on Independence Day last year, President Trump and congressional Republicans delivered, passing the largest tax cut in history for working and middle-class Americans, including no tax
Wait,
on
hold
tips,
on, hold on, hold on,
overtime,
hold
and
on.
social...
There's no tax on my tips because I make fucking nothing from TikTok.
Yo,
Let's go,
that's the
guys.
method.
Let's go, boys. No
That's actually
tax
the
on my
method.
100.
If you don't want to pay
brother.
taxes, just don't do
Don't
money.
make any fucking money.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Amen. That's so based.
Security. They also passed unprecedented tax relief for small businesses, farmers, workers, and families. With Tax Day officially here, the numbers prove these tax cuts have been
You'll never
nothing
guess who
short
just
of
hopped back in the
extraordinary.
guest box.
More than 53
The big
million
C.
filers claimed at
The
least...
big C. You want to talk to him or you want to watch this?
Bro, I'm down. I'm down, chat.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what he's on.
Already told you what I predicted he was going to say, so let's see if I can...
Brokeback Boys, listen, he was obviously a doctor in that picture. You have TDS.
I think he's trolling. He's deaf. There's no way he wasn't trolling.
Yeah, there's no way, dude. You kicked him off or did he leave?
He left.
Oh, bruh.
That's all he
What
had
a
to
damn
say.
sissy.
Wow.
No.
Ran with his tail between his legs.
Yeah.
One of President Trump's signature new tax cuts. The average refund this filing season is more than $3,400. The Trump administration has issued more refunds in large...
What
How much is that in
was
comparison to prior
the
years as well?
average tax refund in 2024? 3,050 to 3,138. And what did she just say?
is more than $3,400.
Wow.
The Trump administration
Wow.
has issued
And
more
that's
refunds
the
in...
average, not the median. So that could be rich people getting refunds and bumping up the average.
What's the fucking mean, bro?
Median.
Median, sorry, my bad. I'm fucking stupid right now.
Okay, this is just giving me average again. Do we even have data on the median? I fucking hate average stats so much, bro. We need to do medians more often for this shit.
Yeah. Guys, because average stats are susceptible to outliers.
Google AI is fucking annoying, bro.
Bro, Claude is so cracked.
It actually is.
It's so fucking cracked, dude.
IRS does not officially report median tax refund amount in its public filing stats.
We have to see the whole fucking data distribution bullshit, bro. Let me see the whole fucking chart, bro. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, this is actually interesting. Okay. Cumulative stats comparing December 27, 2024 and December 26, 2025. Okay.
It's like a marginal difference.
Total returns received is up 1.4. Returns processed up 1.2. Total number of refunds down. Total amount refunded down. Average refund amount, okay, up slightly. Total number of direct deposit refund. I don't even know if this isn't taken into account.
Largest tax cuts ever, bud.
This isn't taken into account the big beautiful bill though, right? Because this is just saying December 26, 2025, and I guess people. I don't even. Let's see here.
Wouldn't they barely be getting the fucking refunds now?
I didn't get a fucking.
But she's at
refund, but I had to pay the
3,400. That's like a
IRS.
fucking marginal increase.
Yeah.
Wait, how much are you getting in a refund?
I didn't get a refund, but I had to pay them.
What?
I didn't do any withholding. I started doing quarterly this year, but for 2025, I just didn't. I just like I'm just gonna pay it in April.
What the fuck?
But the nice thing is, I'm gonna put you know the safe harbor rule. That shit is so fucking cracked. If so for quarterly taxes, if you're like self-employed and you pay like April 15th and whatever like the 4 quarterly things are, you only have to pay based on what you paid for the previous tax year. So like if you make a lot more one year than you did the last year, you only have to pay the tax you would have owed like for the last year quarterly to avoid like the late payment or whatever, like the penalties and shit.
Oh shit. And when are taxes due?
Today.
Oh, nice. I don't make enough money to fucking to even like. How much do you have to make until you start having to fucking file?
I think you have. If you make anything, you have to file. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's fucking. That is well.
Because
yeah, we'll see about that. IRS, come fucking knock on my door, liberal.
They will, because you're fucking part of Unfuck America now too. They probably know who you are. They're watching you. 1090. Yeah, I think TikTok gives you 1099 in your documents section, and then
Was I barely got on the fucking rewards program? I haven't made any money.
I think they give it to you regardless. Although I don't know if you'd even owe anything. It depends. I don't know. Taxes are fucking. They should just make like liberals exempt from taxes. Honestly, I think the next Democrat should do that.
Make rich people pay for it all and let me keep my money.
True.
Than in any year of the history of our country.
No tax
and
on
I will
libs.
allow Secretary Bessent to break down the numbers in greater detail. President Trump and Republicans in Congress have always believed that the American people know how to spend their money better than the government does. But what the American people must not forget is that every single Democrat in Congress voted against these tax refunds. The media has largely omitted this fact and other critical details in their stories covering the benefits of the Trump tax cuts. If the Democrats in Congress had gotten their way and blocked President Trump's historic legislation, Americans would have faced the largest tax hike in history, nearly $4 trillion. The average taxpayer would have seen a 22% increase in their tax rates. Democrats in Congress have proven over and over again that they are the affordability frauds who believe the government should keep more of the American people's hard-earned money. This president and Republicans in Congress fundamentally believe that Americans deserve to keep more of their hard-earned paychecks. It's a clear contrast for American families to keep in mind. So with that, I will turn it over to our great Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, and then he will turn it over to Kelly. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Caroline. I'm here to tell you that it has been a fantastic tax season. It has gone smoothly. It has gone efficiently from the point of view of the IRS, but most importantly, it's been a great tax season for the American
Low-key,
people.
hold on.
Thanks to
Let's say I needed to file. If I didn't file, you think these motherfuckers are going to come after me? You think they're focusing on the IRS right now? Lock in, bro.
You never know. You never know.
Lock
these
in.
people, bro. They're gonna.
Lock in.
I'm sure they're actually politicizing the IRS. I expect that they are.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, they should go after you.
Well, Scott Bessent's going to show up.
Yeah, knock on your door tomorrow. It's going to be Kelly Loeffler and Scott Bessent.
This is Adrian Carr's residence.
Delivered the record refunds to the American people. More than 45% of the filers of the returns that we have seen have had at least one of the 4 president's signature policies. No tax and tips, no tax and overtime, the deductions for our great seniors, and the deductibility of interest on auto loans for American.
What about our bad seniors?
And I will tell you that
They get
the biggest, one of those that Americans
They get their
have
401ks
taken is
tanked
no
when
tax
Trump
and
starts a
overtime.
war.
And it's the American way. If you
Dude,
wanna
he always
work
sounds so
longer hours, you get to
terrified
keep
when he's
more of
I was
your
going to say, it sounds like he's like scared of his own shadow. Like, why is bro so
Bro,
timid?
he's fucking Ashley from The Boys, right? He's fucking shitting his pants, dude.
And with that, we are seeing, I want to encourage everyone out there watching today to change their withholding, if they haven't already done so, because if you change your withholding, then you will get an automatic real wage increase, be on a weekly or a monthly basis, and you'll be able to keep more of your money this calendar year. So with that, we have also seen with the Trump accounts, we have had 5 million families file for Trump accounts for their children. 1.2 million of those are eligible for the $1,000 seed bonus. So we look forward to that picking up more and more. For those of you who haven't done it, it's easy to remember, Form 4547. You can do it while you're filing your taxes. You can do it at any point during the year. We think this is going to be transformational in terms of financial literacy. This is Financial Literacy Month, and at Treasury,
Yeah, just giving people fucking money.
Working with the American
Financial
people.
Literacy Month, overseen by the president who bankrupted a fucking casino. Wow.
American families, not only to give them more of their money, but to show them how to invest it in a safe, smart, and sound way. So with that, I will turn it over to Kelly.
Thank you, Scott, and good afternoon, everyone.
45-47,
on
Mike.
Tax Day, important day for small business because small business and their employees have real relief thanks to President Trump's working family tax cuts. As administrator of the U.S. Small Business Administration, it is my great honor to serve our great president
What is
as
this
the cabinet
pose?
level.
Why is he standing like this?
Shitting himself, dude.
Where is his other hand?
He's doing the Secret Service thing. He's protecting
There's a
her.
bionic arm or something going on.
For America's 36 million small businesses. President Trump is right. Small business is big business. Indeed, they are a massive economic engine.
Wow.
Short guys or tall guys?
That was beautiful.
President as the
Amen.
cabinet level voice for America's 36 million small businesses. President Trump is right. Small business is big business. Indeed, they are a massive economic engine that creates 2/3 of all new jobs. They represent 99% of all businesses, and they drive about half of our GDP.
And most of them
The working
fail.
family tax cuts are putting money back into the pockets of the hardest working Americans. That's why small business and their employees are benefiting the most. President Trump and congressional Republicans have saved Americans from a $4 trillion tax hike, including a staggering 20% tax increase on working families.
$4 trillion in
destroying millions of
deficits.
jobs.
It's also so annoying that they frame it this way because the tax increase was just the TCJA expiring and going back to what the tax rates were before Trump, which
And
were fine.
what makes this the largest tax cut? Aren't they just extending the TCJA?
Yeah, and they compare it to like if the TCJA had expired versus extending it with the big beautiful bill, and I guess they added on some stuff, but it makes no sense.
Now,
yeah,
I traveled the
they're
country
saving
from
$4
Maine-
trillion by the government spending fucking $4 trillion. Hell yeah.
Bro, our fucking debt is. I didn't used to think
It's
the
gonna hit
national
40
debt
trillion,
was like
isn't
a
it?
huge thing, but like Trump is really fucking us in every regard, bro. Whoever is like next is gonna have a really tough time cleaning up this mess.
Exactly.
To Alaska, and not a single worker, not a single small business asked to pay $1
Worker.
more in taxes. Yet every single congressional Democrat voted to raise taxes, not just on
God
small
damn it.
businesses, on our workers, on our seniors.
Am I tripping? Or
Wait, hold on. Is she looking at multiple reporters
I
at the
was
same
gonna
time?
say, like, what is this?
Our seniors, on hardworking families. Thankfully, Republicans united behind common sense policy
Oh
of
my
letting
God.
Americans, not Washington bureaucrats or fraudsters, keep more of what they earn.
How's she
so
reading the
far, as
fucking
you just
paper?
heard, 12 million small businesses have an average tax saving of $7,000. The 20% small business pass-through deduction
Does it
is
even
now
show up in her
permanent,
vision?
offering them certainty. Plan for the future and the rocket fuel to create.
Yo. She doesn't have blind spots on the side. She just can't see directly in front of her.
Or this is like fucking advanced evolution. Like she's looking at one person with this eye and looking at the camera with the other. She's like, I'm always watching.
100 FOB.
Eric
That's
Williams
crazy.
at Prince Manufacturing in rural Georgia. He specializes in fabrication and machining. This year, he's reinvesting his
Wow.
tax savings to hire 500 new employees. The provisions for
Did she
100.
always look like this?
No. It doesn't look like it. Bro, Warnock looks so fucking cool in that
I was just
picture.
gonna
Hello,
say,
Laura.
and he fucking shit on her in the runoff too.
That lady in the bottom right had like a fucking Facebook profile picture, I guess, for her shit.
Who are these people?
I have no clue. Doug
Oh,
Collins.
there's people that were eliminated in the when there was the runoff.
Deborah
Jackson for president. Y'all are sleeping on her.
Oh God, y'all.
Oh, I was trying to click her, but she doesn't have a page. Damn.
God damn it.
Expensing of equipment, expansion, and R&D are also growing production to help us reclaim industrial dominance. At Blue Patriot Fab, which I visited this week in Omaha, The owners
Amazing.
highlighted one of their
Who is the
newest
target
buildings, and they call
audience
it the
for this
big,
shit, bro? This
beautiful
shit is so
building because the
boring.
tax cuts helped them build it.
I have no
I feel like
clue.
the
In
average
America-
MAGA guy is like not watching this, and he's like, "Yeah, tell me more about these forms." Was it 4537?
It's back. And that's why
45,
the American
47 actually?
is winning too. No tax on tips and overtime means that millions of employees are now rewarded, not punished, for working more. And it's already benefited, as you just heard, 31 million
Fuck was
taxpayers.
punished for working
In Baltimore, John and Tony Minidakis are proud
Overtime still existed before Trump, bro. What is this?
owners of Jimmy's Seafood. Now, with no tax on tips and overtime, their 200 employees know that coming into work means going home with more pay. And Wade, a CNC machinist that I met at Lehigh Valley Plastics in Pennsylvania, said he routinely takes on extra shifts, and now the tax cuts reward his extra effort. And the benefits aren't just for tax season. As you've heard, the Trump accounts are connecting young people from birth to the power of our free enterprise system. With 529...
From conception.
Hello, Santana. Where's Santana? Am I trip? Is he in here?
I fucking saw that liberal on Jubilee.
I saw.
Fucking North Carolina.
He
It's
cooked.
crazy.
He cooked.
savings accounts and workforce Pell for trade schools, we're now training the next generation of skilled workers to fill millions of open jobs at small businesses. So in closing, America is open for business again. Yet every Democrat voted
Wow, we
no
weren't open
on
for
the very
business
tax
under
relief that is
Biden,
restoring
guys.
Main Street.
Now we're
that is
hotter than
putting
a
more
pistol.
money back into the pockets of hardworking families. Small businesses are rebounding from years of Biden inflation, decades of unfair trade, and massive regulatory overreach.
That's the metric.
But thanks to President Trump's tax cuts, they now talk about expansion, hiring plans, and generational opportunity. This is America First in action. Lower taxes, rising wages, and a thriving Main Street. Now millions of Americans are getting their largest tax refund ever.
You think I'll get
And
a
Main Street-
copyright strike if I play the scene of the boys with the Homelander Jesus thing? I guess it's a spoiler, actually. I don't know if I should play that.
Yeah, probably. You probably will.
On YouTube, I probably will.
Getting
actually.
historic tax relief to keep the American dream alive. Thank you.
Queen, round of applause,
Before we
guys.
take questions, I want to provide some numbers
I'm
for
just at
you
the
all.
point with a lot of these
tax
people
day-
where it's like, I don't see the, I want to die when I watch this. Like, I feel like I'm not getting anything from this.
I feel
Statistics
that
as
same
of April
feeling,
12th.
but for them, you know.
Over 53 million filers, nearly 45%.
Maybe I'll finish the Trump interview actually. Is it the same one you were watching? You said
so
it was
bad. You have to be on Fox News' website because I can't fucking find it
Oh,
on
okay. I was
YouTube.
like, this is a short interview, so there's a longer one.
It's 35 minutes.
Okay.
Fucking torture.
Hell yeah.
He talks about it all. He does everything. Guys, he was clearly a doctor. You guys just have TDS.
I don't think anyone believes the doctor thing. That's like, I think that's one of the first excuses Trump has given, where it's like even his dick riders don't believe that shit.
Well, a fucking doctor dresses like that, dude.
Is
So
it 35
fucking
minutes?
stupid.
Is it this one?
Yeah, that's that one. Oh god, it's so bad, dude.
Very healthy. I'm sure it's not a sign of emotional unraveling. You need new Secret Clinical Antiperspirant, STAT. Secret gives 3 times more stress sweat protection.
Trying to copy the fucking pit, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, the pit because the sweat, or
No, because they're doctors.
I
Bro, I
still
could have
don't.
sworn you've seen the show. You're trolling.
It's called the pit.
Yes, bro.
I'm
there's
not
no-
getting
you've never seen
doctor
it.
when I hear that. Like,
You've never seen this show,
oh damn, it actually has a good score on Rotten Tomatoes.
bro. It's really
I'm
fucking
just gonna
good. Yeah,
mindlessly assume it's good then.
it's really fucking good.
When I finish The Boys and Invincible and House of Cards,
Bro,
and Game
Invincible
of Thrones.
shit, dude.
Is the last episode not good? I haven't seen the one that dropped today. 'cause I
No,
was
it's
watching The
just
Boys.
shit. Like it's just so low quality. I fucking hate it.
I'm not gonna
bro.
lie. I've never been bothered by the animation. Like,
I said the same thing, but like the coolest fucking fight scenes ever. It's just so bland. It looks like shit.
the episode where they come to, was it Telestria or whatever, and they start fucking. I think it was the one last week, right?
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought that episode was fine, but then I opened Twitter and everyone was like, "I'm done with this show. I hate this show."
Bro, I think it looks like all right. Listen,
I
if
think
wanna
they're
ignore
comparing
I
it to the
can.
comics also. That's probably why.
Yeah, but dude, like, I mean, I guess listen, Thetis maybe has a bomb skincare routine, but that motherfucker, there's no way he's just like one skin tone all across his damn body. Like, there's no detail at all. There's no detail, and that shit pisses me off. And
Yeah,
Thrag
they
looks like
definitely do
shit.
just be
He looked way
dragging
better in the comics.
JPEGs across the screen sometimes, but
Yes, bro. Yeah,
but
it
the
looks
the
so
the,
bad.
the plot is good. I watched for the plot.
Do you already know the plot? Have you read the comics or no?
I saw some spoiler video about the plot like way back after season 1 came out because I like wanted to know more, but I like forgot most of that shit. I know some people die, and I know that yeah, I know some of the big stuff, but I don't know. Aren't they also changing some stuff?
Allegedly.
I know that
They made Thrag super fucking strong.
I skipped the episode where he fucking goes to hell or whatever and just watched the last 5 minutes because I didn't want to watch
Oh
that
yeah, I
filler.
skipped that shit too. I don't watch that shitty ass filler,
Iranian
bro.
ports is now fully implemented. He told me the conflict is close to being over. I sat down with the commander-in-chief for an exclusive interview at the White House yesterday.
Who the fuck
He told me
says
all
that?
about that, plus the current state of the economy,
The
his
commander-in-chief.
expectations for the price of oil, and the reconciliation package to come. Take a look.
Mr. President, thank you for sitting
I
down
need
with
some fucking
us.
protein
We
pills right
appreciate
now,
it.
bro.
You've
the
had a
white
real
sauce?
reaction to the blockade.
Locked in,
Have
bro.
you any reaction since you put this blockade in place in the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, it's been pretty amazing, actually. I thought that was going to happen. They reacted to this even, I think, we've obliterated them. And this almost seems to be more of a reaction than we had before. So we'll see. I mean, look, it only matters the end result.
Thank God you can speed it
We're
up.
doing very well.
Yeah.
We started off with Venezuela. We showed everybody how good. I built the military.
He's gonna mention the Dow, and it's so funny because you can see the Dow right there on the fucking screen. It's at 48K.
Think of it. They have no navy.
I actually missed that. I did see the first 10-ish minutes where he says like the Dow hit 50K and they never thought it'd be possible even in 4 years, but I did it in 1.
Survive. I don't know how much longer they can go because they've been hit very hard. And I hit the 50,000 Dow mark, which everyone said couldn't happen in 4 years. I did it in 1 year. I hit the 7,000 S&P mark in less than 1 year, which was a number, as you know, you reported it. They said if at the end of 4 years you hit those numbers, I did it at the end of
I'm still waiting for the reveal on who they is, but they've been saying a lot.
The fucking economist, bro.
To a place called Iran, and we have to stop them from ever having a nuclear weapon. And if you told me that in the midst of it, we would have a stock market that's almost as good as it was 2 months ago, just about, very close, and that we'd have oil, that we'd be selling oil, that oil would be at 92 or whatever it is right now, instead of 200, because a lot of people said, oh, it'll be 200. This is in the midst of everything. Now, I think we're doing very well, and maybe people assume we're going to win this thing pretty soon. We've beaten them militarily, totally. The only thing they have is the Gulf, and I think now, or the Strait, as they call it, and I think now, I don't know how they hold out.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the backdrop has changed. I know it's been only a month or so, but oil prices are up 50%. The stock market had a tough first quarter.
Well, you're
now,
right.
Stocks are
You're
still
right,
up.
but they're not up. I thought, I mean, honestly, I thought there'd be much, and I was willing to do that, to stop a nuclear weapon to be used against.
That's like the worst thing you could say if you're trying to. I thought the gas prices would be higher, and I was still down to do that shit.
Bro, and it's just the nuclear weapon horse shit. It makes me want to fucking implode, dude.
Yeah, the idea that Iran would use nukes on
It
the
was
U.S.
certainly
is
worthwhile being much higher than it is right now. If you told me that we were going to be at only 92 a barrel,
They say
$92 a
death to
barrel,
America,
I would
bro.
have been very surprised.
All right,
and you know what?
You remind me, Jesse pulled that shit on me. He was like, why do you support people who say death to America? And I flipped it on. I was like, Jesse, why do you support people who bring death to America? They don't just chant it. They actually bring it. You
Very
fucking
happy. And
changed the
it's going to
subject
come
when I
dropping
said
down
that
very big
shit.
as soon as it's over, and I think it can be over very soon.
So
if they're
overall-
smart, it will end soon.
Overall, the impact on the economy, do you expect a hit to growth? Do you expect a spike in inflation?
Well, look, there's a hit because, we go through it for whatever it is, 6 weeks. There's going to be a hit, but it's going to recover, I think, fully. Somehow they misquoted me. I think oil will be down to the levels it was. They said I expect oil to be high at the midterms. I don't expect that. I think that we will be somewhere around where we were, maybe even lower. This is going to, when this is over,
What
the
a
stock market
what
is
a
gonna boom.
fucking
It's already booming.
insightful
Again,
analysis
we
from
thought
the president
about it that
on
way.
prices.
We'll be where we were, maybe, or maybe not.
And we hit numbers that nobody thought possible.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. They need to throw this guy in
Can you
jail.
articulate to our audience why a reconciliation package is important and why you want to see
The
it on
JLP video isn't out yet. It's
We
going to
can't
be
get
out in a
any
fallen
Democrat
state
votes.
in
With
probably a few
reconciliation,
weeks. I
we can
don't
get
know.
things passed. The good thing is the Great Big Beautiful Bill, that was 4 years wrapped into one.
That's gonna be the greatest fucking reaction video ever, bro.
Bro, I'm looking forward to that shit. That's going to be the first time I watch something and I'm like, this is not a debate. This is just pure entertainment. It's pure.
Bro, it's so gonna be such a fucking banger. God damn it.
It's like it was yesterday.
Big, beautiful tax bill.
And I should have. The one thing I regret not doing is calling him out for having an all-gender bathroom. That's like such a lib thing of him to do.
That's how it should be everywhere, man.
We have people, And you see it. I see it on your show. Watch your show. Your show's great. We have people that are making $5, $6, $7, $8,000. They had no idea it was coming.
5, 6, 7. Oh, 6, 7.
But there are rules around reconciliation that it requires deficit reduction, right? How will you ensure that you've got...
Listen, wait, guys, wait. Let me make the argument for all gender bathrooms. The reason why is because when you go in, you just like pee on the toilet seat, bro, and now everybody's fogged, bro. I'm joking.
This is a menace to society.
Guys, listen. The dudes aren't sitting on the seat, bro. It's the gals, bro. Lock in, y'all. And they sabotage everybody, bro. It's fucking easy money.
Going for those rules, and if we didn't go by the rules, we couldn't even put it in. We wouldn't be able to submit it, and nobody believes that more than me. The one thing I really
pissing on the seats on purpose is like terrorist attack.
We have the greatest military in the world, and I built that in 4 years. My first term. It's a great, including adding Space Force. You know, a lot of
that's some shit I would do if I ever got invited to the White House and used the White House bathroom. I was piss on the floor.
No, I'll do a lot more than that, bro.
It was a great thing that
So what can you put in the reconciliation bill, other than funding Customs and Border Patrol and ICE?
You know how like gorillas use their shit as projectiles.
Yo, that's crazy. Bro, Secret Service is gonna fucking tackle you if you start chucking projectiles at people.
they're gonna take me out, bro. The chemical weapon.
Don't want to do it. Then we're putting some things as we go along. But you know, you've heard the expression. We want to keep it sort of slim because we want to make sure that I have the safest border in the history of our country.
I know.
Nobody came in. I'm not even sure I can believe that.
I wish I could say
the
like
Democrats
that.
do the numbers.
Bro, it's so funny. He said not even he believes it.
I know for the border thing, yeah.
Yeah. Not even he fucking believes the numbers.
For the last 9 months, not one person came across the border illegally. Now compare that to 25 million people coming across by Sleepy Joe.
I was there. I went to the border 6 times. I saw it. I understand what you're saying.
I saw all 25
What do you
million.
mean you say? Yeah, 25 million.
Totally unchecked. And you know the countries, I know the leaders of most of these countries, they're very smart, they're street smart. Some are highly educated, some are, but they're very street smart. They don't send their good people to us. When they do a caravan,
It's funny.
They don't send any.
people.
Bro, he's saying that these street smart leaders, he likes them very much. They're very smart. And then he goes on to say that they're sending like really bad people on purpose to make America worse. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And also the subtle flex of like, I know a lot of these world leaders. Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. You're the president. Like,
you don't have the good. You have people that, frankly,
not my
they're
president.
not criminals per se. They don't want to work, or they want welfare, or they sent all these people to our country. What the Democrats have done to us should never be.
The idea that it's like Venezuela or like Colombia or El Salvador, and they have like a dangerous criminal, like a murderer, and they're like, what are we gonna do with this guy? And they're like, let's just release him and tell him to go to America, and he's just gonna like listen to us and not just stay here and do more crimes, or like.
The Save America Act in the reconciliation.
I'd love to do it, and we'll certainly look at it. But I mean, there's nothing.
They don't claim
easy.
asylum;
It
they
has to be
come
called
from
Save
insane
America, as you just
asylums.
did.
Okay.
A lot of people like to go to the Save Act. Nobody knows. It's Save America. It's voter ID. It's.
If they try to do the Save Act through reconciliation, bro, people need to. I don't want to say. I'm not gonna say anything.
Bro, I mean, they can't even do it. It's like impossible, isn't it?
They technically can't, but they could just fire the parliamentarian and put someone in who's like crazy, which they probably would. Because they're not going to get rid of the filibuster. John Thune's like, to his credit, he's waiting for the Dems to do that, like a good boy. But like, these people will find a way because they're cooked. They were already fucked I think for the Senate, but after the Jesus thing, bro, I know damn well in Texas. Wait, did James Tallarico speak on this? On the Jesus picture? I feel like you'd have a field day with that as a church boy. Let me see.
Goddamn big James Tallarico.
Be a citizen to
Proof
vote.
of citizenship.
Ideally, mail-in voting. You knock the hell out of it. You
make it a budgetary item.
It's good for the military. You know, the military's away. They have to be able to use it, etc. Somebody that's sick, somebody that's away.
No, he hasn't spoken on it yet.
But mail-in voting cut back
God damn
so
it.
that it's fair.
It's tax day. What do you want to make sure people understand about the changes that you put in the tax code in the big beautiful bill, and how significant are these refunds that people are getting?
Okay, well, the refunds are really significant, and it makes it less complicated to do your tax return, much less complicated. But the people, I mean, I think you're seeing this. You're reporting. Everybody's reporting because now it's gone into effect. And people.
Yeah, Trump has a history of struggling with documents. You know what I mean?
True.
$5,000, $8,000, $11,000 that they had no idea they were getting. It's turned out to be better, as good or better than I said it would be.
Is that going to be enough to offset the increase in gasoline prices?
It will be, because gasoline's coming down very soon and very big.
So you think gas prices will be lower before the midterm elections?
I think they'll be much lower before midterm, much lower, yes.
Okay. Now, you've
I mean, that's on the assumption that we stop a country that cannot have a nuclear weapon.
But that's presupposing.
Based on,
real
I think gas
philosophical.
prices will be lower based on the assumption that they go down. So you never know.
Iran. a nuclear weapon. You want to see bad stock markets?
His market analysis is fucking top tier.
It is. You cannot do it. So on the assumption we
How do you
have
think
that
he became a
settled,
billionaire?
hopefully long before that, and maybe almost immediately. Could be very soon. But when that's settled, gas prices are going to go down tremendously, and gas prices, cost per barrel, fill up your car per gallon, any way you look
He's
at it.
just so
numbers
fat
are
and
gonna go
ugly,
down.
bro. Like
Electricity's
I
gonna
can't
go
sit
down.
here and
Fuel's
watch
another
this
thing,
guy
not just cars,
fucking.
fuels the economy. If you get that down, one of the reasons I was so successful in my first
Whoa,
was
bro,
able
how
to
could you
keep gasoline
fucking,
prices
that's,
down,
bro,
able to
that's
keep energy down.
anti-black,
Now,
bro. That's
if I
fucking
get somebody
racist.
to Iran, which would have been a terrible thing. For 47 years, no president had the guts to do it.
That's great.
You've never seen that video?
All of them that are living.
Bro, lock in. Who
What
else is with
video?
the culture? Lock in, bro. That went viral. Like, Republicans used that shit. It was a long time ago, back during, like, the Summer of Love era.
Oh my
when wokeism was, like, actually going crazy. When America was
Watch this and
based.
say we should have done it. This should have been done long before me. It would have been much easier to do. This should have been done long before me.
Mr. President,
What Obama did with that Iran nuclear deal, that was the worst deal ever made. That gave them a path to a nuclear weapon.
Gas will go down very big.
I would bet every penny, not just that I've ever made, but that I will make in my life, that he has no fucking idea what was in the JCPOA at all.
Yeah, no.
Like the enrichment
Then I'm-
limits
bro,
and
it's
the
then I'm
IAEA
fucking-
inspections and
Yeah, you're forgetting about the fucking planes full of cash.
yeah, green. He says green cash.
Green
not just
cash. Not the blue bills. They wanted
Yeah,
20s.
They got the old ones. Old
nuclear
money.
weapon 4 years ago. Then we hit them with the B-2 bombers 8 months ago. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 1 month, maybe 2 weeks. And they would have used it on Israel and the Middle East. And they would have used it on us too. And not just Israel, by the way. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE.
He just said the Middle East, by the way.
This logic is this logic is like, yeah, if Iran got a nuclear weapon, they would just make the whole human species go extinct. Because that's what that would be. If you start nuking Israel and the US and fucking all the Gulf states, everyone's just going to die in like a week or two. But apparently that's
bro.
Iran's strategy.
But the way he's like, they're gonna hit the Middle East, and also they're gonna hit Qatar, they're gonna hit Saudi Arabia. Like what?
And not just Saudi Arabia and Qatar, but the Gulf states.
Yeah.
Not expected to be hit because they were going after those countries. They were going over to take over the Middle East, and we stopped them.
Are you expecting to name another Supreme Court
You
justice?
stopped
The
him.
speculation is that Justice Alito will step down.
Oh, this part is
In
so
many ways, I have to
bad.
tell you, while it's an honor, I think he is one of the great justices of all time. So, it'd be nice to say now I have somebody for 40 years. Justice Alito is an unbelievable.
You know what they're
justice.
going to do, dude? They're going to put in, if he does get a nomination, someone who's like 20. Like someone who's going to be on the court for a long fucking time. I've seen right-wingers on Twitter talking about this, that like the next appointment he gets has to be like a super, super young conservative.
And it has to be within the next couple of months.
Watch it be a fucking Groyper or something.
Brilliant judge,
Holy
and he
shit.
gets the country.
James
He
Fishback.
does what's right for the country. It's the law, and he goes by it as much as anybody. But he gets to the point.
Ben
for a
Shapiro.
country.
Oh my
You
god.
Oh,
That'd be so bad.
One way you should be, I'm thrilled, but he's so good.
But I mean, if there is a vacancy, do you have a short list of people that you would name?
Yeah,
You do.
I do.
Do you expect that we will see change by year end?
You mean on the Supreme Court?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Justice Alito's in very good physical health, because you mentioned his name.
Cannon. If he puts Eileen Cannon, bro.
Holy shit.
That actually is a good. That's a good callback. I feel like
Emil
that's pretty
Bover.
good.
Reach a certain age,
Emil
and
Bo-
you
oh my
give up your
God,
seat
bro.
if you have the president. Well,
He
what happens
told-
is-
Emil Beauvais needs to be impeached from because he's like a federal court justice now. It's fucking where does he serve?
He'd tell Biden when Biden wins in 2028, he'd tell Biden's Solicitor General to fuck off.
Judge of the United States Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit. This fucking subhuman. Oh my god, bro. This is the guy who said if the judge tells us no, we're gonna tell the judge fuck you.
I'm saying
And he
he's gonna be
became-
like, "Fuck you, Joe," and the Supreme. That's gonna be his dissenting opinion to every single ruling.
Get
Fuck you.
She was not exactly a young woman. The election was taken. They had a Democrat who could have appointed a liberal justice, and the liberals do stick together. There's one thing about those justices. They stick together like glue, not like the Republicans. But she decided that she was going to live forever. And about 2 minutes after the election, she went out, and I got to appoint somebody. So, you make the case.
Wait. That's. I guess it's not crazy coming from him, but
Republicans. But she decided that she was going to live forever. And about 2 minutes after the election, she went out.
She went out.
She went out.
Somebody. So,
went
you
out
make
for
the
a
case
night
that
on the town.
at a certain
Got some
time,
dinner.
you give
Yeah,
up some
she
independent
went in for the
justice.
long
It's
nap.
like 40 years. It's a long time. So that your ideology, your policies, your everything would be of the kind that we like. But It's probably not easy.
Excuse
to
me,
talk to
sir?
people, you know, they reach a certain age. Ginsburg
Like an
came out
immunity
today,
ruling?
and she really hurt herself within the Democrat Party. People are
I
very
can't
angry.
wrap my head around the rationale for that fucking decision.
The immunity ruling.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
fucking
I
stupid.
think that's gonna go down in history as like one of the worst Supreme Court decisions because it's like the thing that always gets me about that one is that the justices like knew everything that was wrong with what they were doing. Like the partial dissent that Amy Coney Barrett wrote like haunts me because she votes with the majority, but then in her partial dissent she goes, "This would legalize bribery, and we should probably find a way to address that." Anyways, moving on. And it's
Queen.
appoint people instead of.
She has 7 kids, bro. Logged in.
Does she actually?
Well, she has a lot of kids. Yeah, it's like a fucking. I thought it was 6 or something like
They
that.
tell me if you just read
6 or 7.
we could be one. I don't know. I'm prepared to do it, but when you mention Alito, he is a great justice.
You've got a major meeting coming up next month with President Xi. I want to get your take on China and how this shift in oil.
I guess we know where Alito's voting on the birthright
Even
case.
your comments on Cuba. How does that change the dynamic of this
Oh
meeting
yeah,
with
do we have a
President Xi?
timeline
He
on
does.
that?
I mean, he's somebody that
That's
needs
soon, but I'm assuming the way Trump's talking about him.
And the fucking mail-in ballot case too. That's gonna be a big one.
Jesus Christ, man.
He wrote you a letter?
Yeah, he did. He responded to a letter that I wrote because I had heard that China is giving weapons to. I mean, you're seeing it all over the place to Iran. That China's
Did he say
giving
he's
weapons.
giving them?
Yeah, and I wrote him a letter asking him not to do that, and he wrote me a letter saying that essentially he's not doing that.
Strongly worded letter. He's learning politics how it's really done from Chuck Schumer.
Hey, fucking
I
man,
sent China
brother.
a letter. I told them stop giving the weapons. Don't do it.
Okay. Well, we just heard from the FBI recently that there was a major cyber attack attributed to China. What responses?
Oh, this part is so bad.
We do it to them. They do it to us. We do it to them. You know.
Well, when was the
No,
last
it's
time you
okay.
Well, I don't know. I'm not
Bro,
going to.
but that shit's so. It sounds so sus.
So it's not going to be addressed?
Wait, have you seen the clip where he's like, they're coming in one after another and they made sure not to come at the same time? And they're like, have you seen that?
Is that in this?
Bro, no. Go to the fucking speech where he talks about the guy that they saved in Iran.
The guy. Oh, the mission they did.
Yeah, he said they were coming in so fast in all directions.
Oh, I did see, and they all came after. Yeah. I saw a quote tweet of that saying like me talking up. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that tweet is a fucking banger.
China's China. They're never easy. But we're
Kaya,
doing China.
stop with
I'm
all
the
that noise
toughest
back
person in
there, bro.
China's
Anyone
China.
I'll address things, but you know, it is what it is. Look, China's
is
China.
what it is.
They're never easy, but we're doing great with China. I'm the toughest person in China anywhere in the world. I put on 100% tariff on Chinese cars. We don't have a Chinese car in the whole country. And if you look at Europe, they're being inundated with Chinese cars, and it's killing their car companies, okay?
Chinese
There's
cars are
nobody tougher
fucking
than me.
sick.
Don't forget, I put a
God.
20% tariff on them for what they've done with fentanyl. I put a penalty. I call it a penalty. I put a 45% tariff.
Oh, wow. He calls it a
45%
penalty.
tariff.
Yeah,
We're
people
gonna
weren't
go-
using the
we're
word
gonna-
before,
We're going to
but-
go out of business. Look, there's never been anybody tougher in China than me, but I also have a good relationship with President Xi, and that's a good thing. Remember this, TikTok, billions and billions of dollars. Not the biggest thing in terms of China. Bigger is the other things I do. But everybody said they will never approve the deal. It's a hard no. President Xi said it's a hard no. We will never do it. Then American business people got together, paid billions of dollars, and I called up President Xi. I said, you know, be a good thing if you did it, and he did it.
Have you been negotiating a lot all day? I mean, is that why your voice is hoarse?
I've been screaming at Iranians all day. Yes, a little bit of laryngitis because of my scream. I've been screaming at Iranians.
So the
Oh,
Iranians
bad,
you're
man.
screaming at?
You know why? Because that's
Wait,
the only thing
this
they
part's
understand.
bad.
They don't understand being.
They only
honest.
understand screaming.
They understand the way I have to do business. I treat all people differently.
Welcome back. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. I'm Maria Bartiromo, and it is Wednesday, April 15th, tax day.
Just to
It
go
is 7:03
forward
on the
just
East
a little
Coast.
bit.
We kicked the out me and him.
Beat them, and we want to
Weapons. Now, yes, patients about Kevin Warsh. You know that.
course, and we
from
wanna beat
space
them.
Confirmed after his hearing next week. Here's the president with me yesterday. China wants to beat us on so much, you know that.
course, and we
From
want to beat
space-
them, and we
from
want to beat
space
them too.
To AI. I want to ask you
But
about AI.
Maria, but we want to beat them too.
Will we beat
Oh, we
them?
heard you.
Well, we're leading in AI because of me. We're leading. You know why? I'm letting them build their own electric power plants. They're becoming a utility. I said to Mark Zuckerberg,
He's taking credit, bro.
"Congratulations, You're in the electric business."
No one
Because
ever
if
thought
they
about
didn't- that was
power
my
plants
idea,
till
actually.
Trump came along.
They're building these massive plants.
Nope.
And if they took it from the grid wouldn't be able to handle
Massive
it.
plants
I
with
said, no, if
massive
you want to build it, you
leaves.
have to build your own power, and then they will be giving excess power back into our grid. And these things are all under construction right now. So we're beating China on that. We're beating China on the economy. We have a great economy. Remember, if I didn't want to make that little journey to Iran,
Didn't the Q4 2025 get revised
So
down?
you still expect growth in the economy?
Yeah,
Like 0.5%?
Man, I remember. I'm forgetting when the last inflation numbers came out, but the last like bad inflation numbers that came out were like before any of the energy crisis stuff started factoring into prices.
Dude. We saw the largest percent increase month to month since the start of BLS recording gas prices.
Based.
from 19. I think it's 1967. I'm being dead serious.
1967.
It's in the latest report. Inflation's what, like 3.3% or something like that?
Yeah, 3 something.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like it's gonna.
And why was GDP revised down so much?
I actually don't know.
I gotta check the report, bro. Fuck all that econ shit, bro. That's cringe, bro. Dead weight loss in my brain, lucky.
True. Actually, it's
I had to go to a war.
the idea of economics and
fix the dead weight loss.
specifics feels like so. I feel like talking about details feels like having a different conversation than what's actually happening
Bro,
in the
I
real
talked
world.
about single payer
Yeah, I
to
feel like
this
it's
guy
such a dead
at the
topic
UFA
now.
event, and I was talking about elasticity of demand.
Based.
And he responded, and he was like, "Oh well, we see Canada as strong wait times," and I was like, "Oh, that's because they lack the infrastructure, and if we just invest more money, like we can make up that gap." And he's like, "Oh, public sector," and then he mentioned Switzerland, because I mentioned Switzerland because they have universal health care.
Yeah.
And he's like, "But they're private sector," and I was like, "Bro, you know what?
The Switzerland system is low key Obamacare though, so like why would they point to that? I've seen Shapiro do that as well.
It's like heavily public though. It's not like some fucking. He made it seem as if it was like the most private capitalist system.
It's fully regulated.
Honestly,
the
like-
market's fully controlled by the government, but there's private actors in it. yeah.
Exactly. But I was like, look, yeah, it's not even that bad. Fuck it, I agree. Because we were both for like subsidizing the fuck out of healthcare. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it.
That used to. I remember in the 2020 Democratic primary, people actually used to debate stuff like single payer versus public option versus ACA expansion, and now it's like, hey, can we not do war crimes and fucking tweet AI of Jesus, please?
Bro.
I had to go and fight either a military operation. Some people would call it a war. Some people call it a military operation. It was easy because we have the greatest military in the world. But I had to divert because if I didn't do that, right now you would have Iran with a nuclear weapon. And if they had a nuclear weapon, you would be calling everybody over there, sir. And you don't want to do that.
Well, you keep saying
I think it's close to over here.
You don't want to be
I view it as very
respectful.
close to over. You know what? If I pulled up stakes right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild that country.
Kaya, stop.
And we're not finished. We'll see what happens. I think they want to make a deal very badly.
That's pretty unprecedented. I mean, having direct talks like that.
I have talks with everybody, but
Kaya, stop, bro.
Bro, you gotta use a shock collar.
and for the world, you know, we've had no help, zero from NATO.
Oh, did you see Hassan shit at Yale?
For us, we spend.
No, I saw the video and I kept scrolling.
Bro, the USSR collapsing was one of the most tragic events.
I did see that
bro,
clip
it
on
was
Twitter.
so
I didn't know that was
bad,
fucking real.
bro.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Did you see, man? I normally really like Kyle Kalinske, but he made a video like glazing Hassan hard, and it was a tough watch. It was a really
Wait, he's the
tough
one with the
watch.
white hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy. You voted for Jill Stein?
I saw Destiny accuse him of this, but I feel like I remember him endorsing Kamala and saying you should vote for Kamala. Maybe I'm tripping. I feel like he was pro Kamala in 2024. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, because I remember the only one that wasn't was fucking Hassan, and that's why I kind of hate him.
Yeah, Hassan was. I think in 2020, Kyle said I'm not voting for Biden or whatever, but I think in 2024 he did vote for Kamala.
Could you imagine in 2020 not voting for fucking Biden, bro?
A weird part of me is like I kind of wish Trump had just won in 2020 so that we'd be done with him. and he I feel like a second Trump term that starts in 2021 is like significantly less bad than what we got now. Cuz what we got now is like him after losing and he's like super butthurt and angry. So he had like time to fucking sit on it for a little bit.
And we wouldn't have
hold a
had the
grudge.
war in Ukraine, and we wouldn't have had the fucking
True, and
Gaza
then we
shit.
could blame him for the war in Ukraine and all the Gaza. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
No, we wouldn't have had it because he said it would never happen if he was president.
True. Well, then the talking point would be it'd be worse if I wasn't president if Biden had won.
The chart that came out a couple of days ago with a big monster red ball, that was us, and all these little satellite balls, and it represented the money spent on military and NATO. And it's ridiculous. And they should have
Paper
been,
tiger.
they should have said, we'll send somebody. It's a small operation compared to a big operation. But NATO was not there for us. And what
It's a small operation compared to a big operation. Wow.
Amazing.
And it's ridiculous. And they should have been
Bro,
better. They
he's
should have said, we'll
such
send
a
somebody. It's a
fucking
small
idiot.
operation compared to a big operation. But NATO
Imagine
was
what
not
it's
there
like
for us.
seeing him in
And
person,
what it means,
dude.
if they're not there for us here, they're
I
not
know
going to be.
that's on my
So
bucket list.
why are we spending hundreds of
I need to
billions?
call him. I feel like if I ever met Trump, I feel like the thing to do is to insult him on his like appearance or something and call him a lightweight loser. I'd call you a lightweight if you weren't such a fat ass. Like that'd be what I'd say to him.
Pipsqueak.
Pips
Bro, a
weak, pipe
bunch of like
down.
old head ass fucking insults,
True.
bro. Holy
Morals
shit,
of
bro.
finale
That's so
cat, like
bad.
Biden said.
Yeah.
of dollars a year on NATO if they're not going to be with us. If they're not going to be with us on Iran, they're not going to be with us on a much bigger subject than Iran.
Did you see that Britain
What's the
suffered
fucking
biggest
bigger
growth
subject
forecast
than fucking
downgrade in
Warrior
G7?
Rod?
So their economy is
He
impacted.
doesn't have to tell you
the
that.
UK, I would say this: they got to stop with the windmills, and they got to open up the North Sea. They have the North Sea in Aberdeen, Scotland. It's the biggest, one of the
Stop
most.
with the windmills. What?
This is the windmills kill birds. He has a beef.
Cause cancer also.
The UK, I would say this:
Yeah.
they got to stop with the windmills, and they got to open up the North Sea. They have the
Clean
North Sea
coal
in
does
Aberdeen,
it.
Scotland. It's the biggest, one of the most incredible oil fields anywhere in the world. It's got hundreds of
The
years
right wing
left.
obsession
And you know
with
what they do?
fossil fuels
They
has
closed
like
it
never made
because they
sense
want
to me,
so
other
much
than
that
the
oil
obvious
oil
answer of
companies
just
are
like big
begging them
money.
to go there. They called me, please speak to them. They made it impossible because of the environmentalists, the horrible environmentalists.
'Cause you need gas in your car.
True.
And they're going with the windmills, destroying their fields all over the place. They have that problem, and then they have the problem of immigration. What Europe has done with immigration, most of the countries, not all, what they've done with immigration is horrible.
Do we still have the same relationship with Italy right now and Giorgia Meloni?
No. She's
Wait, oh my God, this part is so bad.
Anybody that turned us down for helping with this.
Keep an eye on this. They're
Iran
talking about
situation,
Italy.
We do not have the same relationship. Just so you know, Italy gets a lot of oil from the Strait. You can call it the Strait of Hormuz or the Hormuz Strait. I said, which is better? They said, either is okay, but you can call it either one. The only thing you can't call it is the Trump
Bro.
Strait. They don't like that idea. By the way, speaking of that, I did a thing that people like very much, except for Mexico. I took the Gulf of Mexico. We now call it the Gulf of America.
They were talking about Italy.
Change it, I know that.
And
But
Google,
look, did you see
and by the way, Google was great on that.
Did you see Europe is now drafting a
You see how fucking he managed to get away from it?
Strait without the United States?
It's so sad. We're doing it
And
now,
the
by
thing
way.
in Italy is crazy. Apparently, Italy's like energy crisis is like really, really fucking bad right now. I saw the NATO guy. I'm forgetting his name, who's like always glazing Trump to try to keep him pacified. He was talking about how in Italy, there were like it's like almost like COVID, or maybe was it Destiny watching it who said this, that Italy has like such bad energy lockdowns that they're doing fucking Zoom classes right now instead of like in person because no one's fucking driving.
Lord knows COVID was base, bro.
It's opening.
True.
The ships are coming back and forth. Oh, without the United States, it just shows you.
So on the left made you show a vaccine card if you want to leave your house.
We should have Greenland to protect the world against Russia and China. The mention of it, all of a sudden,
That's we want no NATO, but we'll be fine with
This
Greenland.
country should not be paying trillions of dollars to NATO.
Mr. President, I got to ask you about AI. This is an important question, I think, for our
Trillions a
audience.
year.
And we saw reports that Treasury Secretary Bessent and Chairman Jay Powell called an emergency meeting with the major banks because they said that there was a risk over the Anthropic
Like Among Us
and the worries
way, no
that bad
mames.
actors are actually going to be able to hack into these banks and faster than institutions can actually respond. Do you see this as a systemic threat?
Not systemic. We'll work it out. AI is very important. Billions and even trillions of dollars is being invested in our country because of it. It's got some bad aspects. It's got mostly good aspects medically and so many other ways. You'll be finding cures to diseases that you would have never found before. There are a lot of good things, but we have to be careful with it. Like everything else, we have to be careful with it. But when you tell me Bessent, he's great. When you tell me about Jerome Too Late Powell, he's a disaster. Here's a man who took this little tiny building and a couple of other little tiny complex, and he's spending more than $3 billion.
Nah, I'm not taking any Jerome Powell slander. Hold on.
Nah, lock in, bro.
Too late, Powell, huh? And
Jerome
I
Too Late
have
Powell.
criticisms of Powell, but this doesn't just happen. This massive collapse does not just happen.
I agree, Joe Biden.
True. 9.1 in June, got it down to fucking 2.9 before Trump came in.
Fucking beast, bro. And then Trump got it down to 2.4. Bet you didn't show that, did you, liberal?
I didn't.
Fucking liberal.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, I wonder if you show energy. What's fucking energy prices
yeah.
looking like?
Where is it?
Energy. Oh
Look at
shit.
that.
That's really fucking bad.
12.5% in March.
I'm telling you, that's the largest increase
Holy
in
shit.
history. Largest percentage increase in fucking history.
And hold on, what were the oil price per barrel over time? Because Biden's, no, it wasn't Biden, it was like the fucking energy crisis globally. 2022, how high did we get? Um, 104. Oh, so we're pretty okay. Yeah, we're pretty much back up to fucking
2022 levels.
Because that contractor is making billions of dollars, perhaps. So he's doing a bad job. He should be lowering interest rates.
But do you think that Kevin Warsh is going to get confirmed next week?
I think so. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
But I mean, Tom Tillis is still blocking.
Yeah, but Tom Tillis is an American. He knows what to do.
Kevin Warsh. Cauchy.
This is all we really know if he's gonna make it. Damn, let's hope he's close.
What's
the bet?
I don't know. Oh, the nomination
Everyone's
being
gonna win.
received. Okay, who will be confirmed as Fed chair? Okay, he's at 92%. Okay, when will he be confirmed as Fed chair? Let's see. Top one is before July 1st. Because I think it's Tom Tillis, right, is the Republican who said he's not going to vote for any Trump nominee until they leave Powell alone or whatever.
Yeah, they literally mentioned him.
I think he's North Carolina.
Let's see what happens.
Will you tell?
Billions of
so.
dollars, perhaps. So
He should have pulled up to Unfuck
he should be
America.
lowering interest rates.
But do you think that
Oh,
Kevin Warsh is going to get
screw.
confirmed next week?
I think so. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
But I mean, Tom Tillis is still blocking.
Yeah, but Tom Tillis is an American. He knows what to do. I think he's. Let's see what happens.
Will you tell, or at least advise, Judge Janine to end that criminal probe into Jay Powell, so that Tom Tillis?
Well, it's really more than that. It's more than a criminal probe. It's a criminal probe, I guess, but it's also a probe on incompetence. How do you take a little building? I built a hotel for $201 million. That's bigger than that
DOJ is doing an
down the road.
incompetence probe
It's a little
now,
while ago,
not just
7 years ago,
criminal.
8 years ago. I built the
damn it.
Trump Hotel, which I sold to Waldorf Astoria. It's a good deal. I built it like around $200 million in construction. They're going to spend maybe $4 billion. And you know what? I'm not sure the thing's ever going to open. You know, I do that stuff very well. I went past the site the other day. I was driving past. They said, take me past the Federal Reserve building. They took me past. There's very little work done inside. Kevin may never get to have.
Well, he uses fucking X-ray vision to look into the fucking building while they drove
The
by.
Homelander parallels
Ripped
are
down the
endless.
most beautiful building of them all. They ripped it
Amazing.
down. He said they had boardrooms and various rooms in that building that were the most beautiful in Washington, and they ripped it down. What they've done to that. So it is probably corrupt, but what it
We
really
have
is
6, 7 viewers right now.
we
It's
have to show the
crazy.
incompetence of that. And he headed
That's
the job.
actually
He
crazy.
was, you know, this guy.
Holy
John-
fuck, it's 12:40?
I do.
Easiest way
I
to
do.
get him out of
But
the way to end the probe?
does that mean we
Sucks
stop
at
a probe
11:40,
of a
bro.
building that I would have done for $25 million?
Nah, bro,
That's
I'm on
gonna cost
that,
maybe
what do you
$4
call it,
billion.
Epstein
Don't
time?
you
No
think
fucking
we have to find
Epstein
out
time,
what happened?
bro.
We have other jobs like that, like the railroad in California, where it's 25 times more than it was originally going to cost, and I think they're going to end up abandoning it. Okay, that's Gavin Newsom, or as I call him, Gavin Newsom, who's so bad. But that's the one. But I think the Federal Reserve building is just as bad. And so
My
it's incompetence, corruption, and both. I think you have
love
to find
him
out.
so
I really
much.
do. I think you have to find out.
So you're not going to drop the probe?
No, I'm not playing. I have to find out.
And he said he's
He
not
said, I'm
leaving
not
if,
playing.
I
Damn.
have to fire him. Newsom.
He's
Or as I
balling.
call him, Gavin Newsom, who's so bad. But that's the one. But I
He
think
just
the
said
Federal
Gavin
Reserve
Newsom's a
is just
baddie, bro. That's
so whether it's
crazy.
incompetence, corruption, or both, I think you have to find out. I really do. I think you have to find out.
So you're not going to drop the probe?
No, I'm not playing. I have to find
Not
out.
playing.
And he said he's
He's
not
not
leaving
playing
if,
with Powell.
Well, then I'll have to fire him. If he's not leaving on time, I've held back firing him. I've wanted to fire him, but I hate to be controversial. You know, I want to be uncontroversial.
Oh, yeah,
If
wait.
you get confirmed, you think Tom Tillis is
Fuck
going to give
yeah.
We're
you
gonna have to find out. He might not, but that's why Tom Tillis is no longer a senator.
on the
You know,
AI
Tom
thing?
Tillis is no longer a senator, right? He
Well,
quit.
he's on his way out.
Well, no, he quit, but he quit. And I think
He's not a senator. Why the fuck you need to vote for your Fed chair
he
then?
doesn't want the legacy of stopping a person who could be great. I think Kevin Warsh is going to be great. He doesn't want the legacy of having an incompetent guy stay there for longer than is necessary. I know Tom Tillis. He's a good man. I don't think he's
True.
going to. I know he said what he
True,
said.
guys,
Maybe it's
true.
true. In which case, I'll have to live with it. But not as chairman. This guy is a bad chairman, really bad chairman. And I was surprised when Biden
baddest.
extended him, to be honest with you. But he did. Interest rates should be much lower than they are right now.
And you think they will go lower later this year?
When Kevin gets in, I do, yeah.
Just to close the loop on AI, Mr. President, in a worst case scenario, could that be the kind of technology that undermines confidence in the banking system?
Yeah, probably, but it could also be the kind of technology that allows greatness. In
Why the
banking
fuck
system.
did he
Makes it
say
better,
yeah,
safer, and
probably?
more secure.
So should government have some safety?
I don't think he
maybe
thought
kill
that
switch
through.
some of the
I don't think he
AI
knows what
agents?
she even
But
means.
we're leading.
Yeah.
We're leading China by a lot, actually. We're building plants that nobody ever imagined before, and it's going to be a tremendous, bigger than the internet. It's going to be tremendous. And there are always difficulties when you're at this stage of something. But when you mention banking, it can also make banking much bigger, much safer, much more efficient.
Let me just ask you about
The banks can get
Do you
bigger in
expect
terms of
Republicans to lose
size.
seats in the House, and what does that mean
As
for your
opposed to
agenda?
Well, I
smaller
just
in
left
terms
with
of
Mike
size.
Johnson and
Yeah.
some great people, some great congressmen and women, and in the Oval Office. I think we're going to do good. Now, with that being said, when somebody gets elected president, that party always loses the midterms. I don't know why. I don't know why. Nobody can explain it. I asked people
Nobody
that are deep into
can
the
explain
psychological
it.
world,
No
I said,
one knows why.
is it that a voter votes for the opposite party?
Bro, you talk to
Even
experts in
when
the
you have
psychological world,
the greatest
bro.
year, the greatest opening year, I've read the greatest. Look, I ended 8 wars. A 9th is coming, but I ended 8 wars. Nobody's ever ended 1 war. Who's ended 1? Nobody. I ended 8.
Is that the
We have
fucking
biggest tax
Trump
cuts ever.
cheat
We have the
code? Is
biggest
start a bunch
regulation
of
cuts
wars so then you can end them and say you've ended the most wars ever?
Well, fucking every war's never ended, bro. World War II still happening. Vietnam War still happening. Korean War still happening, bro. Fucking. We're in a war with around 47 years. Like we've never ended wars.
I feel like he only says the 47 thing because he's the 47th
In 50
president.
years, I guess the president, the party with the president, has won twice. Why that happens, I don't know. We are really working hard to turn
Who
it around.
knows?
We've had the greatest year in the history of the presidency, first year, and we should be giving credit. Look at the border. So we had a border that was an open civ. You covered it better than anybody.
So is that the message for voters going into the
credit.
elections? The border.
Yeah, I
Is
should
there
get
anything else you
credit.
don't need them for?
Yeah, I think we should. Well, I think we have to bring it back to talk. We don't need help on the border. But, I built over 1,000 miles of wall. We have to talk about it because we should be given credit for having taken this disaster where people were criminals were coming in from all over the world and pouring into our country. The worst thing, it's the worst thing that's ever happened. It was like an invasion. And we should be giving Maria credit for it. So I'm going to be talking about it. But I'm also going to be talking about we gave the voters the biggest tax cut in history, the biggest regulation cuts in history, the best economy in history. And now what we're doing is we took this path, we knocked the hell out of Iran, we stopped them from having, they're not going to have a nuclear weapon, regardless. By the way, I could leave tomorrow. They would never be able to have a nuclear weapon. For years, they would, because their country is devastated. They don't have a Navy. They don't have an Air Force. They don't have an airplane. They're all gone. And the press doesn't write about it. The New York Times, you think, if you read the New York
Enough yapping from him. Great economy, guys. Consumer sentiment month over month is down 10.7%. 8.8% year over year.
Bro.
True, they don't.
They don't know what's best for
They
them.
don't know how good the economy is.
Yeah, man, it's the greatest economy in American history.
True.
in the war. They have nothing left. They're going to make a deal. We'll see what happens. We have to explain to the voters, so importantly, the great job that we've done, because there's no reason why the Republicans should be losing. These people, when they'll open up the borders again, they'll have transgender for everybody. They'll have men and women's sports. They'll end no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on social security for our seniors.
Well, Kamala Harris literally said she would extend the tax cuts for the middle class and just raise them on the
You mean she copied fucking Donald Trump's policy, bro?
Final question on space, because Artemis 2, what a success. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's great.
Do you expect the United States will beat China in this
part's
race
bad,
to the
too.
moon? And what do you want to say about the astronauts who
accepts
circled the moon
defeat.
in Artemis 2? Where's that going?
So number one, they were great. I spoke to them as they were circling, right? Just after they came out of the dark.
The way to defeat the right for good is we need to Democrats need to get humans to Mars.
I'm the one that started that program.
Based. Oh my God, that's fucking true,
There was
bro.
grass growing on the runways. I went there. I was there. in
That'd be
Florida.
so patriotic.
I got pictures
True.
of all of their facilities. They had grass growing out of the cracked asphalt in Florida and elsewhere. And I said, you know what, this is terrible. Let's start it up. And we started it up. And it gave great pride. Everybody watched that the other night. It was really something. Everybody I know watch it. They watch a landing. They watch a takeoff. And it gives us pride. And something very good will come out of it. But, you know, from a military standpoint, it's very helpful. And one of my greatest achievements, I think, will be the fact that I started Space Force, because we were losing to Russia and China, and now we're way ahead of them.
And we're going to beat China to the moon.
I think so. Look, we already did many years ago. You know, maybe they'll get lucky. They'll send a ship up or something. You know, they tried yesterday to send a ship, and it wasn't very successful, to put it mildly. I think so. I don't like to put myself in that position. If they beat us, I'll say, oh, I said on Maria's show. You know, I don't. But we're looking to we have a very good guy, Jared, who you know. He's doing a very good job as the head of NASA. Very proud of him. And I think we'll probably win, but I don't want to get into that, because if they win, I don't want you saying, oh, Trump was wrong. Trump was wrong. What a terrible thing. The fact is, we're way ahead in space. We're way ahead in the military. We have the greatest submarines in the world. We have the greatest military in the world.
So humble.
Nobody makes equipment like us,
Amen.
whether it's the Patriot or the Tomahawk. We have the best military equipment anywhere in the world. And we're going to keep it that way.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Awkward ass handshake.
He was aggressive as fuck when he reached out for it.
Oh my God, that made me want to kill myself. Bro, what the fuck is this?
You can't say that on TikTok, guys. Send
I
Adam
said
Caught $1
Kirk.
million.
I said Kirk
Send
myself.
Adam Caught $1 million so he can join the Young Fuck America tour.
True. I saw y'all were going to Michigan State at some point.
Bro, in the fall, bro. Tap in, bro.
Oh, yeah, fall tour will probably go crazy. 'cause
Bro,
of the midterms.
just give, bro, listen, bro. All you gotta do is you just got to do a hand signal and be like, yeah, I got you, and then you're in. The radical left, bro.
What's the hand signal?
You have to, you just have to, bro. You just have
Just
to.
any hand signal will work.
You know the CEO of Chipotle when he's like, "Oh, you just gotta give him a nod."
Oh,
and
yeah.
they'll add extra point. Yeah, you just say, yeah. Listen, bro. Just let me know, bro. Let me know,
It does look really fun. I will say, it looks really fun.
bro. It's the greatest fucking thing ever, dude. It's the greatest experience. Ethan is the fucking goat, bro.
I saw him drinking some milk.
Bro, I met that liberal. Bro, he's the funniest fucking guy in person. He's fucking hilarious.
It seems
bro.
like a very, very solid crew. Who's on the roster right now?
just me and Brian Shapiro.
Oh, Brian Shapiro's on it?
Yeah.
I saw him.
Sure.
He also debated Andrew Wilson recently, right?
Yeah, but he's fucking cracked. Bro, he's so much energy. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be with him in the tent for Berkeley.
He's my favorite B. Shapiro.
Bro, he's the Brian Shapiro's good brother.
They're brothers. Oh man.
No, they're not brothers. That'd be funny though.
What are your let the people know where you're before I hop off the live? What are your upcoming tour dates and where can they find your
Well,
content?
I'm going to be posting the video of the tour stop at NCSU tomorrow.
On YouTube?
I'm going to trim it up. I'll have it on YouTube. I should have it up by noon. And then some clips will be going on as well. I'll be in Berkeley the 22nd. So in 7 days, liberals, 7 days. And then I'll be doing a two-way debate May 5th at Cal State.
Oh, hell yeah. Can you say who the two-way debate is with? Or who it's against?
I don't fucking know, bro, but it's some fucking shitter loser, dude. Holy
really?
shit. I know it's gonna be so bad faith. I don't know if I should make a legal argument that Heller decision was wrong, so we shouldn't have guns at all.
Like irrelevant MAGA, or is it like a good name?
He was on Tim Pool once. He's fucking irrelevant.
Oh, that's all you need. That's A-list.
Yeah, he's a shitter. But I have a feeling it's not gonna be about guns at all, bro. Look, I have a feeling.
Oh, it's a gun debate?
Yeah, it's two-way. It's pro-regulation or no reg.
I think meant two-way, like 2-on-2 debate.
No, two-way.
Damn.
Yeah. It's fucking cracked, bro. Listen, bro. You got to join, bro. You got to get
Who is
on,
David?
bro.
Should I follow him? Should you follow him?
Up to you.
Yeah. We
Up
as
to you,
liberals, we believe in consent. So you can follow him if you want. It's up to you.
Amen.
Yeah, you should.
Text
you
it,
should
bro.
follow him.
Text
Lock
it,
in.
bro. God, bro. Amen.
Yeah. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you check out his Unfuck America clips as well. I saw on Instagram your clips are doing good.
Bro, yeah, Instagram's doing really
I'm
fucking
forgetting
good.
what that one clip was that I saw. If he was like, what was the guy saying? You like cooked the fuck out of him, and then he was just like fucking stuttering or stammering or some shit. I forgot what it was.
Oh, fuck, bro. The latest one that I posted is fucking good.
Let me find that shit. I think I liked it.
Hook 'em, bro. Liberal. Make a chapter at UT Austin, bro. And we'll go, bro. In the fall, bro. Lock in, bro. Make a chapter at UT Austin, liberal.
I cannot find that shit. He said something like, "Oh, you're making assumptions about me," or you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Was it the kid that Destiny called the R word?
No, that was from your first tour stop, right?
Yeah. Or you mean the latest one?
I feel like I saw something recent. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Let's see.
Bro, I'm a chud, bro. Bro, lock the fuck in, bro. If you want UFA at UT Austin.
Okay, this is the one where you said like not all legal status is citizenship. This is a
Bro, you
big
should watch the most recent one. I fucking fried him.
Let me see.
It was a jurisdiction definition thing, and it was really fucking good. The analogy I gave him was cracked.
I'm gonna when you upload this, I'm gonna pull this shit up on my live tomorrow. If I do go live, we're gonna watch this shit. We're gonna learn the moves from AJ Okra on how to deal with the right
Radical.
moves.
Radical.
Have you guys had any? I know Erica Kirk's her life's been in danger. Have you guys gotten any threats? Any of these campuses, or it's been chill?
It's been chill.
That's good.
Yeah, and it's listen, bro.
You gotta
listen,
pull
bro.
a Kelly Loeffler and make sure you're looking in all directions at all times.
Bro,
you
there
never
was
know.
this building conveniently placed, like perfect perch rooftop far away. But it's listen, bro. If they Kirk my shit, it's not like I'll know, okay?
True, unless they like miss or they hit somewhere where you're bleeding out for a couple minutes. But
that would be pretty fucked up.
That'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey man, y'all, I'll just eat that shit.
True. That's like
I'll catch it.
the thing where Charlie Kirk catches it and he starts doing like the Macarena with Jeffrey Epstein. You know that video?
Yeah. or what I'll do is so since I'm probably gonna be next to somebody, I'll just grab them and like get them in front of me, and then they'll be like a human shield. I'm joking. That's fucked.
Fucking the people on the tour with you. He's like, yeah, don't worry, Brian Shapiro will save me.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Bro, I'm excited to fight. He's the goat, dude. He's
I need to
cracked.
watch more of his stuff. I saw him debate Andrew, and Andrew was being so fucking annoying in that debate, bro. Oh my god.
When is he not, bro? That guy.
He wears like a what does he wear? Like a fedora or something? What is that hat he wears?
I forget what those things are called.
It's like a French hat or something, right?
Yeah.
Baguette.
He's the goat, bro. Oh, nice one, bro. Baguette, bro. What's up, Kaya?
Okay, liberals. He has to go shock his dog. I have to go watch the new Invincible episode and see if it's ass or not.
It's not ass. It's cool, but it's ass.
Lock in. Stay peaceful. Stay patriotic. Make sure you're following David. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you're
$1
following
million.
Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, all the liberals out there.
Amen.
And any parting messages you have for anyone, David?
Don't kill yourself. Don't break the law. Eat healthy, sleep better, overachieve at school, overachieve at work. $70 million. Donate to UFA. And pressure Adam Khan into joining as well.
True. All right.
Amen.
Have a good night, y'all.
Peace out.